Alright, we appear to be live. Can everyone hear me? Hello, can everyone hear me? Men, common. Hello. Can everyone hear me? Right, Martin can hear me, so everything must be good. Just a minute, guys. I'm finishing my Coke. Just had my dinner. I must have at least 15 or 16 engines alone, Banebricks. Great. Right, so hello Martin, hello Banebricks, hello William, hello James, hello Summer Rose, hello Kieran. So hello everyone. Oh, you won't be here for too long? Oh, that's okay, Summer Rose. I'm sure it's for a reason, Carmel. So we've only got 7 viewers. How many am I doing yet? Oh, that's okay. I'm sure. So at the moment we've only got 7 viewers, but the stream's only just started, so I guess that's to be expected. So we'll wait a little longer. No, we won't actually. We'll just wait for more people to arrive. So yeah, guys, let's begin. So welcome everyone to this very special. Welcome to this very special 3.5 hour long live stream. So in tonight's stream, I'm not going to stay, just probably say hi. All right, that's all right, John Murray. I hope that's not for reasons you can't, I guess. Hello, Dominic. You uploaded? Yeah, I know, Martin. I saw them and I liked them. I hit the like button, Martin. So, guys, in tonight's very special 3.5 hour long live stream, we are going to be watching the whole of Redcliff Railway Tales Season 1. And I'm going to be reacting to it and cringing for most of it. And I'll be cringing for most of the time because a lot of Season 1 is quite bad. The last few episodes are decent, but the first, 6 to 8 are, really bad in my opinion. So, and during this, I'll also be giving you some behind-the-scenes facts and a few other and a few other pieces of information on the series that I haven't made public before. What's worse than tree food? Tom will make way for wedding. I don't know. Won't be able to watch the entire stream? No problem, William. It is 3.5 hours, so that's to be expected. I think Barney would be slightly worse, Banebricks. Have you seen Percy? Yeah, yes, they have, Kieran. I made a community post, which I think you commented on. I might be wrong about that, though. I don't know. I think they're just as bad as each other, Summer Rose. You won't be watching the entire... Oh, yeah, that's to be expected, though. 3.5 hours. It is 3.5 hours, so it'll be really, really long. You did. You found a rare Jason, probably. Can I be prototype made in Thailand? Excellent. Yeah, you did. So, guys, the thing that inspired me to do this... Well, two things that have inspired me to do this stream tonight, guys. The first thing is... Today is actually the 4th anniversary of Redcliff Railway Tales. I uploaded the first episode 4 years ago, and oh my god, I still cannot believe it has been 4 years since Redcliff Railway Tales first came out. So yeah, so it had to coincide with the 4th anniversary, along with the episode that was recently uploaded. By the way, guys, if you haven't seen that episode yet, please go watch that episode after this stream, or whenever you next have time. Because I've just uploaded it. So, both this stream and that episode I released today are to coincide with the 4th anniversary of Redcliff Railway Tales. Hello, my little fan. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, VHS review on Thursday. No, Banebricks, but I wish I did live there. Do you like my idea? Yes, I did like your idea. And if anyone actually picks it up, I'd say it should be on it. But the other thing that inspired me to do this stream is about a month ago, Odd Dragon ASMR did a stream where he reacted to his first lot of videos from when he started in September 2019 all the way up to Christmas 2020. So I thought I'd do something similar, and then I thought, as the 4th anniversary of Redcliff Railway Tales is coming up soon, I thought, yes, I'll react to the whole first season of Redcliff Railway Tales and give some retrospective commentary of it and some behind the scenes facts. So guys, I will stop rambling now. I will not waste your time any longer. We will start in a minute. The chat's already up on my phone, so we'll get straight into it. No, I have not seen Jurassic World, but my youth club actually very recently sent me the Jurassic World DVD. I don't really plan to watch it though. What am I tell? Who's like in a perfect? No idea. Happy anniversary to dear. Happy anniversary, Redcliff Railway Tales. Yeah, it's the 4th anniversary today. Ordering postman. Oh yeah. All right, guys. No more messing around or rambling. We'll get straight into this. Oh my god, it's going to be very cringy for most of the time though. Let's start. Oh, actually, I'm gonna turn the volume down so you guys can actually hear me over the episode. Can you guys hear me over the episode? Testing, testing, can you guys hear me over this? Opinion on Top Cat. I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid on TV. My dad really likes it though. Yeah, I'll order it after I do the Percy the Park Keeper review. Teletubbies review is happening on the 3rd of March. Right, so can you guys hear me over the episode? Testing, testing, can you hear me over the episode? Great, you can hear me over the episode. Or at least on our own. Oh yes, the old intro. And I edited these with Windows Movie Maker, but obviously nowadays I do it with Cyberlink Power Director. Oh my goodness. Redcliff Railway Tales. Spell it with an I. I didn't notice that spelling mistake until after this first episode came out, but then I didn't notice this first episode till after that spelling mistake till after the episode came out, but in keeping with my desire to keep things consistent, I didn't change it. I didn't change the intro until after the season had ended, change the spelling, because I wanted to stay consistent. I have a thing about staying consistent with stuff, but obviously I haven't been able to do that with Redcliff Railway Tales. 13th of January, Kieran. I think, yeah, my sister does. Bane Bricks. Same thing with Optimus videos. Yeah, this used the Railway series theme remix by SA Music, like Tails the Fox. Yeah, Tails, yeah. I couldn't help but think of that.
David and Jeremy.
And there's the voice of
the Redcliff and Guinea Ridge Railway is one of the UK's busiest non-urban passenger railway networks. Many passenger and freight trains travel all over the network every single day. Except Christmas Day, of course, and certain engines are suitable for certain jobs. For example...
Oh, my voice.
Whilst Robert, the white intercity passenger train, almost always operates passenger services, Freddie, the blue SP6 American freight locomotive, is almost always used on freight trains. But some locomotives, like David, the yellow battery electric mainline engine, can be used on both passenger and freight trains. But with all these passenger and freight trains, it's important that they stay safe whilst they're running up and down the tracks. That's why every train needs a conductor on board to monitor the train's progress and keep it safe if anything goes wrong. but no conductor is the same.
The quality compared with this compared to
Some
the
are
episodes
casual
now.
and don't only focus
that's
on the
me
important
stuttering.
parts of their
It's
job.
the reason
and
I
they like to
stutter,
have
the
nice
reason there are
long
such big
chats as they
pauses
travel
between
along
all
with the
the
engine.
gaps in these episodes is because I recorded this
But
after,
others are very
after
strict
I
and
edited
take
it
their
together,
job very
and
seriously.
the big gaps
They
are
give
me
lots of
waiting
orders to the
to
engine.
say what I
Do
want to
not
say,
tolerate
but
any
when
tomfoolery of
comes up
any
and the relevant
kind.
photo or footage comes up.
And they don't even
Oh
like to
yeah, and
have
there's
chats with
also
the engine
much
because
more
they say it
footage
distracts
and
them.
shots of my shadows
And one
and shots
evening,
of my
David was
hands.
about to find out this sad fact.
There's a lot of in season
Mr. Eric, the
one.
manager of the railway, had a special
in
job
season
for
one,
any engine willing to volunteer.
So-
This job
but in
would
season
be with
two,
Conductor Jeremy,
much more of an effort to
the
eliminate
strictest
shadows
conductor
and,
on the
terrible
railway.
cinematography there to eliminate the shadows.
Good evening, all of
It's
you.
much more
I have a
of an
special
effort,
job for
man,
any
you'll be
one of
seeing a
you
lot
to
of
do
fancy things.
tomorrow.
Well,
There
why
is a
is he so
special mixed
close?
goods train that needs to be taken all over the railway, picking up and dropping off freight at each
No, it
station,
wasn't unscripted.
starting at
I did actually have a
Redcliff and
script,
ending
but
at Guinea
I
Bridge
wasn't used to
Junction.
reading it.
Whoever volunteers to do it will be working with Conductor Jeremy tomorrow.
my
So,
voice sucks.
any volunteers?
Oh my god,
All
my
the
voice
engines
actually
shuddered
is
in
so
fear.
heavy.
They
Oh, yeah,
knew
and
how
this is
strict
the,
Conductor Jeremy was because
And this
they'd
is
all
the only
worked
episode
with
to
him.
have like cartoon
Well,
visuals.
all that
cartoon
is,
visuals and
except
stuff.
for David.
Oh yeah, and
He was
the
the only
episodes
engine
also
on the railway who
had,
had not
also
yet
had
worked
the
with Conductor
eyes
Jeremy, so we did not know how
painted onto
strict
them.
he was.
But nowadays I
Therefore, he
just
was a
do
little
square
confused
eyes
as to
and
why
bend-
the other
bend
engines were
my
shuddering.
mouth.
I'll do it, Mr. Eric.
Wait, you might need to speak. Hang on. Hang on, let me. Wait a minute. Does the speakers affect my speaking volume? Is it affecting my speaking volume? Hang on, I'll turn it down even more. Here we are.
Excellent. Thank you, David. Dennis, Freddie, and Peter will do all of your regular jobs tomorrow. But for the rest of you, it's going to be the normal work schedules for you. Now get some sleep, everybody. It's going to be a very busy day for us all tomorrow. I'm going back to the station now to lock up for the night, and then I'll be heading off home to have dinner with my family. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
I was terrible at reading scripts back then. Oh yeah, massive
With that,
gaps. Me
Mr.
waiting
Eric
for the
walked
shot
off back up the track to lock up for
Oh,
the night
there's
and
my
head home.
hand. Oh, this
But
is
David
awful.
was still curious as to why all the other engines had been shuddering. I don't know why you were all just shuddering in fear over this job. It's only a freight train. Well, David, it
Oh my
may
God,
only
this
be a
looks
freight
so
train,
Callum's
but
face.
seriously, David, you do not know what you are up against. Sir Callum's right, you know.
Oh my
Conductor
God,
Jeremy
his
Jenkins
face
is the
is so
strictest
shit.
conductor on the railway. He'll complain if you're going too fast, too slow, too roughly, you name it.
can't hear me
He
doing
will
the
just
commentary?
complain and complain.
Oh, I know then. We'll just do the YouTube volume down and then we'll turn this up. We'll turn my computer's volume up and just turn the YouTube volume down. That should fix it.
And then he will complain.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that'll
And
be
I have
doing
not
it.
known a single time when he has given even the tiniest smile.
Jesus.
Yes, everything Alan
Oh,
is saying is true. And that's not even the worst part. You see, Conductor Jeremy Jenkins is Mr. Eric's.
Yes, I do,
Before
babe.
Peter
So,
could
yeah,
finish, David
Redcliff
interrupted
Railway.
him. Well, I think
Oh,
we're
yeah,
all just being
I
silly.
actually thought all of
If you'll
these,
excuse me,
me painting
I
the
need to
eyes
get
and the
some
mouth
sleep
on
now.
look
I
more
don't want to be
professional
tired for
than
my
just doing the
special
square
job tomorrow.
eyes and the bendy line for the
and I
mouth.
suggest you do the same. Good night, everyone.
But in retrospective, it actually looks even worse. The square eyes and bending mouth actually look more professional and with better production value. Oh
That's
yes,
how I
now
didn't
it's
know
better.
name.
Oh, these things.
The next morning, David got up early to go and collect his freight train for the rolling stock yard.
Oh, I'm actually lisping. I forgot I even did that.
He noticed a stern-looking man
Oh,
standing
the
beside
camera's
track.
so stuck.
David wondered if he
Yeah,
was
right,
in
bro.
Germany. Well, if he was ever
Yeah,
going to
it's
find
quite
out, he would
bad.
have to ask him.
Hello, also
Good morning, kind sir. You must be a conductor, Jeremy. The stern man continued.
Oh my god, and I've just realised a plot
Yes,
hole.
this'll be a first
David has
for
actually
me.
been working on the railway longer than any of the other engines and somehow hasn't
As
worked
more
with
of
Conductor
my
Jeremy
work
before.
begins.
Oh my god,
Please, young man.
even then I knew what
Remind
a
me
plot
of your
hole was.
name, will you?
Watching Thundercats?
Yes,
Alright,
of
cool.
course, sir. David's the name.
Oh, my voice acting.
Well,
The
David,
darker. The later episodes were a lot more. The later episodes were a lot more. Were a lot more serious and mature than the. One eye bigger than the other. Oh yes, he looks so dopey. This problem is eliminated with the things. Oh my god, Oh yeah, my voice cracking as well, my puberty voice.
Now then, David, I
want my god,
I'm to complete this job with quickly
yes.
no housing or dilly.
Oh my goodness.
This means no high speeds.
Oh my god, my
no
voice.
Disobeying any of my orders whatsoever. Do you understand me? Yes, conductor.
Oh god, now I've forgotten. And yeah, with the square eyes, I can keep the eye. I can keep the eyes.
Does seem like a difficult man to please.
Man, no, not really.
After that, Conductor Jeremy walked down.
Oh, there's a lot of handheld camera movements in the earlier episodes. The handheld camera movements grow less and less as the series goes on.
First thing while during the trip, Conductor Jeremy could apply the emergency brakes, and the tail lamp was there to warn other trains from a distance.
Some of the characters. Oh no, more hammy voice acting. Oh.
David looked down at the points, but they were still against him.
Oh, so much handheld camera cinematography. Remind me of the Disney Cars characters. Yeah, I can sort of see that. Yeah, with their eyes in their windshields. In Flintstone, no idea what he'd say. I'm really not a fan of the Flintstones.
You may proceed.
Now, some of you guys may have noticed that this episode is actually pretty much a carbon copy of the very first episode of Ozrail Animation series, Rolling Stock. And the reason for that is I needed the first couple of episodes as like filler episodes. I needed to come up with ideas quickly so I could well it over to the episode 3 to introduce V-Test. So I had to come up with episode ideas quickly. I'll just do a carbon copy of the first one. But I made a difference because towards the end, oh, and there's me again. You have to remember, I still had no plans to become a filmmaker back when I made this, so of course I wasn't going to care as much about the quality.
You're travelling too slow, we'll be late.
Bring back Rolling Stock. Oh god, too much. Oh my god, it looks so... Heinz container. Oh yeah, they have the Heinz containers as well. Yes,
slow down.
I made the change where Conductor Jeremy actually
They had only gone 15 minutes into their journey when all of a sudden David spotted a cow on the line. He had no choice but to stop.
Made the change when Conductor Jeremy
this did not please Conductor Jeremy one bit.
And actually argued with
David tried to gently move forward, revving his engine in the hopes the cow would move.
Well, what happened in the original episode of Rolling Stock
the cow just slicked its tail and went on grazing.
I'm sorry, Mr.
After
James,
OS, the steam engine, Brett commanded Farmer Melissa Brown for her bossiness. Farmer Melissa Brown said nothing and went back to the guard. But even after watching that episode, I thought, just after watching that episode, I'd often wonder to myself, oh my god, that's making, what was I thinking with those noises?
The cow and it bolted straight back into the field. Now that is how you tell a cow to move out of your way. How did this man become
Victor turns into the voice of I know that, William.
He set off again up
the quote-unquote latest episode is like from 2018. Oh, and he shoots off.
A little later on, they arrived at their first delivery stop, Milford Airport Station.
I didn't mean to think. Yeah,
Here, some
anyway,
of the goods were to be unloaded, taken to the terminal building,
so in that
and
episode,
on an airplane to be shipped to Northern
after
Ireland.
watching that episode, I thought to myself, well,
Dennis was already at the platform collecting passengers. So David pulled slowly up to the base of the control tower to wait his turn.
What if she continued to
What
argue
is it
with
this
OS?
time? The platforms occupied,
and
Mr.
I applied
Jenkins,
that
sir.
thought to this
We'll just have
episode
to wait
towards the end of it, and they started
Oh, no, we
which leads
don't.
to Conductor
And
Jeremy
you
being
radioed
revealed
up to
as
the
Mr.
control
Eric's
tower.
cousin.
Hello? Yes.
There's
This
so
is Conductor Jeremy
much,
of train number 7939. Yes.
so
Clear
much.
the platform this instant.
Yeah, there's... And unlike Farmer
Dennis was forced to pull his train out of the station.
Conductor Jeremy
And
no longer
David
acts
slowly
bossy after
rolled
this. After this episode, he actually becomes the most casual conductor on the railway. So that automatically gives this episode a leg up over the
I'm
original
sorry
Rolling
about
Stock
Conductor
episode.
Jeremy, Dennis.
It actually gets character development, even though it's nowhere near as high quality.
We did
Oh yeah,
tell you he
and
was
here we have the
trouble.
introduction of those infamous square
Later,
lines.
they completed most of their delivery stops.
Larger
and they were now
than
travelling through
Dennis
the
himself,
unfinished Edendale
and
station.
and
As they
just
did
terribly
so, David
made.
gave off a sigh. Compressed air hissed from his hydraulics as he did
In
so.
the later episodes, I made, as you can see in later episodes, I made
Nearly
much more of an
there,
effort to actually
nearly
make the
there.
eyes fit the windshield.
He was glad that the
Oh,
job was close
yeah,
to
the windshield.
completion.
Oh, it's so... watching this now versus
But just at that
the most
moment,
recent
you
episode
all
of
of a sudden
Redcliff Railway
saw the
Tales,
landslide
just
above the
watched through
tracks.
again.
It stopped
It's
just in front
the
of him.
quality is
David, the
just
central
terrible.
control. Come in,
Rough
central
lighting,
control. Do you read me?
poorly
Over.
thought out
Reading
production.
you loud and clear,
Absolutely
David.
awful.
What's
I
the
told you
problem?
guys I was going to
There's been a
cringe all
landslide
throughout this
near
episode.
Gamebridge Junction.
Avicii,
It's
yeah,
blocking the
that's
tracks and I will not be
very
able to
rude
deliver my
indeed.
special freight
Yes.
train if it's not clear.
Why aren't playing
Please
that
send
performance?
assistance
No
to
idea,
clear
Dave.
it. Over.
Avicii, yeah,
No problem,
Avicii, that's the
David. We'll
crap.
send assistance right away.
I also
Over and out.
I also used whatever music tracks I could for these these episodes, and now I'm waiting again for the next picture to show up, and here it is, and there's me again! What was I thinking?
I'm sorry, Mr. Jenkins, sir.
Wonder what's for
but there's a
dinner?
landslide
My
on the
boy.
tracks.
Fish and chips are for dinner. Oh my god, my voice is cracking. He sounds like a woman. Jesus. Why? Oh yeah, and I could see, and the reason I started speaking fast there is because I could see it was coming. The thing was the timeline was getting closer and finished, so I thought, oh, I better speed up. Oh my god, why is my voice
David had
cracking?
finally had enough. Conductor
voice
Jeremy
acting
Jenkins had been
narration.
so rude and bossy from the start.
Oh, Hammy.
In fact, he was so angry that he lurched backwards
Mask
and
containers
overheated.
on the flatbed, that's
This
right.
only made him even more
William.
angry. Conductor Jeremy
Oh,
Cameron
and he
You
somehow
have
knows
nothing
his
but
full
rude
name
and
is
bossy
Conductor
to me
Jeremy
since we
Cameron
started this journey, and I do not like it one bit.
Must be
In
made
fact,
copyright
you
play.
made me
Yeah, I
so
wouldn't
angry I'm
recommend
now
reviewing it.
overheated and it's all your
But very
fault.
likely to get copyright.
Now I'm gonna have to radio central control again for some spare
Oh,
parts.
and this is
And we
the
will not
only
be able to
episode in
continue
the
on
whole
this
series
iron We're gonna
where
have to wait
the
quietly
engines
for
actually
the
have
spare
to go
parts to
away.
arrive and this
Never again
landslide to be
raise
cleared.
central control
Okay.
again. So this is the only time central control is ever mentioned in the series. I just hadn't figured out what the railway was like, and what all the characters were like back then, and what kind of episodes I was going to write back then. Was I going to do episodes of adaptations of just Hollow stories of all other
Well, excuse
series
me,
as
but we'd
well?
be
I
even
don't know.
bigger mess if
I had no
tried to
idea.
push the landslide off the
But
tracks.
as you all know,
I would have derailed and we'd be even later.
episodes now with some original content, and
No,
sometimes
you
I
should
do
have listened to
entirely
me.
original
No,
stories too.
you should have listened to me. No.
Sorry,
you should have
Ouija, not
listened to me.
tonight.
As their argument
Okay.
continued, they started to throw insults at each other.
Why did I
Until at last,
emphasize
Peter
the
arrived with
insults?
Colin the maintenance
The
crane.
word insults. Yes, they're all of them around for Pumel. Well, but the
Mr.
vast
Eric
majority
will
of them
also
are
come to
anyway.
see
Bang
what the
bricks,
problem
having pizza
was.
tomorrow night. Excellent, Martin. What makes Bosch so bad? The
What is
animation,
going
then,
on
maybe.
here?
And the characters so
Breakfast?
Oh yeah, right.
Dude,
I
that's
felt
just
that
fine.
reference to the what is going on here.
I'll tell you
Breakfast
what's
fine
going
was
on
necessary.
here. This disobedient entity of yours refused to push this
Oh,
landslide out of the
stuttering
way, and
again.
then he
Oh,
lurched
I
backwards
was
and
reading
overheated. Now we
scripts,
can't
so I
move,
didn't
and it's
even
all
think to
his
do
fault.
another take. Because I was,
No,
because
Mr. Eric,
the
that's
part of the
not
reason I
true.
didn't do another
Conductor
take is because I was
Jeremy's been very
recording
rude and
all.
bossy to me
I
all
was
day.
recording all
And when he
the
asked me to push
voice
this
acting
landslide
in
out of
all
the way, I
one
told him
long
that I might
take
come off the
as
track.
episode
But his reply was,
playing out.
I don't care.
In
And
a,
at that
in a,
point, I had
in
just about
retrospective,
enough
that
of
was a
his rudeness and
terrible
bossy,
idea.
And I got so angry that I unintentionally lurched backwards
That-
and
yes,
overheated.
yes.
And
I'm
that's how
so
we got
glad
into
I
this
changed-
mess and
I
how our
decided
argument
to scrap
started.
that in
And it's not
favour of
my fault, it's his fault.
Voice lines
Jeremy,
recorded
is
through
what
Audacity.
David telling me true? Because I don't know know why.
Because I
but the
don't,
strangest
because,
feeling that
James,
he's telling the truth and
the
you're the
reason we
Pinocchio.
can't have spaghetti is
Me?
that would be too
A
much on
liar?
top of the other dinner, and that's why we can't have spaghetti.
You must
Oh
be
my
correct.
god, my voice
That's all right.
acting
Very kind
is
whatsoever.
killing the
Look at my nose.
microphone.
Is it
Oh.
getting longer? All
Claw
right,
for
fine,
basket,
it
I
isn't.
believe.
But
Yeah, that's
still.
right. Yeah, claw.
No,
Oh.
he's not telling the truth.
Oh, and I misread the script here, which
Don't
is why I
listen to him,
stuttered
Mr. Eric.
here.
He's not telling the truth. No, he's
And
not
somehow I
telling the
thought
truth.
this was acceptable, but it
No,
just isn't.
he's not telling the truth. No, he's not telling the truth. No, he's not telling the
Oh
truth.
yeah, and there was all these childish
That's
arguments
enough,
in the
you
series
two.
as well.
I know very
Everyone
well
was
who
just
the
so
liar is
childish.
here.
All the
It's
characters were just so
Jeremy.
childish in the very earliest episodes. Thank God I made them more mature in later episodes. Oh my God, my voice.
Because David is quite right.
Jesus.
If he had tried to push this landslide out of the tracks,
Oh, I
he
thought
would have
I was
progressed.
proud of
And if
I
he
was
did,
proud
you'd
of this
both
4
be
years ago
an even
today.
bigger mess than you are
What
now.
was I
And the words "I don't care" tell me that you were not listening to David, and that you were being rude and bossy to him. You were the one who made him angry, and you were the one who made him overheat. And on top of this landslide we've got to deal with, now David
and the
will
fact
not be
controller
able to
theme is
deliver his
repeating itself
important
over
freight
and
train
over
on
again. I just
time.
couldn't.
And this is
The
not
production
David's fault,
value in
it's
these
your fault.
episodes
It
is
just goes to show that strictness
awful.
is not the way
Really
forward
long
every
shots
time.
of
You need
really
to
long
apologize to David.
photos holding on like this.
Me? Apologize to this rusty yellow
Oh my God! Why is my voice
happening
cracking?
anytime soon. Jeremy, do it or else you're fired.
Why is it so
Fire
handy?
me? You wouldn't dare. Oh, I would. The only reason I hired
Oh,
you in the
stunner.
first place is because you're my cousin.
Yes, he does. He also has a
What
hook
to do with your
attachment,
cousin,
William.
sir?
Having gammon tonight? Cool. Streams you have
That's
planned?
right,
No,
David.
none at the
Back in
moment,
day, when I was
Summer
only a
Rose.
boy, Jeremy here.
When I was only a boy, that makes him
bossy to
sound
me
so
all the
old. But in
time.
fact,
And
Mr.
as a
Eric
eight-year-old,
in
I
canon is
hated
only in
him.
his
When I
30s.
took over the Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway back in
I don't think he knows
2009,
Kieran. Have you seen the
my
video? No, I
parents
haven't yet,
forced me to hire
James.
him because they kept saying that
I
he was
was
my cousin.
I was 13
But I
when
will
made
fire
this
him if he
episode,
doesn't
Baby
apologize
Bricks.
to you. You know what, Alex?
And I am
You're
so
right.
proud. I am
David,
and I
I'm
was
sorry I
proud
was so
of
rude
this.
and bossy to you. I was wrong.
But
You
the
would
episode
derail
5,
if you
what
tried
should
to
we
push
do with
this
the drunken
landslide off the
engine?
track.
Is the one I'm
Please, can you
personally
forgive
ashamed
me?
of, actually.
Of
Even
course
back then, I
forgive
wasn't
you,
too proud of
Jeremy.
it.
But you really
Oh, more
mean it?
stuttering.
Of course I forgive.
Oh,
do
I
care,
misread a line
David.
there, and I
I've
said,
learned my lesson now. Well, that's all very good, but let's not stand around here any longer.
oh,
We
so it's
have
like
a freight
lucky
train
in
to
that
deliver.
respect, yeah.
Yeah!
Oh,
So
yeah,
that was that.
Hammy Boys
The
like
landslide was
more Hammy
quickly
Boys
cleared,
like
and David was quickly
Oh
repaired.
my goodness.
And as soon as
me,
everything
this
was ready-
cinematography. I don't think he knows Kieran.
They set off once again.
Oh, cool, Martin.
At last, they made it to
Oh,
Guinea
and
Bridge
I started
Junction
again. Oh yeah, this shot has now
Half
been
an hour
reused.
late, but
Was
safely
reused.
in
This is
one
now the very
piece.
first shot of the season 2
And the
intro.
workers quickly and carefully unloaded David's train.
Jeez.
And afterwards, David set off home. He couldn't wait to tell the others all about his day with conductor Jeremy. Speaking of whom,
What a
conductor
difference
Jeremy is
4
now the
years
most
can make.
casual
Quite
conductor
right,
in the
Bane
railway.
Rick. So yeah,
The only
4 years
using
ago.
lining of the words,
Oh,
"You're
it's not
fired,"
even in
to not
focus
be
here.
strict with
Oh, the
David.
camera went just
And
there.
from that day to
I
this,
was proud
he
of
has
this.
never or will never be strict to any engine or colleague ever again.
The episodes get better, guys. I promise. And I couldn't think of any other end credit scene to use, so I just used the SpongeBob end credit scene for most of the season 1 episodes. But I'm a really big fan of the font I used here. I love how comfy the font I used here for the end credits. And I didn't know anything about filmmaking at all, so I just used the basic filmmaking techniques. Oh, I just love. But I'm really pleased with the font I used here. It makes it seem very comfy and like endish and finality and like a final and stuff. Oh, I'll reply to them in a minute. Right, I don't want to waste your time with the credits, guys. So we'll get straight on with the next episode. Yeah, this is going to be a very long stream. You gotta go now, Summer Rose? Oh, that's alright. I'm sure it's something you can help. See you later. games you be doing on PS4 games? Ooh, that's in. It's just a recharge generate, never mind. Uptime Tango was part of the cargo? Yes, it was. Oh, you've seen the intro already, guys, so we'll skip it. Now, this is the first episode but actually based on a Thomas episode. And in retrospective,
summer is a very busy time of year for the Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway.
It's
All the tourists visit the railway from outside the local area each summer. They always want to get the best out of the warm and wonderful weather. Scattered around the railway are several good patches of grass which the local farmers lease out to the local town council's picnic sites for these tourists to have their picnics on. But because there are so many big picnic spots, it means the railway is a very popular destination for all the picnickers using them. This would mean very crowded trains and very unhappy passengers around this time of year if it weren't for a very special passenger train reserved exclusively for these picnickers.
Oh, all the mistakes I made back then. Oh.
Every
I try
year,
my best to.
on every
all
weekend
the
and school
mistakes
holiday
I've
from
mentioned,
around
guys,
early April
I
to the
now
end of
always try my
September,
best
this
to avoid.
special
Oh,
passenger
yeah, this is
train
the
picks
first
up
episode.
its passengers
This is the
at
episode where the
Guinea Bridge
picnic
Junction
flyer is
and
introduced.
takes them all over the
Henry
railway
the
to
helicopter's
Redcliff and
cameo.
back, stopping at the
Oh,
best
not,
picnic
well,
spots
not just
along
yet,
the
but
way.
yeah, Henry the helicopter
Mr.
just
Alex
doesn't
has named this
officially
train
appear until
a
season 2,
picnic
episode 4,
flyer.
as you know, William.
The train is usually
Oh,
double-headed by the
Oh,
railway's
maybe
two
I just
steam
forgot.
locomotives,
Maybe I
Ethan
just
and Sir Callum.
maybe I just
After all, the
quite know what he
passengers do
sounded
like
like, or
a
maybe
nice
I was
ride
referring
behind
to
steam
another
locomotives
character,
every
James.
once in a while, and they would always put
I
a few
used to
long
edit
days
these
when they
with
didn't feel
Windows Movie
well.
Maker, which is a
Note,
terrible,
we
which was a
mustn't
terrible
disappoint our
idea.
passengers,
Now I
is what they would say
although my
every time
editing
one of
did
them were
improve with
ill and
Windows
said
Movie Maker as
they,
time
they
went on. But
and
now I
the fittest
feel I
said
can
they
make. But
couldn't
now
work, they were
with
too ill to
Cyberlink
work.
Power Director, I feel I can make. I feel my editing has improved. Has improved a
Then
lot
they
now.
would go
that
up and pick up
these
their
episodes
passengers
have
at
improved a
Guinea
lot
Bridge
now that
Junction
now I
and
use
take them in their
Cyberlink Power
coaches
Director.
to the
I
best
know-
picnic
I know
spots on the railway.
Season 2, Episode 7, which only just came out, is the first one. I know that's the first one.
When they stopped to drop them off, they would say,
I've edited with
"Please be all
Cyberlink Power
ready when
Director,
we come back
but,
for you, otherwise you might miss your connecting train back home, and
But
that would
still, I
never
feel
do
that
for
my
you."
editing quality has improved by that alone. Oh, there's my sister practicing us singing. Why did I think it was a good idea to shoot this while she was singing? Oh my heavens! But yeah, my editing
One
with
day,
Windows Movie Maker, my
neither of
editing
them
did
felt
improve
very
with
well.
time, but
They were both short of steam, and they
oh,
both
that is
felt rather
obviously
stuffed up.
Ethan's
It
face.
was early
Retrospective
afternoon, and they had both just got back from
No,
one
I-
of their runs, and they were
The
both
reason I
feeling
did that is
very
'cause
exhausted. Their mechanics had been called up to Bromwich to find out what was wrong with them. Good afternoon, Sir Callum and Ethan.
there.
Now then, what seems to be the problem?
Well, the towers from the
Well,
Nome,
Toby,
that's right, William.
neither of us can
Towers
get
of
our
the
breath
helicopter, yeah,
properly.
that's right.
We feel
But
we
we
have
didn't
both
do
been
support.
wheezing
Yes,
like
it
mad
did.
around the railway today, and we both feel rather
You're right.
stuffed up.
Oh yes. So yeah, my editing has improved. And has automatically.
I know what the problem
and
is.
automatically
You both
so
need new
now I
boiler
edit with
tubes.
Cyberlink Power
However,
Director.
there is just one problem with
And even
doing
through
your
Windows
new
Movie Maker,
ones.
and even through Windows Movie Maker,
And
my
what
editing
is
has
that?
improved. But now I think my editing
We
is
can't spare
is
you at present,
miles
of
better than it
course.
was back in the day. Anyway, both my
Well, of
audio
course
and
we
video
can't.
editing.
We mustn't
anyway.
disappoint the passengers. Just try to keep going for now, and we will give you both a new set of boiler tubes once the picnic flyer finishes for the year at the end of September. Toby paused. He looked left,
Oh my
looked right,
god, it's
then he
so...
put his hand up to his mouth.
Oh,
and
this
started to
is the
whisper.
part of the episode.
Keep this
where
within
I
your smoke
tease the
boxes,
arrival of
will you?
Jacob,
But I
and
have
also the
heard rumours
introduction
about a
of
new
Jack.
steam engine. We need one because if you both failed and couldn't pull the picnic flyer, we'd really be in trouble. He
No,
then
I
gave
haven't
both
seen
of
it.
their
But yeah,
smoke
that line
boxes
of
a good
dialogue was
clean.
supposed to
This
tease
helped a
both
little,
Jack
but
and
they
Jacob.
both soon felt poorly again. But nonetheless, they coupled back up
Oh
to
yeah,
the
and I
train
also
and
used
headed
a
off
string
up the
back then. I
railway.
didn't put. I somehow thought that the string would look. I somehow thought the string wouldn't look as. I somehow thought that the string wouldn't look as terrible than if I just pushed it with my hand. But I was wrong, and now I no longer use the string and just use my hand for all the shots. You know, an only boy with a house and noises.
The run went pretty much as smooth as it can possibly be. They had lost only a few minutes on their journey, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, that is right, William. No sound effects and no music, just ominous silence.
When they got back, though, Toby gave their
Oh my
tubes
god, I
another
stopped
good
again.
clean.
Oh,
And their smoke boxes too.
More stuttering.
They had just finished, and so Callum and Ethan were just about to leave
now
for their
much
last
better
run
with
for the day
reading
when
scripts.
Peter rolled in with the freight train. Hello, old timers. Feeling it again? Out of
Oh
breath?
yeah, and this is where I introduced the
Nothing
fact
of
that
the
Peter
sort.
is actually
This is
cheeky. And the
routine
reason Sir Callum has no face is the
Tell you
camera angle
what,
just
you're
couldn't allow
both
me to
getting
put a
old.
face to
Us
put the
diesel
eyes
and
and
electric
mouth
engines
on.
must all agree to take care of you two steamers in case you break down.
Oh, why did I emphasise that? It's because I was running out of breath.
That won't be
Oh
until the
my
day
heavens.
pigs fly.
And
with that, the two steam
the
engines
reason I
left the
said
station on
honk
the
like that,
last
I was
run of
trying
the
to
day.
imitate what Michelangelo said in the episode this is based on. You can't win.
Sir Callum couldn't stay cross for long though. It was a
Oh,
lovely
anyway,
evening.
what do I
Couldn't
want
be
to say?
better, couldn't be better.
I just really hate it, James. I just hate it. Oh, yes, yeah. And I used to have the Flying Police car set from the first Lego movie, but it's pretty much broken up now.
We'll be up in a couple of puffs. But soon, their puffs turned to wheezes. They were hissing and panting in their
Oh, and
bells.
there's beat by the sheep.
It's not so easy, it's not so easy after all. But we'll still manage. At last, they reached the top of the Bexgate flyover. They were both very relieved. They can now coast down the other side again.
I just used whatever. I actually got all my. I still used my scratch account then, so I just used whatever songs I could get from scratch. But now I've started actually recording music through Audacity. The crocodile locomotive will be used as a character in the finale of the series, William.
Whilst anxious passengers waited for news. At last, the news came from down the line. So Callum and Ethan are going to take you back to Guinea Junction, but they might be late. So two other engines are coming to help.
Oh,
Don't
yes.
worry, you'll still
Now
catch your
here's
connection.
now I'm going to give you all some interesting facts about the series that I haven't made public before. So I first planned the series back in 2015.
Peter and Freddie were very pleased to be helping out.
Yeah, I first planned the series back in late 2015 and 2016. And because of this, the first couple of episodes are actually taking place in 2015.
Yes, indeed you have.
Episodes
This is
3
the
to
day.
6 of
This is the
season 1
day.
take place in 2000.
Are you ready?
Take place in 2016, and
Yes, I
11
am.
to 13 take place in 2017. That's the headcanon I came up with anyway. It was a really unfitting soundtrack. You know what? You're right. James says, I just didn't care back then about the music, and I just used whatever music I could. But now I actually try to make the music fitting, especially in the most recent episode.
Got on board Sir Callum and Freddie's train, and they took the shortcut.
With another few more episodes. Oh, shortcut. How is it any quicker? Yet another plot
An
hole.
extra coach was added onto Ethan and Peter's train.
Oh yeah, I have all 4 of these
Fancying me rescuing Ethan. This is the day, this is the day. Poor old engine, poor
And he
old
pressed
engine.
around all my voice
Ethan
apps.
still had plenty of steam left.
So I first planned,
His valves
episodes
sounded
1 and
worse
2
than
take
they
place in
were.
2015 when I
Ian's
first
finals had their own little joke
Episodes
ready.
3 to
They waited until they reached the
Episodes 3
back
to
street
10
section
of
of
season
the
1
line.
take place
Now,
in
exclaimed the
2016.
fireman,
Episodes
and even pulled the train
11
so
to
hard they
13.
raced down the tracks at a ridiculous speed.
Oh
The
my god, how
noise
is this
echoed
even possible?
everywhere.
In real life, this would not be possible. And episodes
When
11
they
to
reached
13
the
take
last
place in
station,
2017.
all the passengers cheered for them.
So anyway,
happened? Asked the
actually,
voice.
there were when I first
They
planned the
don't
series,
usually
some
need both the
characters
steam and
actually
heat.
had different names, but then had their names
Well,
changed
son,
later
Peter
on.
did
Oh
that.
yeah,
Ethan
smoke,
had to
black
help
smoke
him
done
bring
with
back
paint.
up.
Oh my
Ethan
goodness.
chuckled. He and
And I
his
do
driver's
count that as
click had
CGI, by the way. There's
Fiddlesticks!
Oh!
Ethan
Oh my
breathed
God.
alongside him.
Yes. Yes.
Poor old
I do
engine.
count
It's no good,
the digital
Peter.
faces.
I may be outdated, but I'm certainly still
So guys, as I was about to say, hang on, let me read the chat. What's that red thing
Soon
on the
after,
opposite?
Ethan was waiting for Sir Callum at Nufford Airport. Sir
that's
Callum
Peter,
had left with Freddie a
William.
few minutes before Ethan and Peter had arrived.
4 years, that's kind of
They'd taken
scary.
him back to
Yeah,
Redcliffe,
actually, come to think of
him
it,
too.
you're sort
Now
of
he and
right.
Ethan had to take the coaches
Anyway,
back home to Redcliffe
actually,
with them.
here's a few interesting facts, guys.
Hi,
Oh,
Sir Callum.
took the photo
How did it go?
and the coaches are somehow gone.
Oh,
And
you
again,
should have seen the look on Freddy's face when I surprised him with my
I
strength.
didn't even care about the
It
camera
was
angles, like,
hilarious,
on here.
and I heard about your job
Oh, this
too.
production value is awful. Anyway, as I'm about to say,
Yeah,
guys,
it
oh,
was
there it is.
hilarious for me
So
too.
anyway, guys,
We taught those youngsters a jolly good lesson, didn't we?
Yes, and the...
Indeed we did, Ethan. Indeed we did.
Okay, so what I want to
Two
say
steamers
is...
puffed off home with their train.
So there were a few characters that had their names changed prior to the series starting. So Mr. Jenkins, the
They
character
continued
that
to
died
soldier on
before
for the
Mr.
next
Eric
2
took
months
over, he
until
was
the
originally
picnic
going
flyer
to be
train
called
had
Mr.
finished for
Eric.
the year.
And I think
Then
Mr.
they,
Eric was
then they were stored out of service until at last their brand new boiler
Yeah,
tubes
Mr. David
finally
was originally
arrived.
going to be Mr. Eric's name. And
Mr. Eric proudly
yeah,
presented
Mr. Eric
them.
was originally going to be called Mr. David, and the name
Oh
Mr.
dear,
Eric was originally
someone squashed them.
going to be the name taken on by Mr.
Don't
Jenkins.
worry, Sir Callum. These tubes are something very special indeed.
The back
You
of
will
Ethan's
both
tender is
soon
blue.
see.
Oh yes, it's because I ran out of bricks to
At
make.
first, the other engines teased them about making flat boiler
blue.
tubes and called them the Flat Tube
I decided
Brothers.
to make them blue.
But soon,
the front and
but
back
they
of his
soon
tender
proved to be
blue
useless.
anyway.
The new
So
boiler
they-
tubes
it
were
was actually a
specially
safety
manufactured,
thing. So
and
at
they
night
could
when
make
Ethan's
puff
running, it
much
would
easier.
show up better. Yeah,
It
that's
feels
basically
stronger
the
and faster than
in-universe
ever
reason for
before.
why the front and back
Said.
of Ethan's tender are blue.
Even Peter seemed
so other
impressed.
trains can see him better at night,
I
and
can't
people for that
understand
matter.
it. So Callum and Ethan just seem to put
Oh, and
no
this.
effort into it at all.
And
They
Twinkle
seem-
Twinkle
they
Patrick
make
starts
passenger
playing now. The
work
song
look
from
so
the
easy.
end of that SpongeBob season
The
5
engines
was it
don't
season
teach Sir
6
Callum and
song?
Ethan
Well, that
about their
song.
special boiler
Captain
tubes
Scarlet.
now.
Oh, Captain Scarlet's a brilliant show, Martin. Yeah, I love it too. Yeah, I do
They
like it.
wish they were as strong as powerful as them instead.
And the JJ Sins episodes. Oh god. Yes, 7 Deadly Sins. Oh, see you later, Kieran. Oh, here we go. Let's skip the outro and intro. So yeah, guys. So Mr. Eric was originally going to be called Mr. David. And
The white tortoise and the orange hair.
Mr. Jenkins.
Robert, the white intercity
Oh, this
passenger
episode is
train,
focused on
is
Robert
the
and also
fastest
his
locomotive on the Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway. All day long he runs up and down and all over the
and
railway,
Dennis
picking
was
up and
actually
dropping off
originally going to be
passengers at
called
each station.
Phil.
He hardly ever
the
gets
first
tired
episode
out,
was gonna be
even
about-
though he
was
gets
originally
up
going to be about
very
Phil running
early
off the
each
track
morning to go and collect his
And I decided
passengers
to
and
scrap
take them
that
to
because it was
work.
too generic. How do I feel that it was that generic?
Just
It was
what?
generic at the time, but
He's going to
but
get up
but,
really
but that
early to go
episode
and get his
that
passengers.
for that episode I made an adaptation of.
There,
That
you
Robert Stock
see,
episode I made
it's
an
early
adaptation
morning,
of.
and
back-
Robert is
back
getting
then,
up very early to
Anyway,
go
guys,
get
what
his
I'm-
passengers.
What I'm saying now here is actually
See,
improvised,
he
but
never
I
gets
stopped
tired
saying I
out.
shot too much footage. I really didn't care. at
And
the
off he
time.
goes on his first run of the day,
Yeah, all of this was improvised, guys.
and he doesn't get
As
back
I
to
was-
his last
yeah,
run
as I
of the
was
day
about to
until
say,
quite late at night. He
Um,
only gets
the-
about 8 hours of sleep
Yeah,
each
Dennis
night.
was originally going to be called Phil.
But regardless,
Sir
he
Callum
still
was
hardly ever
originally
gets
going to be
frustrated or
called Sir
stressed from his busy
Arthur.
life. Just as long
But
as
I-
he is happy,
but I
he
decided
won't
to
let
change it to
Mr. Eric
Sir
down.
Callum, as I
But
felt
the
that
happiest
Sir
Robert
Arthur,
ever
as
felt
I
in his
didn't
life was
want to
one particular
reference
sunny
Sir
day about
Arthur
1 week
being
after
a
a new
locomotive
locomotive
designer.
arrived on the railway.
And I
At
felt
the time,
that the
Robert
name
thought it would
Callum
replace
wasn't really
him.
associated
One
with the
day,
word
Robert was
Sir.
feeling especially
So that's why I
happy.
chose the name Sir Callum
Suddenly,
to make it
he
sound a
noticed that
little
the
more
points were
unique.
set against him. He had no choice but to stop.
Oh yeah, Blue Notes is a very untitled one. No, I said Phil.
Is none of this going on?
Phil. Oh, here's
Sounds like
here's
you
where
were
the
set
test is
against it on this
introduced.
fine day. Suddenly,
Oh
Robert heard a voice
no!
he never
Why did
heard
I do
before
the
in his
horn
life.
sound effects for all? Why on earth did I do all the horn
Then
sound
the
effects
rails
for the
began to
trains
rumble
back
as a
then?
strong
That was
wind
me.
began to
That's
pick
my
up.
terrible
Then
impression of the
Robert heard a
TGV
faint
sound
fast
effect.
crack,
Of the
almost as
TGV
if something
horn.
was coming
Oh
towards him.
my
It
goodness!
got
Why
louder
did
and
I?
louder and
Why did
louder.
I
And
even
then,
attempt
all
to
of
do
a
all of
sudden,
this sound effects
a streak
myself?
of orange shot right past
Oh,
his
the volume.
eyes.
No, I said Phil.
It rattled
car
round the
for
next
ride,
bend and
yellow for ride,
disappeared.
458.
And then
Bane
everything
bricks.
went quiet again.
This is the voice of the Mr. Hans.
Twinkle, twinkle, Patrick Star. Bother review for episode 9. Will you be
Robert
saying
soon
damn it
found
Scarecrow
out.
whenever
Later
Spud
on,
messes
when he
up?
pulled into
My little
Redcliff
pony fan.
Station, he saw what had caused the orange
yeah,
streak
Mr.
standing in the
Eric was originally
bypass loop
called-
of the station.
Mr. David.
He stopped in the platforms, dropped
name
his
Mr. Eric
passengers,
was originally
and went
going
over
to
to
be-
see what it was.
It was originally going to be for Duncan, for Mr. Jenkins.
Who are you?
Dennis was
Glad you
originally going to be
asked,
called
Robert,
Phil, and
said
so
a familiar
Carol was originally
voice.
going to be called
It was
Arthur.
Mr. Eric. Robert, this is
And I believe
Vitas. He is a
David
high-speed
was
passenger
originally gonna
train,
be
just
called
like
Dennis.
you, and he has come all the way over from France for trials.
Oh, that's me
If those
stuttering
trials
on
are
France.
successful,
Oh,
then he will
Jesus.
be here to
This
stay
stuttering.
permanently.
Oh,
He will
why
be
did I
starting
emphasize the
a very
permanently when I
non-stop
said
high-speed
that?
passenger service between Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Junction.
All this
I'm
voice
sure he'll be very
acting.
reliable and will be here to please all of our
Terrible
passengers.
stuff.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going back into my office to do some
More
paperwork.
stuttering.
See you later, Robert.
No.
And with that, Mr. Eric disappeared
Yeah,
into his office to
the
do his
reason
very
Vitas-
important paperwork.
The name Vitas is
So,
actually
you're
French
the
for the
one
word
known as
speed.
Robert, eh?
I just thought I'd call
Indeed I am.
Vitas whatever the
You
French
must be
word
the
for
one
speed
known as
was. It
Vitas.
turned out to be Vitas, so I thought,
So
screw
far,
it,
I
I'll
am
just call
licking
him
it here.
Vitas.
But if you and your friends better not ruin it for me. whilst I'm
S-I-G,
here,
F-A-V. Yeah.
Okay, but equally,
Anyone
you
else
better
gonna-
not steal
anyone
my
else gonna type
passengers
this
and my
down?
reputation on this railway, and you better not replace me either. Ugh, fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off on my next test one. Au revoir, Robbie boy.
Robbie boy. Oh no, reuse the shot.
Arrogant
If you look
show-off.
closer, you can still see Vitas now. I
Later
thought I
that
could get away
night in
because
the
of how
local
little
yard,
orange was
all of
showing.
the other engines
You
had
actually
seen
see
Vitas
pressing
travelling
the
faster around the
stop
railway,
button.
and were
Why
very
did I
impressed
not
by
think
its
to
high-speed
edit out
technology.
the
You're incredible. You're very fast and modern.
button?
I
And
know. You look like
every
you'll
time
be
I
capable
press
of
the
speeds
I
up to
stop
something like
recording.
200 miles
Why
an
did I
hour.
not think to do that back then? I do nowadays.
200 on this railway?
Oh,
You don't
more
know
voice
what
cracking.
to
And
do
this,
to try
what's
that.
about to happen in this episode, guys?
Isn't there
is
some
something I
high-speed rail
cringe
project
at.
that's happening right
Every
here in the
time I
UK
think
that's
of
going
this
to enable
episode,
speeds of up to
I
200
just
miles an
absolutely
hour possible?
cringe when I think of this moment.
Oh no. Don't.
Hang on, I'm going to pause it while I read the chat. Say, damn it, Scarecrow, blah, 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 cool. Orange Streaks by Vitas. The high-speed train is too fast for the naked eye. Well, yes, that's what I was going for, but you could clearly see that he was a high-speed train back then. But to Robert, he just looked like an orange streak. But he shoot back to my favourite Tugs character. Somewhat understandable, James. Such a shame off Thunderbirds. Yeah, it's only not available. It's only blocked in the UK and Channel Islands, though. That's why I haven't deleted it. People from America, Canada, Australia, and other countries can still watch it, Martin. Stepney and the Coastline.
Even bring that up.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes,
my
there
hammy
is.
voice acting, and now it's going to
Oh
be
no.
awful.
Now I see
What's about to happen
directly
is
where
just
this is
awful,
heading.
guys.
It's a little thing I
Forced
like
reference
to
to
call
HS2, this is, or somewhat
H
forced.
S. If you say
Oh
one
yes,
more word, I swear to God, I'm going to
joke
scream
here was
so loud
loosely
it's going to
inspired
make your
by a
fuel
joke
tanks.
Major Andin redubs, who was
Dude.
big at the time, did in his Thomas and the Trucks redub. And now... that scream! Oh, jeez!
We are very sorry, but
This
Train Lover 16
forced humour
Studios is
this
currently
Why
experiencing
did I even
technical
think 2016 was a
difficulties.
good idea?
We do not
And
know
that
how
technical,
long it's going
technical
to take
difficulty
to
message
repair
I actually
these,
recorded
but please be
separately.
patient as it might take a while. Thank you for your cooperation.
And that's me whispering to say I'm recording. I could have easily taken that out, and I did consider taking that out,
You
but
just
I...
had to
but the
take this
reason I didn't take it
conversation
out
to
is
the
because,
next level,
again, I thought it
didn't
would
you?
add to the
Why
comedy.
even reference
The
that
reason that's me
pointless
saying
and
yes, go
overexpensive
away is I'm
project
tired
after all?
calling if I was alright, but...
Oh,
my
I
God,
mentioned
in
it
that-
deliberately,
In
just to annoy
retrospective,
you.
leaving
Well, don't ever
leaving
do
that
it
in
again.
was not
It's
a
a
good
horrible
idea. I
idea.
should have just cut that part out
Oh, yeah? Well, I
before
think it's an
uploading,
amazing
processing and uploading this.
You take that back
Oh
right
no,
now.
childish hammy
Never.
voice acting.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's not even a word. Hey,
Oh,
you two,
say
can you
that
please quit your
word.
shenanigans? That topic is not important right now.
Oh,
We're talking
the
about
characters
Vitas.
are just
He's going to
so
steal my
nice.
passengers. I just know it. No, I won't. I'm just here to start a
Oh my
very
god, that's
important
me not
non-stop
quite getting in my
passenger
voice
service.
acting.
Yeah,
I could have
and you'll
easily
be stealing
redone
my
that tape, but
passengers
as you
in
know,
the process.
guys,
I will
I
then
was
be
recording
sent
all
away
this in
from
all
here
one long
scrapped.
take, and it was just...
No,
Oh
you
my
won't.
god. The
Yes, I
eyes, they're
will.
so big, I
No,
didn't
you
even
won't.
try to make them
Yes,
fit
I
their
will.
windshield.
No, you won't. Yes, I will. Quiet, please, quiet.
Yeah, it is a shame,
Thank
Martin.
you. Now, I have come down here tonight to make a very exciting announcement. Douglas Pump, the famous billionaire, and his wife are coming to our railway on a very important visit.
Yes, you just said you would,
for
my
a
love,
very
honey
special
parrot.
train to take them for a trip around the railway. And I think
Douglas Pump. Yeah, Donald
Trump
Trump was still president at the time, and so I thought, I'm going to do a parody of Donald Trump, and I named the billionaire who visits Douglas Pump. What on earth was I thinking when I came up with that? And I wouldn't
the
have
only reason Mr. Rank was chosen
I
you
wouldn't
is
have
because
come up
he
with
thinks
that
you're
if
10 times
I
better
wouldn't
than
come up.
me.
I wouldn't have named the billionaire
Of course he
Douglas
does.
Pump if Donald Trump
Even
wasn't,
if I do
wasn't
steal
still,
your
wasn't
passengers, I'll
president
steal
of the
you
US at
far
the
more
time this
than you
episode
will
came
ever
out.
be. No, I won't. Yes, you will.
Oh, more
No, I
more
won't.
arguing, more
Yes, you
childish arguing.
No, I
Why? Why was this a thing in the
Okay,
earliest
that's enough, you
episode?
two. I know just how
I
to
said
settle
about
your
the
argument. Now, I don't usually
Oh
agree with
yes,
this sort of thing on this railway,
William,
but I
yes,
think it's
William,
our
oh yeah,
emotion.
I remember,
I
yeah.
think the only way
How
to
did I
settle
not?
your argument
How
is
did I
if you
not
both have
get
a
it back
race.
before William? Jazz and the ghost light. They set up a race.
Racer? A race?
Oh, hammy voice, cracky voice
Yes,
acting
Robert,
again.
a race. 4
That
o'clock
was the
tomorrow
thing
at
these
Redcliff
early episodes
Station.
were known
The
for,
winner
the
will receive
hammy
a brand new
voice
coat of
cracky
paint. Get
voice
prepared and be
acting
there.
and
Now get some sleep, you
narration.
two. It's going to be a very busy day for
And
both of you
really
tomorrow.
unnecessarily
Good night now.
loud
I'm
as
off
well.
home.
The volume of
Bring it on, loser!
the eyes.
The next day at around 3:30 p.m., the very important passengers arrived.
What?
Mr. Eric greeted them warmly by the hand and told them a little bit about the railway. Shortly afterwards, Vites
Joe
cruised
Biden.
slowly into the platform and stopped
Yes.
to welcome them too.
Yeah, Donald came up with the name. I'm sure the seal type. Oh yeah. This
Then
is
very
the I mean
passengers
Tubbs.
got on board. They had their own personal bar attendant too, to give them
Oh,
the
it's
drink
that
they
YouTube
wanted.
food can.
Isn't this exciting, Douglas?
a
race on a train with another train? I know, my dear, it really is exciting. Then arrived
YouTube
the
food
start of
voice
the race.
song, YTP. Can song. I don't even.
Good
know.
afternoon,
I don't even
Vites.
know
You
anymore.
ready to lose? Ha! In your dreams, Slowcoach. Back in France, I was the fastest train of my type, capable of speeds of up to... Okay, I get it. But I'm still going to win. All right, Robert and Vites.
Anyone?
The race is about to begin.
Anyone gonna
But
chat, or are
first,
you just
let me
waiting
explain
for
a few
the
rules.
for the
There'll
slow
be
mo
no
clock to
cutting, no
time out?
cheating, no blocking
You going
the
out on
line,
dinner
and
now?
no pushing or
All
shoving.
right, Martin.
Well, that's
See you
all
later.
for
I
me
hope you
for
come
now.
back
May
after
the
your
best
dinner,
engine
Martin.
win. Good luck, Vites. You're going to need it.
But I have been considering
Just to
doing
let you know, I am
episode
not
at some
going to
point,
lose today.
and I'm actually thinking of buying
Well, we will soon find that out, won't we?
similar to the fog effects done by the model series team. Oh, why on earth did I use that evil laughing for Roberts?
Ready?
So cringe. So unnecessary.
Set.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I am thinking of
And
doing.
Vites
of getting
pulled away so quickly, Roll was left with dust in his eyes.
So I know that's what
I'm all covered in Vites' dust, and now he's left me
Sonic the
far
Hedgehog
behind.
was a railway
I have to catch up to him.
Gordon was a railway,
And Robert
actually,
pulled out to
which
the
is partly
station
why I
as
put in
quickly as he
Gordon's theme
could.
here.
I've won already. Vites sped out
Oh,
onto the
Gordon's
main
theme
line
is
and
actually
disappeared
brilliant.
into the distance. Robert
I
was
think this
fast
is the
approaching
first time I
backstage
actually put in
flyover.
music that made
He
sense for
pulled
this
his heavy
scene.
coaches slowly
Gordon's
but
theme.
surely up the hill.
Oh,
His wheels
stuttering
were slipping
again.
furiously,
What?
but at last he reached the top.
It's the Super Engine Bros Super Show. Da 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 da. To Willie Engine Brothers.
Vites in the distance
And
tried as hard as
what's
he
our
could to catch
game?
up with him.
Any ideas, William? What is
Vites
the
had to stop at
what is the
Cambridge
Super
Junction.
Engine Brothers game, William?
Douglas and Helen wanted to buy some tea and cakes from the station cafe.
Yeah, I sort of see
Robert
that.
was sitting
He's,
in view
but
of
I,
the
but
station.
despite that, I do
Hurry
prefer
up,
Zoran's
Slowcoach.
voice
You
in
can't have you
the
finishing
original
too far behind me.
in Tugs rather than Salty
But
Lighthouse
some of the
games.
passengers had
I
heard
do
about the race
prefer
and they
it.
all cheered for Robert. This made him feel very happy and confident, and so he accelerated away down the line. But then, Douglas and Helen finished their tea and got back on board.
Oh yeah, this This episode was actually not entirely. There's some original material here as well, but partly based on the episode Edward the Great. The Season 8 episode. I do have a soft spot for the hit here in general. You just saw my hand again. I was not carrying at all. Welcome back, Kieran.
Later on, Vites had to stop again. Douglas and Helen wanted to take some photographs of the countryside.
Oh, I had a little bit of a cold then, which is why I sniffed then. Why did I not edit that sniff out? Oh, this narration. And here you can hear me faintly speaking in French. Me stopping and... What I was saying here was I'm going to stop and have 40 winks. That's what Vites was saying.
Meanwhile,
and it was quite...
Robert was passing
oh my...
the junction
Why am
just
I
west of
emphasising this half-whispering narration?
Later on, Douglas and Helen had just finished taking photos and were back on board. Vites, this is your conductor speaking. It's time to be off again. Let's go.
If Buzz is in trouble, you can call us on the double, hanging with the engine, you'll be hooked on the brothers. Oh, dun 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 dun. Oh, it's straining my voice, so I better not.
But still, nothing happened. Vites, please wake up. It's time to go now.
Oh yeah, so this is the this is the
he was worried Robert was going to win, so he took off with what seemed like the speed of sound. When he got back to Redcliff,
cliche tortoise and hare episode, hence the name of this episode, White Tortoise.
Robert was already there and everyone was cheering for him.
Yes, the stream will be 3.5 hours, Kieran. We're about 45 minutes in. Hang on, I'll check the time.
What took you so long, slow coach? I thought you were one of the fastest trains in the world.
Yeah, so we're an hour in at the moment.
Embarrassment and anger of it all. That night in the loco yard.
Remember the canoe was the quiz Newton's name? Yes, I do remember that.
Congratulations, Robert. You really are a real credit to our railway. Agreed.
Oh yeah, yes, nice. Oh yeah, and it's reused shots of earlier in the episode. Again, what was I thinking? And now a horn and whistle chorus that's gonna be torture on your ears. Oh. I still like having these theme song parodies. Yeah, I see you do, Kieran. Oh my god, this is ear torture. Why? Why did I think that doing the horn and whistle was a good idea? We're on episode 3 of 13 now, Summer Rose. We're about to go on to episode 4 of 13.
So for that, Robert, you have definitely won your new coat of paint.
Yeah, the prize is a new coat of paint. Yeah, that's the prize. Thursday. Of course, my time's VHS review, of course, Kieran. You knew that.
Indeed.
Why should I emphasise the indeed? That's another trope. And more horn and whistle choruses, stupidity. Oh, and I was even doing a slight parody of the Star Wars theme here. Oh my.
Vites was proper sulky in his siding that night. He didn't stop complaining about his loss until deep into the next day. Will Vites'
cliffhanger style serial. My ears are bleeding.
I'm
I'm sorry, William. I apologise on 2018 me's behalf, William. Right, here we go. Next episode, Vites and Brian. This one is slightly better than the previous one, in my opinion.
Vites and Brian.
In terms of both production quality and...
The trials on Vites went without a hitch, and when the half-term holidays came, the new
Postman Pat /
his value. As previously
stated,
he was a lot faster than the others, and people even came to the railway on purpose to see him. They were all very impressed by his speed and praised him a lot.
By his speed? Oh, I was stuttering.
This went straight to his turbine, and
Train number 16 of the Ghost Flight.
And the other engines did not like this at all. But nonetheless, Vites continued to provide his non-stop passenger service all over the Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway. But
you can actually see it down there.
Find out why being
and back then, I had a thing about making the railway seem longer than it really was. Oh, and there's my knee again.
He was wearing his new coat of paint that he had won off.
Nowadays, I deliberately angle the cameras in way to hide all the stations and things to make the railway seem longer than it was.
But
Brian's introduction. Yep, this is Brian's introduction
episode. To change the point, so let me out my siding so I can go and collect my passengers. What on earth is he doing?
It's Brian and Emma.
He's
We're not
probably still
reacting
at
to any
home.
of the season 2
In
episodes. We're only
bed,
reacting to the
sleeping.
watching through the season 1 episode.
What? Sleeping? But that means I'll be
More
late.
Tabby
The
voice
passengers are waiting, and if I'm
acting.
not there in 10 minutes, they will get very cross and call us a bad railway. Then they will just have to take the bus, and I will have no passengers today.
Interesting.
Rubbish.
It's still early, you know,
It might be an
Robert.
episode 2 I'll
You
watch
just want to
tomorrow.
show
What?
off
An
today.
episode,
No,
what,
I don't.
what?
Shut up, Robert. No one
Voice
cares.
acting.
I'm still mad at you for
What's
winning the
it
race the way
called?
I should have been.
Oh yeah,
winning.
outdated but reliable.
Well,
yeah.
too bad.
Yeah, you
So
can
sad.
definitely
You
watch
lost, and I won the new coat of paint. And there is
outdated but
nothing you
tomorrow,
can do
but,
to change
but
that.
reliable
Just accept
tomorrow's
that
on the
now, and I
road.
promise you, we will all be happy for the rest of our currently miserable lives. And careful
Oh,
too.
more stuttering, miserable
No,
lives.
I mean,
Why
you look something and you
did
can't
I
make me.
even write this? Again,
Fine,
and also,
don't accept
yeah,
it.
that's something I
That
should
means
also
a lot
mention.
of
Some of the
hours
jokes
and
and the
miserable
writing
forever, thanks to
and the
you.
dialogue I've written down, I also
Will
regret
you
doing.
just
So I'm a
be
lot more
quiet
careful
now?
when I'm writing these days,
No,
especially
you
now
be
that I'm
quiet.
planning
No,
on becoming a
you be
novelist
quiet.
myself now. as well
No,
as
you be
a
quiet.
writer.
No, you be quiet.
More childish.
No, you be quiet.
arguing.
Just then, they heard a slow clickety-clack and a
Oh,
small
there's
yellow
the string
diesel
again.
shunter
Why don't I
rolled
think
into the
I'm
loco yard.
professional?
None of the
Really
locomotives
professional,
have
I
ever
just
seen him
pushed
before.
Brian in.
The diesel shunter stopped, the door
There,
opened,
yeah,
and
there's
out
there's
stepped
Brian.
Mr. Eric.
Why
Good
not?
morning, everyone. Now, I bet you're wondering who this is. Well, I will tell you all now. This is Brian. He is a shunting engine who has come to our railway to do emergency shunting and standby
I
work.
don't even
He
know
used to work in a chocolate factory near Bristol, helping out on the production line and taking short trains
Oh,
of
yes,
chocolate down
this
from
is
the
also
factory to the nearby
Brian's
mainland
backstory.
junction. When the chocolate
character
factory
is positive,
where the
but
chocolate was
literally no
transferred
reason.
to be shipped
There was no reason.
all over the
None of the
country.
other characters'
But a few
backstories
years
were
ago, the
exposited
chocolate
in these
factory closed
episodes,
down due to health
except,
code violations within the
except for a
factory
few mentions
buildings.
of their
The
backstory.
factory was
But
fenced
why
off for
on earth did I
demolition,
feel
and
the
Brian
need
was
to
placed at the
explain
very back of the
Brian's
demolition site and
backstory
left to
here?
rust away.
It's so
Or so
unnatural
we
and
thought.
so
Our
clunky
railway has been in
forced.
need of a shunting engine for a while now,
Jesus,
and I went
man.
looking for one, and I found Brian at the former chocolate factory site. And so I purchased him off the chocolate
Worst episode of
company,
thing I
and
haven't
he was
actually
sent
seen
off
any
to
episode of thing,
Southampton
so
for
no idea.
restoration.
Oh,
He was only just
the
to the
fact
railway
control is
earlier this morning, and here he is now.
That's another thing I
He is
have
not. He does not yet know his way around the railway, so
Maybe
please
the
be
back
nice to him
control
and make him
scene
feel
whenever
welcome.
Mr.
I will now leave him here so you can
Oh.
chat to him all and get to
I-
know you. See you
Later on
later,
in the series, I
everyone.
started using different variants of the fact
Hi
controller
everyone.
theme to try
Can't
and
wait
mix
to
it up a
start
bit.
work
I'm
here.
so glad
I'm
I
sure
decided to
you're
do
all
that.
very friendly and will make me feel welcome here.
Message rejected. I wonder what I said. Oh,
Gee,
again,
I'm
Brian.
suspicious about you.
Brian's having voice acting,
Oh,
making him feel
and why is
welcome.
that?
Who's like, who
Just a little
says,
worried
I
about
hope you
you."
all make me feel welcome
Well,
whenever
it's
they
nice that
arrive
you are
somewhere
concerned
new?
about me, but you
It's
have
so-
nothing to worry
You
about.
kind of
I'm
expect them
fine.
to do
Now,
that
if you
without
will excuse
saying
me,
it. So
I have to go and start work now.
Why did I
See
even
you
put
all
that piece of
later.
dialogue there? God, the writing and the dialogue was
That's
just
not
so
what I meant when I
unnatural, and the
said that.
jokes as well.
Brian was soon
Oh,
got through his paces.
and this is kind
He
of-
surprised all
and
the
this-
other
and
engines
this-
with
and
his
this
strength,
sort of
and he was
being
very
kind of-
reliable and friendly.
kind of
Now
welcome.
the other engines
With it
didn't have
being
to
the
go
day
and
of the
fetch
Diesel's
their
theme.
coaches and wagons. They could just turn up at the station and find them there, or they could just wait in
Why
the
is
rolling
that?
stock
And
yard
some
for them.
rows. Believe
Now
Brian isn't.
enjoy the rest of this montage of.
Oh
Brian's
yeah, and I
the
ran out of
Brian
stuff to
shunting work.
say, so I improvised that line. Enjoy the rest of the montage. I improvised that line. Actually, Brian isn't an OH shunter. He's in my headcanon. He's actually some sort of planet shunter because he doesn't have connecting rods in my headcanon. So I think he's some sort of planet shunter in my headcanon. That's what I think. That's what I've decided, that he's some sort of planet shunter. That dare to review it? Not really, James. Shunting coaches with freight. No idea why. That red and yellow, and red, yellow, and white coach there, I later rebuilt into that much more natural looking solid yellow coach, and said yellow coach is based on a design of the Durango and Silverton Railroad. That coach there. Oh, there's my hand again. Oh, my goodness me. Oh yeah, that is pretty naughty. Yeah, that's understandable in that case, Summer Rose. Mixed traffic train. Oh,
Everyone
there's the
was
camera
very happy with
again.
Brian,
Oh
and they
my
welcomed
god,
him
like
thoroughly.
the cinematography and editing back then. Why? I just didn't care. But once again, guys, you have to remember that I had no plans to become a
everyone
filmmaker
that
back
is,
then. That's
except
why,
for
which is
Vitas.
part of the reason I didn't care as much.
Vitas
Oh,
did
there's
not
I
like
should have
Brian
again.
at
Oh,
all.
why did I not
Brian,
edit out
why
all
are
the
you
camera
stealing my
shakes
prime
back in
and
the
thing?
day?
Hey, that's
Oh.
not fair. I've just done no such thing
Oh
to
my
any other
god,
engine in
my
my life. So why am I now all of a
voice
sudden doing it to you?
acting.
Because I once had attention
Will
and
it
respect for the
stop?
other engines on this railway.
I don't even
Then you
remember the
arrived and took
episode
it
where
all
I
away from
stopped
me.
that hammy voice, cracky voice acting.
No,
Well, I
did
think
not.
when
the
I
other engines like me because
well,
I'm
I must have
very
stopped when I
useful,
stopped
so
getting
are
through
they.
puberty.
You can be really
Really,
useful too, you know. Any engine can if they believe in themselves.
if they believe in themselves,
I
why
need
the hell
this
did I
thing.
use this high voice?
I wasn't suggesting that
What
you
the
weren't. Of course you were.
Yes, I
Now,
did,
if you'll
James, and
excuse me, I'll be on
again,
my
it was
way.
a song
And
I
have
just
to
put in
thank
for
you
no
so
reason,
that
but in
you will
retrospect,
ever
it kind of
see you
suited
later,
me.
squirt.
Squirt!
Oh,
Oh
you
my
don't have
god,
to be so rude
Vitas
about
is
it.
still there again.
I
I
will
thought
not.
as Vitas was barely visible, I could get away with it, but no. Just
Vitas was
awful.
in a
Oh,
bad mood.
and
He
once
took his
again,
passengers down the track.
and
He
here's
sped
the
along
Hawaii
and
5
soon reached
theme song
English
again that I
Junction.
used at the start of episode 1.
When he arrived, he saw Peter in platform.
And if you
2.
heard, guys, I
He
actually
needed to
stuttered
have
because
a
I lost my
long
train of
and
thought and I
hard talk
lost
with
the fact
Vitas.
because I think I was watching the timeline on Movie Maker playthrough rather than reading the script, which is
Vitas,
why
heard
I
all
suddenly
about
stuttered
your
and
little
started
chat with
speaking really
Brian.
fast.
Why do you have to be so mean and rude to him?
It's ending after season
I
2.
was not
Well,
being mean
yeah,
and rude to him.
yeah,
He's
I-
stealing my pride and fame on this railway. Yeah,
The
that's
smallest
because
one I
he's a
made,
engine
yes.
and we all love and
A lot of
respect
these
him.
engines are a
Maybe you should
combination
learn to
of
love and respect him too.
of
Well, how about
of
instead of
actual
listening to
models
you, why
that
you the
Lego
exact
made
opposite of
themselves,
what you just said?
modified Lego models, and fully custom models. Those are all the engines I've
Just
made.
then, Vitas's conductor blew his whistle
Those are all
and
the
Vitas
engines.
thought he better get away from Peter. Blah, 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 yes, I don't want to hear
And
it.
it goes
Now,
like,
excuse
alright.
me, I have to go
Yeah,
now.
the
Goodbye.
smallest of the ones I made.
Honestly, that Vitas...
Why did I emphasize that?
As
And
Vitas continued to
there's
speed
the
down the
reflection
track,
of my
he
camera
completely
again. Oh,
forgot about
Jesus
what Brian and
Christ,
Peter
so
said.
stupid. Yeah, and
Soon
it was
he
actually
began
slightly
to
bigger
climb the
despite also
Backsgate
being a
Viaduct.
shunter.
His train was very full that day, so it was heavier than normal, and therefore it was very hard work for Vitas to pull his coaches up the hill. But soon he reached the
Stuttering
top.
again.
Heavy freight
Harry,
trains
but like
usually halt here to pin down
yeah, it
their
is a
brakes.
shame that it's ending
Vitas had
Summer
been
Road,
told
but
this
as
soon
you
after
know, the
arriving
reason
on the
it's
railway and
ending
should have
is
remembered
because
this.
A, I want to move on to more professional stuff, such as my
Wait,
TV shows
Vitas,
and
wait,
films.
said the conductor through the
And
radio.
my novels,
But Vitas
of course.
didn't hear.
The
He
main
was
reason
too
I want to
busy
end
thinking
Redcliff
about
Railway
what he
Tales
would
is
say
so I
to
can
Brian
focus on
when they
developing
next
Raptor
met.
Dogs for TV.
Too late, he
That's
saw
yeah,
where
that's,
he was
that's
and
basically
tried to
the main
stop,
reason
but he
I'm
was
ending
already on the
Redcliff Railway
downhill
Tales,
slope.
so I can focus on developing Raptor Dogs.
At this
Because of
point,
Redcliff Railway
Vitas
Tales, I
said a
can't really
French
focus on
word,
Raptor Dogs
which
at the
is
moment.
translated
And
into
also, another
English,
reason Redcliff
would
Railway
turn out
Tales
to
is
be
ending
rather
is
inappropriate.
because
The French word Vitas
another reason
said should be
Redcliff Railway
left
Tales
to the
is ending
viewer's
is
imagination.
because,
Vitas was
oh,
pushing
by the
all
way,
of his
this is the
strength
first
into the
time
weight
there's a
of the
runaway and a
coaches,
crash
but it was
in the
no
series.
use. They pushed him right down the hill. The
Oh, it's
the
an
conductor
8-bit
tightened
rendition
the
of the
air brakes on the
Runaway
coaches
as well.
to try and help Vitas slow down. Vitas was putting
yeah,
every
the teeth
ounce
as
of
well.
strength and power he had
Yeah.
against the coaches.
Oh, there's my feet as well.
Together, Vitas and
Thomas, yeah,
the
I'm
conductor managed to slow
I'm
the
excited
train
for it
down.
to review it Summer Roads. So yeah, another reason I'm ending
it wasn't
Redcliff Railway
enough to
Tales is
avoid
because it's just
disaster.
so much effort to make compared to my other series. Which
Because
yeah,
up
my
ahead was the
gameplay videos
abandoned
get about
Raven
as many
City
views
freight
as
depot,
Redcliff Railway
which lay on a
Tales,
sharp curve
while
at some points. Vitas shut his eyes and waited for the inevitable
while
to happen.
my VHS reviews get like 25,000, almost 30,000 views.
Everything is in
Oh
slow
my god,
motion.
I ran out of stuff to say again, so I'm improvised slow
Vitas
motion
is
for
about
effective
to
comedy.
cry.
Again, no idea why.
He's coming now. He's gonna crash.
Why duration?
Watch it, buddy.
Yeah, my voice. Oh, hello. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a bot there?
That's gotta hurt.
Favorite video by Nostalgia Room? Well, one of my favorites is Slob's Apple's favorite.
No.
Sam, what's come on the screen?
It's gotta hurt.
William
Kind of
Icarus,
fun.
that guy. Oh, Christ. Ben Anderson. Oh, yeah,
Luckily,
I
no one
would
was
sort of
hurt.
have to agree with you, especially
VTS's
Family
rescue
Guy, Bane
coaches
Bricks,
and
even though
guards
I've never
van
seen
managed to stay on the
Futurama.
rails and the conductor braked them to a stop. But it was still quite a mess.
Behind some
VTS
Simpsons.
lay
Yeah,
miserable
that's
on his
alright
side.
with James.
Why didn't
Oh
you
my
listen to
god,
Brian and
more
Peter?
happy voice
Why?
acting.
I tried to warn him, but all he did was accuse
You
me
still
of
here,
doing something
William?
I
You haven't
hadn't done,
chatted in a
and he
while.
was very rude to me. I think we should just leave him there and scrap him on the spot to teach him a lesson. Brian had been asked to rescue VTS with Colin for the maintenance crane,
More
but he was still mad at
stuttering.
VTS for being
So yeah, main
rude.
reasons I'm
Therefore, he was
Railway
refusing
Tales
to
are
move.
it's too much effort to make and
Come on, Brian.
it's too much effort to
We use a
make
rescue VTS
in
anyway.
comparison to my
You
other
may have
series,
been
which
rude,
get
but
just
that
as
doesn't
many
mean we should scrap
or more views in the case of my VHS
No,
reviews.
Mr.
And the other reason I'm
I'm
ending
sorry
it
to
is so I can
disoblige,
focus on
but
developing
VTS should stay there to
and
get what he
producing it for
deserves.
TV.
I'm ashamed of you, Brian. Think of the passengers. How are they
Freddie
gonna
is
get home
also
if someone
quite
doesn't
cheeky,
help
but he
them?
can be serious
Oh dear.
and straight when he
I forgot now.
when he needs to be.
I'm sorry once again, Mr.
So you
Eric.
still here,
Freddie
William?
is
You
quite
haven't
right.
chatted
We
for a
must
while.
help the passengers.
You like
And
The Simpsons,
Brian
but you like Family
roared
Guy
into
and
life.
American Dad? Yeah, I prefer Family Guy as well. Oh, why on earth did I put the Road song from SpongeBob in here? There was no reason for me to do this.
Meanwhile, VTS was still lying there on his side.
So yeah, this is mostly an
He's
original
getting
story,
very
but the
ashamed. He couldn't speak down
ending
the
is
tracks
taken
now.
from...
Oh
But
dear.
the ending
Everyone
and
is now
beginning
going
are
to mock me
taken
at how silly
from
I've been today.
Bulldog
At last, Brian arrived on the scene
and Rock and Roll.
and pushed the unhurt coaches out of the way, as well as Colin.
No idea, Summer Rose. I guess Fine and Sam
He
VHS's
separated
videos
them
about
on
Fine and
different
Sam
tracks,
VHS's
then he
are
took
that
the coaches
popular.
up to the passengers to take them back to Redcliff.
Why on earth did I put this song in? Oh, I didn't even make any effort to edit out my hands back then. I would never allow my hands to be shown in season 2
He worked
episode.
very hard with this,
Why did I emphasize that line?
but at last he reached Redcliff and the passengers got off.
Yes, I do, Bane Bricks. I made a community post this morning about, Oh yeah, and there's also the
Then
audio
he
from
shunted the empty
from
coaches into
the end of
VTS's
the Road
siding
Song video that this was taken from. Again, I just used whatever
and
music I
went
could
back
get
to
from
VTS.
scratch back then.
Colin soon lifted the derailed coaches back onto the rails.
But yes, I do think
Then,
that this music
rolling
here
and
is
straining like
the breakdown
mad,
train theme is.
he managed to
suited
lift
this episode.
VTS back onto the rails.
William must have gone. He hasn't chatted for a bit. I don't think I will, Summer Rose. And if I do, I'll edit that part of the stream out. So yeah, this morning, guys, I made a community post asking you whether you think the redesigns of the YouTube app make it uglier, and yes, I do. Yes, I do think the YouTube app looks much uglier these days, especially with these most recent updates. I just hate the new
Brian
font
coupled
of the
him back
YouTube
up to
app.
the
It's
coaches
just,
and they all
it's
set
just,
off
why is
home.
it so bold and thick? I'm not a fan of it. Why doesn't YouTube think of it? Oh yeah, I felt that the ending of Edward's theme being used in this episode was a nice way to end it. And that guy is still typing on his
Brian then
computer
pushed
as
VTS back into his side
as
with
if-
the other two coaches.
if
and
as if
left him.
Vitas destroying his office was no big deal. Yeah, the abandoned
mechanic
Reading
then
City
came
freight
to
depot,
clean
which was
and repair
eventually used as a
VTS,
site for the Eric
and VTS was
building,
taken off
which
all
later
duties
was
for the
sent
rest
to
of the
Ross,
day.
which, as you know, guys,
At
opens in
last
season
evening
2.
came, and as a reward for all his hard work, Brian was allowed to sleep with the other locomotives that night. So
Why
he
is
chose
that
to
even
sleep
a
with VTS
reward?
in his siding.
So somehow that, rather than
Yeah,
sleeping in the
Brian.
rolling stock yard,
Thank you for
which is
listening,
where Brian
Brian.
normally sleeps, is
Brian
somehow a
will do
reward.
your
Why did I
job
even
to
think
keep
that?
ease.
Yeah, will anyone else chat? Yeah, I second that,
that's
Summer Rose.
all
Oh, there's
right,
Mikey
VTS.
again.
I think
Nowadays, I would never make any of these
I
kinds of
wish all
mistakes
these
and
shanties were
stuff.
like you. Can we please be
Oh,
friends?
Jesus.
Of course we
I
can
hear
be
that.
friends, VTS. We will clean up the remains of that abandoned freight depot
James
first
List
thing
Roy
tomorrow.
the Racing Character
After
game.
all, it is the
Cool.
front
Oh, you're
panel,
doing that,
so who
James
needs
List?
it?
It makes you doing a game series. Well, that should make you very popular, especially if you do it in the if you do the style of humour Cadicarus does, James. Yeah, if you do that style of humour, James, I reckon your game review series will be really popular. Yeah, just do that kind of humour and I think it'll be very popular. Now we're on to episode 5. What shall we do with the drunken engine? This episode is the one I'm personally ashamed of. Not only does the title have little to nothing to do with the rest of the episode, but the Scottish accent I do for Jack is just awful.
What shall we do with the drunken
Oh,
engine?
that's me.
Ethan and Sir Callum, the Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway's 2 steam locomotives, enjoy pulling the picnic fly train all around the railway each year, from early April until the end of September. Their train is usually most popular throughout the summer months of June, July and August. Usually, the 2 steam engines will enjoy the double popularity of their own train during these 3 months, but this year was very different. For some strange reason, the picnic fly had far more passengers this year than any other previous year since it started back in 1976. Due to this, Mr. Eric had scheduled many more changes, so all the extra passengers were not avoid disappointment if their train was full. This meant keeping the passengers happy, but this meant Ethan and Sir Callum had to work harder than ever before. And now this meant that whenever they finished one journey,
and back then he
take it away, Michelangelo.
I wasn't planning on giving him a backstory or making him sympathetic or anything. Back then in season 1 he was just a one-dimensional bully, and back then there was really no reason for me to give Michelangelis this line, but now that Michelangelis is dead, I kind of think of this as a nice way to pay tribute to him, and this was an element I'm not too proud of, but now that Michelangelis is dead, I am proud of giving this piece of thing.
Good. Even so, the 2 by the end of the day, the engines felt rather tired from the extra work. One night they returned home and they both felt really sleepy and tired.
In fact, it would have been a nice memorial to him to pay tribute. Oh, you better go now. All right, William. Yeah, I know it's quite late over in Australia, so yeah, get off to sleep now if you want, William. I'm not going to stop you. Thank you for coming, William. See you in the next one. Gotta go as well, Summer Rose? Oh, that's alright. See you soon. Bye-bye. I hope either of you come back at some point in the later on as a stream if you can, but don't worry, it doesn't matter if you come. Oh, there's Jack! There's Jack! I didn't even think to retake this photo. To retake this photo so that Jack couldn't be
Yes,
to edit out
Mr.
Jack.
Eric.
So,
We both feel like we could sleep for a week, or more even. And that's exactly the reason I have come down to talk to you both. I understand very well that at the moment there is
Why
not
did I
enough
not
work
think to
for you both
retake
on
that
this railway.
photo?
So
Why couldn't I have
ordered
just
a brand new
moved
steam locomotive from the
Jack
USA.
out of the way?
However, because the USA is such a long way from here,
Oh,
the
yeah,
new
he's
steam
ordered-
engine won't
yeah,
arrive
yeah, Mr.
for
Eric's
quite
ordered
a
Jacob
few
by this
months,
point.
maybe not even until early next year. So I've arranged for a steam engine to come down from Scotland to work with you both temporarily and on loan from his railway in Scotland. He will then go back home when the new American steam engine arrives.
Even more
The Scottish
unnecessary
engine, on the other hand, will be
stuff.
arriving tomorrow. We'll start with you both the very
Clunky
next day.
exposition,
Now, how does that
clunky
sound?
dialogue. Why didn't I
So
think to
Callum and
retake
Ethan
this
were both
photo?
very
Oh, I am
pleased and
losing my
grateful
mind
with this
over.
wonderful
I am
news,
losing
and
my
promised
mind
Mr.
over
Eric
this,
to give the
guys.
Scottish engine a big welcome. The following evening, the two
Where-
engines were sitting in their sidings.
The
when
production
Scottish engine
value.
arrived.
Oh, and
He
he
was
added
painted
you
white
stop
all
there.
over and his
But hang on a
vigorous
second,
puppy-
guys. The production value in season 1 of Redcliff Railway Tales is about as bad as the writing in seasons 13 to 16 of Thomas, guys. Oh my Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go so read here is this. Why is Cocomelon more popular than Thomas? I think really Thomas is as popular as Cocomelon, but yeah, why Cocomelon has more subscribers than Thomas? No clue either. Cocomelon now has more subscribers than PewDiePie, and does Cocomelon now have more subscribers than T-Series? Because my god, why is that even the case? And now, guys, we come to the worst voice I ever did for the characters in this series. My voice for Jack in the most recent episode of Redcliff Railway Tales that's just come out. My most recent voice was miles better than My most recent voice was for Jack was miles better than the voice I did for him here. Oh my god, here it comes. It's gonna be cringe.
MC grumpy and bad-tempered.
Oh no, here it comes. Ew! I don't even sound Scottish. I sound more like a fat. Jack sounds more Manchesterian. And the reason Jack's pupils are inverted rather than the reason he has white pupils in a black outline is because I thought doing it like that would make his eyes show up better rather because he's white. I thought that doing white pupils within black eyes would make the eyes show up better, but it just makes him look creepy. In fact, he looks like a Terminator like that. Thank God I changed it. And again, camera angle doesn't allow me to put the face on. I didn't even care about the cinematography back then. Oh my god, this production value is awful.
Yes, it's clear to both of us that you have a lot to learn throughout your time on this railway, Jack.
And, yeah, Jack actually looks like a Terminator here. Jesus Christ. Oh, there's my feet again. Oh.
That's not rubbish.
Production value. The episodes get better, guys. I promise.
And he whispered to David, "I'm sorry about Jack, David. He seems upset and grumpy now, but I'm sure it's just because he is very tired after his long journey to get here. He has come all the way from the Highlands of Scotland, you know, and I'm sure that in the long run he'll turn out to be quite nice and friendly in the end."
For Jack. Using the normal eyes, despite
Dale
them,
felt sorry for Sir
they
Callum
actually
and
look
Ethan
better than what,
having to
and they
deal
don't,
with Jack's negative rambling
and they
all
don't
night
not
long.
show up at all.
Even
I don't know
Vitas
what I was
was a little
thinking when I
worried
came
about
up with the
Jack.
idea of using black eyes for Jack.
Even I'm not that concerned.
Oh, I just
Now then, Jack,
I
said the
just
fireman
don't
next
understand.
morning. Wake up, come along, it's time I got you ready for work.
I just don't understand anymore, guys. Oh my god, his eyes are moved down.
No, Mr. Eric's orders. You're first.
Yeah, I'm very
And with
pleased
that,
I
Jack's
do.
fireman took some old newspaper and wood
Oh yeah,
and
that's
lit Jack's fire.
actually describing it like the fire, something that was never done.
Afterwards, he checked his cold and water levels.
Oh yeah, like
Wood
similar
was
to
pistons and other
similar to
mechanical
what
parts. And
you're
then,
getting
as soon
eyeball
as
the
Jack's
engine
pressure
ready
had reached
in the very
200
first
psi, he was ready to go. He moved out to go
Yeah,
fetch
as I said,
the
guys, I'm
coaches.
very
Brian
pleased
was
with
busy
how
shunting, so he couldn't
I'm
help
very
him get the
pleased
coaches,
with,
so Jack had to fetch his own, but he was not impressed with them at
I'm
all.
pleased. I'm very pleased. I just gave Jack the normal yellow, white, the normal white eyes with black pupils. And doing it like this is just awful. Oh my god, me as yes, I voiced everyone in season 1, including the female characters. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased I got my sister to
And
voice
with
all the
that,
female
Jack
characters
pulled
in
out of the
season
rolling stock yard with the
2.
coaches and headed
And
towards
as you can
Redcliff
see, Jack
Station.
looks much different.
He had to
from
stop
how
in
he
the
looked
bypass
in
loop
season 1
to
compared
load
how he looked in
supplies
season
so
2.
the passengers could be
And
loaded on
the
board.
excuse I came up for this
their
was
supplies.
after his accident
He
at the
rolled
end of
into the
episode
loop
6,
just as Dennis
he had
arrived.
to have a
He had
major
just
rebuild,
returned from his
which is why he
morning
looks
rush
a lot
hour
different in
passenger
season
run and
2.
was just pulling into
more
the
crappy
platform, pulling his
cinematography.
last passengers of the morning off.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how terrible? I think I'd give it a 9 on the terrible scale.
Dennis, who are
it's not
you?
e- those eyes are not even. But the white border from where I stored the eyes on Emma Spain, I didn't even crop out there. Oh, this was just so lazy. You know what, Bane Briggs? That sounds plausible to me. Okay.
Oh yes, I see you do. We must have a chat sometime.
Yeah, Coke. Yeah, I could
I
actually
can't
see
stop.
that becoming a
Let's
thing.
get time,
Bane
you know me.
Body appears. Yes, I have been describing
And then
that
Jack's
Bane
conductor
Briggs.
blew his whistle and Jack
Nowadays,
puffed away.
I make a
Leaving Dennis
massive
at a
amount of
loss
effort
for
to make sure
words.
that none of my body appears in any of the episodes in season 2. Obviously, I find it hard to avoid. I find it hard to avoid the shadows showing up
Clouds of smoke and
sometimes.
steam
So,
filled the air as
yeah, I
Jack
find it hard to
puffed
avoid
and
the
puffed along the
shadows
line.
of the cameras.
Soon they reached Guinea Briggs
Of the
Junction
cameras and
station
myself
to pick
showing
up their
sometimes,
passengers.
but nowadays in season 2 I
Jack had been
always
assigned
make
to
much
take the
more
train
of an
up and over the
effort
Bexley
to,
flyover. which of course was
make
very
sure there are
steep.
no hand
This
of
gave
God
the
shots,
coaches
I
their
call
chance
them,
to pay
the
Jack
shots
out
of
for
my
being so
hands
rude to them.
in each in the season
As
one
they
episode.
started
I
out to
do
the
my best to
station
make sure
again,
there's
the
none of those
coaches
appear.
knew their plan.
Oh, why did I emphasise that? Oh, welcome back, Martin. You've had your dinner,
I'm
excellent.
back.
Oh, yes.
Back.
Why on earth do I emphasise all of these? Oh my god, the camera quality as well.
And their couplings tightened as they started to go up the flyover.
Because it's
Jack
mostly
was
terrible,
struggling
but
to
the
pull the
graphics
train.
are fine,
His
I
wheels
guess,
were spinning
James.
and he was straining so much he thought the coupling would break.
Oh,
At last he
why
ran out
didn't
of
I do a
energy and
retake of
couldn't
this
pull
scene?
the
Even
train
the coach's
any
bogies
further.
are off the track.
He just ground to a halt and stopped halfway up the hill.
I wonder if John Cena and Neon Dragon are going to show up at some point during this stream.
Hi.
Oh my god, even more terrible voice
I
acting.
just
That's my
can't
body
do.
again. I forgot how many
used to
shots of my
sensible
body
Kirby
appear
Express
in these
sketches,
episodes.
not these
In
silly
these season one
bumpy
episodes.
box
What was
ads.
I thinking?
The fireman went to see the conductor to see what he could do to get them started again. Hey, Elliot.
So yeah, I
why do you
don't.
think we stopped?
So yeah, I
Well, Dan,
wonder
I
if
think the coaches
Neon
are up to
and
something.
John
Let's
are gonna
bring the
show up
train
at
back
some
down
point.
to a
They
level
haven't
piece of
shown up on
line,
either of
push
my
up the rails
streams
with a
in a
bit of
while.
sand, and then Jack
Take
can
for
try
20 minutes.
again, and
All right,
hopefully he can
Martin.
get us up the hill and over to Redcliff.
Oh my
Sounds
god.
good to me.
More stuttering.
And so it
God,
was
I'm terrible at
arranged.
reading scripts.
Once Jack was brought back down on a level piece of line and the rails were properly gritted up,
This is just more
he started
explaining
to pull
over
the
and
train
over.
again.
We've already at episode 5 and already I'm exhausted. Oh, there's this shit in my head again. This is awful.
He made a tremendous effort. The coaches tried to drag him back, but it was no use.
Oh, there's the travelling up North Hill. And his name is Duke Cena, yes.
And
Yeah,
before the coaches knew it, they were at the top.
I'm gonna show up.
I've done it!
I've done it.
Oh, me slipping out of my voice
But the
again. Oh,
coaches
that's
were
my
not
hand.
happy and they wanted revenge, so they started to push Jack
Oh,
down the
yeah,
other
the
side.
production
He was so
value.
surprised, he tried to slow them down. He did manage to slow them down just
Yeah.
enough to avoid coming off the tracks, but they were still going pretty fast, and the coaches didn't stop pushing him until they reached Redcliff Station.
Oh, even the
When they
music was
stopped in the
terrible. It
platform,
was too
the
loud
passengers
sometimes
were
back
furious
then.
and thought it was all Jack's fault.
Yeah, it was back then. Even the music was terrible back then.
Yes. Racing around this railway like that.
Agreed.
Welcome
Is
back,
this engine
Kira.
crazy? He could have killed us all.
Welcome back,
Yes,
Kieran.
indeed.
Oh
As
no!
passengers,
Even
we
my
did
voice
not
acting
want to
for
be
the
passed
passengers
around
is
like
overly
peas in a frying
hand
pan.
and unnecessary.
Jack
Oh, this
heard
is
all of
tiring
these comments,
me.
and he was furious with the coaches for making him speed down the tracks. And for the rest of the day, he was in a very bad mood.
Oh
He
my
was
god, my
storming
voice.
around the railway in a huff, constantly
This
being
is-
rude to the passengers, his coaches, and the other engines, and creating a very, very frightening image for himself.
This.
When Mr. Egg found out about
this
this,
is-
he was furious.
You can
That
barely
was
even
very
see
severe
the
to Jack in the
coaches.
loco yard that
You can barely
night.
even see the thing.
You, Jack, are a troublesome
Oh.
engine. You are
The reason this photo is even like this, and I can't believe I just took a picture of Mr. Eric and put him in here. The reason it's like this is because I did take photos for Jack and Mr. Eric, and they were... I did take photos for Jack and Mr. Eric, but... Yeah, I did take photos for Jack and Mr. Eric, but it was so dark, even with the artificial brightness through Movie Maker, I deemed them unusable. But instead of doing the sensible thing and taking them again, for some reason I decided to crop an images of Jack and Mr. Eric and put them over the unusable photos. This is sub-amateur filmmaking, and this is one of the many reasons I'm personally ashamed of this episode.
rude,
What on earth was I
conceited,
thinking with
and
this
much too
episode?
big for your buffers.
When is the person? Oh, sorry. I don't even know if Milo Penny fan's still here, Karen. Look at this! Look at this shot of.
That's enough, Jack.
Look at this
Those
shot of
coaches
Jack.
held you back and pushed you because
This
you were
is
being
the-
rude to them. None
Not
of this
even-
would have ever have happened
Not
if you
even
weren't
Tommy
such a rude
Wiseau
engine.
or James
And I promise you,
Newgrin,
Jack,
the
if
director of
anything like this
Birdemic, would
ever
do
happens
something
again
like
during your
this.
stay on my railway, are you having
What
me sent straight home to your railway in
and
Scotland?
more
Do I
hammy,
make myself
shouty
clear?
voice acting, voice cracking,
yes,
voice
Mr.
acting,
Erickson.
more terrible,
Jack
terrible
was
stuff.
very impressed with Mr. Eric's scolding and behaved unusually
Impressed.
well for several days.
Again,
But
more
will he be able
unnecessary
to keep his
emphasis on
current standard of
several.
behaviour up? Find out next time on Redcliff
Oh,
Railway Tales.
more serial style cliffhanger stuff there. What does the episode's title even have anything to do with the episode? Oh god, this is crap. This is just crap. Next episode again is slightly better though.
Glump. Goodbye, Glumpface. Jack had now been on the Redcliffe and Guinea Ridge Railway for about 2 weeks, after coming down from Scotland to help Ethan and Sir Callum. But after Mr. Ericson scolded him for being so rude to everybody,
All my
Jack had been
talking is
behaving
doing out my
unusually
voice,
well
guys.
for quite a few days.
Why
However,
not?
this couldn't
More
last forever, as
unnecessary
he would soon
emphasis
find
there.
out. That morning, he took the picnic flyer train on 2 return runs to Redcliffe and back. He was cross that morning. It was Sir Callum's turn to
You
hate
barely
the
even
train,
hear
and
my
Jack
voice
made
there.
Jack go instead.
In the last
He was
episode, my
still
voice was
cross
too
when they
loud, but
returned
now
to
you
Guinea
can
Ridge
barely
Junction on their
even hear
second
it.
run of the day. It was around midday when Jack returned, and Ethan was supposed to take over the train for the third run of the day, and he did. Once Jack had stopped in the platform, his fireman uncoupled him, and they moved slowly forward. Then Ethan moved out of platform 2 and coupled up to the coaches. Then Jack moved back into platform 2,
Series one day,
and a
interesting.
few minutes later...
More terrible voices. More terrible.
The conductor blew his whistle and Ethan was off. Once Ethan was out of sight, Jack was longing for a rest, but his fireman thought otherwise. We'll leave the station now, Jack, and fetch some freight wagons from the rolling stock yard back at Redcliffe.
Oh my god, more Manchester voice acting when I thought it was
Yes, Jack.
Scottish.
Freight wagons.
More unnecessary
So they
emphasis.
set off for the Redcliffe rolling stock yard, but Jack
Another
was not
hand
happy
shot.
about this at all.
And this shot
Soon
may
they
even
arrived
maybe
at
a bit too
Redcliffe,
bright.
the rolling stock yard, to pick up his goods train. He hated goods wagons, especially since he was an express engine. As he was being coupled up, the wagon started to sing rude songs. A root toot toot,
Oh
come
my
on, let's
god,
go. We're gonna be
even
late
more
'cause you're too slow.
terrible
Shut
singing.
up, you stupid
Oh
idiots.
no, this voice acting!
And he gave the freight wagons a great bump. From now on, I would do that
Oh
every time
my
you
god,
started
my
singing.
high-pitched Scottish voice.
Puffed away in a huff with the angry wagons clattering behind him. The wagons didn't stop singing though. They just carried on, and Jack got more and more angry as
Not
they travelled
always,
along, and
James,
more and
but
more annoyed the
yeah,
more they sang.
Just because
He
it's
tried to
just,
bump them, but
just
made
because a
to make
TV
them
series
shut
is
up.
about
But he was
series
bumping
about
them so
amphibious
hard that he
vehicles
was
doesn't
weakening
mean
and damaging the rails.
it's just for kids or only for kids. Doesn't mean it doesn't necessarily mean it's suitable for kids or only for kids.
At last they buckled. He lurched, bumped, and stopped. His fireman got out.
Oh my
He
goodness!
had indeed buckled the rails and had derailed just before
More
the level crossing
repeating
at Raven City
myself.
Station. Jack's
It's just-
fireman telephoned for Mr. Eric. He came up at
Derailing
once with Sir
himself.
Callum, some workmen, and Colin the maintenance crane.
Oh my god, more
After Colin had
unnecessary
set to
hammy
work,
voice
Mr.
acting.
Eric
Oh,
needed to have
Jack's
a
scared because he
few
doesn't want
words
to be
with
sent
Jack.
back to his horrible railway with his horrible controller.
Okay, Jack, this really is your last warning. If you do anything stupid again on my railway, then you will definitely be sent home to Scotland. Do I make myself clear?
Oh my god, even more hammy voice acting. Shit.
After Mr. Eric had left,
Even
Jack's
after,
fireman
even
came to
this
see him.
is shit. Even
Come
now my
along now,
voice
Jack.
acting is shit.
Let's get you back on the rails.
Oh,
The
unnecessary
next day,
emphasis.
Mr. Eric was standing on the platform of Redcliffe Station checking the weather on his tablet.
More 6+ and not for all ages. Yeah, it was Tugs was really aimed at pre-teens. It was really aimed at 9 to 13-year-olds, I believe, James. Yeah, 9 to 13-year-olds. I think that's what it was anyway.
Warn my engines.
Oh, you can barely even hear my voice now. And again,
So
that's
Mr.
me
Eric
waiting
called
for
Brian over to
the
the local
timeline
yard
to
so he
catch
could
up
hear
with
his
this
important
footage.
announcement.
And there's Brian. So yeah, only
Hi,
a
everyone.
little bit of this
Mr. Eric called me
episode.
down here.
Only the
He
very
told me he had a
beginning of
very
this
important
episode, taken
announcement to
from
make.
the end,
I
taken
wonder
from the
what
end
it
of
could
Bad
be.
Day for Sir Handel.
I don't know, Brian, but I'm
Oh,
sure we'll find
The rest
out
of it is
soon
an
enough.
original story.
Shh, shh, he's coming.
Oh my god, why was this whispering even necessary? You love Tugs, not
Good morning,
surprised,
everyone.
Martin.
Now, you're all probably
Yes,
wondering
yes,
why I've
yes,
come down
yes.
here to talk to you all today. Well,
now I've
it's
forgotten
because
what
I
I
have
wanted
some
to
bad
say.
news. There's a thunderstorm coming.
Why
A
did I
severe weather warning has
emphasize
been issued
Mr.
for
Eric
both
saying
Redcliff and
thunderstorm and
Cambridge,
make it sound
putting
like
the
it was
entire
somewhat of a
railway
good
and the
thing?
surrounding area in danger. Excuse me for interrupting you, sir, but when exactly is the storm getting here? Oh, don't worry, Peter. The storm's not due to come until 8 o'clock tonight, so I have cancelled all trains after that time. However, I want you all to complete your work as quickly as possible today, so you can all get back here safely before the storm comes. Does everyone understand me? Yes, Mr. Eric!
Oh my god, why was that shouting even necessary that I just
Then
did?
Mr. Eric
Yeah,
walked
but
over to Jack.
Unlucky Tugs
Oh,
says
and
it was
Jack?
for preteens, so I think it was more suited
Yes, Mr.
for.
Eric.
Why is Ethan's face missing? I'd
That
say it was
does
more suited
include
for
you,
9 to 13-year-olds, really, Jane.
Fine.
So yeah, we're in Neon and
So everyone worked
John.
extra hard that day to get their work done before the storm came. Well, most of them anyway. But regardless, everyone, including Jack, managed to get home safely before the storm came.
all of this is just stock footage from previous episodes. From season 1 and even the intro of season 1. I was as lazy as a lot of children's TV makers back then. Oh, now I'm nowhere near as lazy because I've got to shape my game up ready for when I do my ready for when I oh, the Krusty Krab Trap remix this is here. Yeah, now I've got to shape up my game for when I start making Redcliff.
And Mr. Wright was very pleased with all
Ready
of
for when I
them.
shape whatever kind of filmmaker. Now this audio I
Why
recorded
didn't you reverse
with
into your side
this
intender
rain
first?
audio. This rain audio I recorded with narration because with Movie Maker you could only have 2 audio tracks,
See.
which is
But
part of the
anyway,
reason why
is
there are no
everyone back
chuffing
here
sounds
safely
or
now?
anything in any of the episodes. I could put in some chuffing sounds now, but I could technically put in some chuffing
Looks
sounds now.
like it to me, sir. Okay, good. Right now, I'll just go and...
Yeah, I had the coughs,
Just a
Martin.
cotton picking minute.
Cotton picking, but why did I even
Where are
say
Freddie and
that?
Sir
Why did I
Callum?
write that on a
I
Word
don't know, sir.
document?
I thought I saw them when I was looking. Oh no, they must still be out on the main line somewhere. And indeed, Mr. Eric was right. Freddie had a leak in his fuel tank, so he had run out of fuel and was stranded out on the main line near Guinea Bridge Junction. And Sir Callum had been held up at Guinea Bridge Junction station with his
Stop
empty
asking
coaches
that,
due to
Kieran.
the
I don't think he
storm.
knows.
We need to find out exactly where they are. Right now.
Oh my
Or
god,
else we might have to-
voice acting!
Mr. Eric answered his
Oh,
radio.
there's my terrible
Yes?
radio
I
static
see.
sound effect.
Oh dear. Don't worry.
So
I'll
yeah, as I
tell
was
them
saying, you
over
could only
and out.
with Movie Maker you could only have 2 audio tracks at a
What
time.
was
So I
that
had to
all about,
record
sir?
so I had to
That
record
was
the
the
audio,
conductor
the
of
rain
Freddie's
audio,
train.
the rain
He
sound
had run out
effects
of
with
fuel
my
due to a
phone at
leak
the
in
same
his fuel
time as my
tank and was
narration
now
through the
stranded out on the
microphone.
main line
And
near
so-
Guinea Bridge Junction.
But now with the
And
most
as for
recent
Sir Callum,
episode,
he's been
I
held up at Guinea
do the
Bridge
rain
Junction
sound effects
station
with
due to
separate
the
audio
adverse
tracks.
weather. And wait a
Which I think
minute,
makes
Sir
it of
Callum's
much
goods
higher
train is still at
quality,
the
yeah.
rolling stock
Yeah.
yard. He was supposed to
I
leave
tried my very best to
ago.
make them.
One of you is going to have to take his goods train for and bring in Freddie some
I
fuel
tried
so
my
he can
best
get
to
back home. We also
do the
need to
best
find out if
possible
Sir
quality I
Callum's
could
okay.
with that
So,
episode.
Any volunteers?
As
who
I
want to
do
it?
as I do with my
All the engines remain.
as I do with all the
Surely they weren't going out in this weather.
as I do with
No one wants
every
to do it?
episode that comes
Okay,
out
I
now
guess
after
I have
season
no
1, after
choice
all
but
the
to
mistakes I
pick
made with season 1.
Let's see. Jack, you're already facing in the right direction.
Yeah, that
so you can
sounds.
do
I
it.
guess that sounds about right, James.
Me?
Oh my God! More unnecessarily high pitched having voice acting.
I would be sick.
Oh no! He sounds like an absolute Karen,
Nah.
like a main thing. Oh, like a male Karen. Oh,
Bye.
this voice acting.
And Jack puffed away to find Sir Callum's train. When he arrived, Brian was shunting the fuel wagon onto the train so they could be taken to Freddy so he could be refueled and have the ability to get back home safely.
I don't think he knows if it's definitely going to be 16 time. Are you going to go now?
He had
Alright,
just
my little bunny
finished and
fan.
was
Well,
now
thank you for
moving out of
coming.
the way
See
so
you
Jack could
soon.
couple up.
Yeah, this is going to be a very long stream, so I'm not surprised they've got to leave now. But I wonder when Neon
As Jack was backing down onto the train,
and John are
Brian
going
came
to come,
alongside
if at
him.
all. They should do, as this stream is an extra hour. Oh, me moving Jack.
Now
I thought
you
that
be
wouldn't
careful
happen
out
in real
there
life.
tonight,
Oh my
Jack.
goodness, and there's my
The
leg
tracks are very
again.
slippery from all this rain on the strong winds could blow you right
Oh,
off
and
the
there's that
stage.
YouTube Poop Can remix song again. Oh, this production value in general, and even the writing in some of these episodes. This is
And
awful.
Jack puffed away with
The
his
final
freight
few
train,
episodes
leaving
are at
Brian
least
feeling
decent,
rather
guys.
hurt.
Trust me.
Meanwhile,
Big
Freddy was
Jake,
still
I
stuck out on the
suppose,
main
is
line
a
without
good
any
character.
fuel to
He's
move with.
pretty wholesome. And
Ugh, this
yeah,
weather
he's
is
pretty
miserable.
wholesome.
I hope my fuel gets here soon. I'm just gonna get back home and back to my nice warm and dry siding.
Warm and dry siding, but it's out in the open. It's out in the open,
Back
Jack.
at Redcliff, Jack
with,
was still hanging out
it's
with
out
his
in the
truck.
open, Freddy, in
But
the
they were
rain.
making
How
him
is it
angry. Chug,
any
chug,
less
chug.
wet
You chug
and
and tug.
how's
But
it any
you're so
less wet
rusty,
and
you
cold
can't
than where
even
you are
walk.
now, Freddy? Oh my God, what was I doing?
And he gave
Going
him
as
a
well
very
now,
hard
Kieran?
puff.
Alright, see you
The
later.
wagons were
Yep,
crossed
yeah,
with Jack.
Big Jake is playing
They were going to
right.
pay him out. So when they reached the Beckscape
Oh, this is the
Highway,
best
they
part of the
held
episode,
Jack
guys.
back.
The crash.
Jack tugged
Even
and
now,
strained
I'm
and
actually
yanked
proud
him
of
over the
this
top
crash
of the hill.
scene.
But
And
that
I
was his
even
mistake.
and I don't even try to sugarcoat the extremities.
The wagons were now pushing him down the other side, and Jack was whistling long and loud.
The character actually dies here. This is the episode I was the
They
most
heard
proud
this
of. Back,
whistle.
back
Hi,
in
conductor,
2018.
there's another train coming, and I don't
Oh, hello,
think it's going to stop
Principals.
in time
Welcome
before I
to the
reach it
stream.
off.
You've missed about
Jack
5
rounded the
quarter
corner
episodes.
and saw a man waving a red tail lamp frantically, and in the horror of seeing the tail lamp, he braked as hard as he
Watched
could,
about
but it
5
was too
missed
late.
about 5 3/4 episodes. Oh yeah, crash sound effect. Missed about 5 3/4 episodes, but that's fine.
And
All
was
you've
silent.
missed really is crap
Jack had
stuff,
crashed
so-
into the back
so
of Freddy's freight train.
Not,
And
nothing,
I'm sorry to
nothing
say,
of
the
note,
damage
really,
had
other than
been done,
crappy
as you will
production
soon
value
find
and
out.
overly hammy
The next
voice
morning, the
acting
storm had
of
passed, and
Redcliff
Brian
Railway
brought
Tales
Colin the
1.
maintenance crane to help the track gangers clear up the mess.
So pleased.
And they had quite a hefty amount of work to
Talking
do.
about between March and April, the day we moved to our new house. Oh, you're moving. Oh,
The
excellent.
first 3
Cool.
wagons of Jack's train had derailed
After
completely,
after seeing
and Jack himself
of
had been
JJ
heavily
episodes and JJ
damaged.
Sins,
Coal
there's
and
Hercules
other goods
speaking
had
past
spilled
around.
out everywhere.
Oh yeah, I'm actually
The
proud
last
of the
wagon
wreckage
of
I
Freddy's train
created.
had also
with,
derailed completely.
Oh yeah,
But
this
the
is
rest
what
of it
Jack was
remained
talking
unharmed.
about in the most recent
Jack's
episode where his
fireman,
final was
however,
paralyzed
had been
and
thrown from the cab
Freddy's
during the
production
impact
killed
and had landed in
when
the
Freddy
coal
stopped it.
hopper of
Yeah,
Freddy's
the water
train.
tried to
He
stop it.
suffered severe injuries and was completely
Oh, you back,
paralysed.
Martin?
Luckily,
Cool.
though, he survived and had to be put in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. But, I'm
What
sorry
you
to
say? Now,
Freddy's
this
conductor,
was
the man
fitting
who had
enough.
been waving
This
the
song
red
is fitting
baton
enough.
just before
This
Jack
guy's
crashed
death, for
would
Freddy's
not
conductor's
survive the
death.
accident.
I should have
During
made
the impact,
You could have
every
made it-
bone
made
in
a
his
strong
body
connection
from
with
just
Freddy.
below his chest
Yeah, I
down
should have given
was
him a name,
crushed.
Freddy's
He was
conductor.
airlifted to hospital,
And it
but
would
the
have
medics could do
and it would
nothing
have
to
given-
save
given
him,
Jack's
and he
character development
died
in the most
due to
recent
severe
episode
blood
a
loss
bit
later
more
that
value,
evening.
a bit more note. But back then I had no plans to give Jack a
Getting
backstory
back to the
or
rescue
make the
operation
character
now.
or anything.
the wagons of Jack's train, which had not derailed, had to be cleared out of the way so Jack could be rescued. Thankfully, though, the fuel wagon of Jack's train remained unharmed, and Freddy was refueled and was able to make his way back home to his friends. When he arrived, he saw that Jack was talking about Jack's accident. I think that accident served him jolly well right for being so mean to us during his stay on this railway. What do you guys think? I completely agree with you, Sir Callum. He blooming well crashed into my train. I could have been seriously hurt. So I also think that he got what he deserved. And look, Brian's bringing him in now. Or at least, what's left of him. And indeed, Freddy was right.
You went sledging?
In came Brian with Jack's tender, some parts from Jack, and lastly, Jack himself. It looked like that he was badly in disgrace. Mr. Eric now finally had a chance to speak to Jack. He did not look happy at all. I am disgusted by your actions you have performed during your time on this railway. Not just last night, but all throughout. You've been very rude to the other engines, rolling stock, the passengers, and my staff as well. And last night's accident, which, by the way, you caused and not the wagons, was perhaps one of the worst to ever happen on this railway in a long time. You also severely injured 2 of my employees, and they will now both have to be hospitalised. Let's just hope they don't die in hospital. Your time on this railway is now officially over. Now, Brian is going to take you to Guinea Bridge Junction Station, where you'll be transferred to the National Rail Network. Another engine will then take you with his freight train to the works, where you have extensive repairs. Then you make your own way back
I've only
to
heard
Scotland.
one mention
Your
of it
controller, by the
before,
way, was
and I
not
haven't
happy
seen it,
with
so I
what
don't
you
have an
told
opinion
him
on it.
done. And I hope he gives you just what
As
you
well as
deserve
the
when you
cast
get
just hasn't
home.
aged well. Yeah, it really has not aged well at all, especially the CGI series. They should have just stuck with the models, as with the pilot series. Oh, me waiting for the timeline to catch up again.
I knew your time on this railway wouldn't last forever. Goodbye, glum face.
Oh, so
But Jack was very angry to hear
yeah,
all the
good my
other
god
engines
face.
mocking
I
him.
love the episode. So forced and having. Oh my god, even more terrible. And because I felt I voiced Jack so horribly in season 1, that's why I decided to give Daniel Jack's voice in season 2.
Goodbye,
but he
Jack.
hated Jack.
And
But he
Brian
felt his
rolled
Scottish
away with
accent
Jack
was about as
behind
bad
him.
as mine as in season 1, so I went back to voicing Jack, and you know what? I think my voice, my Scottish accent, is
Mr.
better
Eric came
than
to
both
see
my
Jack
than both
Ethan
Daniel
and Sir
B.
Callum later that
and
evening.
mine and
Hello,
2018
you two.
movies.
I just wanted to
Oh,
thank
reuse
you all
photo
for your
again.
hard work in the past couple
My
of
god.
years. You both coped
Oh,
with
hello,
Jack's
Class
bruises
66.
brilliantly.
Welcome to the
We
stream.
will not be seeing him
Episode
back on this railway
episode 6
anytime
is just
soon.
ending now. We're
But
about
I'm
to
sorry
move on to
say, I've
episode
just
7.
received word that one of the 2 men who were involved with the accident sadly passed away about half an hour
So
ago.
yeah, I've just been talking
Every
about how
bone in his
terrible
body from his
the
chest
production
down
value
had been
and
crushed, and the
voice
medics could
and
do
voice
nothing to
acting
save
were
him. And I shall be attending
in
his
season 1 of
funeral in
early
2 weeks
season 1 of
today.
Redcliff Railway
However,
Tales.
people
But it
who
gets
are
better,
happy
I
with
promise.
just received word that the American engine ship, you know, the one I ordered about 3
Yeah.
weeks ago, has just docked at Southampton Port. 2 weeks early, you'll be arriving in 1 week today in Jack's wake. However, until then, you will have to run the picnic fire train all by yourselves until the American engine gets
When are
here.
Neon and John getting here, I wonder?
Yes, well, it is rather sad that you've lost one of your employees, sir. But at least horrible old Jack's
We're almost
alive now,
halfway through now,
and another
guys.
engine will be arriving in his wake in about
More
1 week.
stuttering and more
Yes,
funky
and
voice
we shall
acting and
welcome
dialogue.
this engine well.
And another
As
shot
long
of
as he is
Ethan's
as rude
face
as Jack
rotoscoped
was.
onto
And let's
Sir
just hope
Callum.
that Jack never returns to
Oh,
this railway.
I was so
ever
lazy.
again.
This production value was
Do you
so
think Jack will
lazy
ever
back
return to the
then.
Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway?
Oh my
Well, my
God,
friend,
I thought this
only
was
time
good
will
back
tell.
then. And admittedly, this episode is slightly better. This is one of the better episodes of season 1, but it's still not great. Right, The American Dream of Redcliff, episode 7, Jacob's introduction.
The American
Oh, you
Dream
can
of
barely hear my voice in this one.
Ethan and Sir Callum the Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway's 2 steam locomotives were struggling very hard to keep up with the demand for traffic of the picnic fire. Ever since Jack had been sent away from Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway in disgrace, the other 2 steam engines had to cope on their own without any rest in between whatsoever. This resulted in them getting very worn out by the end of the day, and their trains were only going
I do think this episode, Jake.
busier.
Yeah, I do actually like. I do actually. Again, I do think this episode is slightly better, though my American accent for Jacob is not quite as bad as my Scottish accent for Jack, but still pretty bad. It's still very high pitched sometimes.
So heavy that they stalled.
Journey Beyond Realism, yes I do, by Diesel D199. Yeah, I do remember that. Oh yeah, we've already read that.
As a result, another engine would have to come and help them up the hill. This would become very tedious and cause bad delays to the picnic fire over time.
Oh, you can barely hear my voice. Yeah, but this is one of the better episodes though, and my voice. But you can barely hear my. The 2 main problems with this episode are you can barely hear my voice, and my American accent for Jacob, while not as bad as my Scottish accent for Jack, is still pretty bad and pretty high pitched without necessity.
Sir Callum, you know how Mr. Eric said another engine will be coming to help us in Jack's wake? Yes?
Oh, more reused shots and footage here,
It feels
and
like
images and
such a
stuff.
long time since Mr. Eric told us about the American engine. How am I supposed to know?
Oh my god,
I
even more high
completely
pitch.
agree
Yeah,
with you,
yeah.
but
Post
as
and
soon
Pat
as he
theme
arrives, as soon
mixed
as
with
we'll be able to
mixed
have
with
a
Percy's
decent
theme.
rest.
Really, more reused footage here.
That is a very good question, you two. Oh, hello, Mr. Eric. Well, you
Percy
two,
the annoying
I have got
helicopter.
good news for you
Most
both.
annoying voice put to
The
fiction. Yeah, I
American engine
quite
is
agree,
almost
James
here.
Lister.
You'll
His
be
voice
running
is
tomorrow
actually
early
even
in
more
the
annoying than
morning
any of the
when
terrible
you're
voices
still
I did
However,
in Redcliff Railway
unlike
Tales
Jack,
Season 1, in
he's
my
not
opinion,
here
actually,
alone.
James.
He's here to stay. Permanently.
Why on earth did I emphasise the permanently with Mr. Eric? I think the reason I did is because the word permanently was emphasised when it was said in the first Lego movie, so I just thought, oh god, why not? But in retrospect, that doing that hammy delivery with the line permanently with Mr. Eric in episodes 3 and 7 was really not a good idea.
Mr. Eric. Good. Now get some sleep, you two. You're both going to have a very busy day tomorrow. Now good night, you two. I'm off home. And pretty much as soon as Mr.
Oh, more
Eric is gone,
stuttering.
he's
Oh,
gonna
but
sit
this
down
is a
himself
cute
fast
image, though, I
asleep.
think.
The next morning,
this is a cute
Sir
image,
Callum
though.
went over to
Oh,
the
there's my
Redcliff
hand
Railway to
again.
stop
Oh,
off
no,
on
no,
holiday
no, no,
for
no,
the
no,
day. He was
no.
just about to be refueled.
I would not allow a
By
shot like
steam
that
locomotive that he had
in the
never
series
seen
today.
before
Oh, there's
standing on the
Jacob,
bypass route
introduction.
at Redcliff Station.
Delayed
If
full
that was
reveal
the
of him.
American engine,
Kind of classic film trope.
Fireman, do you think
Character
that's
isn't
the
fully
new
revealed
engine
until
there?
just after their
Yes,
first
the
scene on
American
screen.
design.
Oh, there's this fireman on top of the Lone Ranger style water tower.
Looks that way from this angle. Then it's him.
So after Sir Callum
Oh my
Fireman
god.
finished refueling him,
Unnecessary
Sir Callum
high
went to the
pitched
station to
voice
meet the new
cracking.
engine.
Oh, here's my American
Are
accent.
you the new steam engine from America?
Why, yes
Oh,
I am, buddy.
Oh
My
my
name's
god, it's
Jacob,
not
and
as
you must
bad,
be
but
Sir
it's
Callum.
still, as my Scottish
I've
accent,
heard
but
all
it's
about
still
you and your
awful.
buddy Ethan.
Thank
I
goodness
hear
my
you need a
Scottish
helping
accent
hand.
for
Well, that's what I was built for.
my accents
I'm
for all
very
the
happy to
characters
be here to
improved
help.
in season
I've also
2.
heard about
I can
you
actually
and
tolerate watching
He sounds
the
like
whole
one
of
of the
season
rudest
2, even
engines
the
out
early
there.
episodes of season 2, more than season 1.
Oh, yes,
I made
he
much
was
more of an
very
effort in
rude.
season 2.
And it's very nice to meet
So
you,
yeah, I
Jacob.
definitely prefer
You
season
sound
2
like
over
a
season
very
1.
helpful
Why
guy.
didn't I just stick with the season
Just
2
then,
style right
Brian
from the
arrived
start?
with
So here
the
comes
tickets
Brian
for
with the
the picnic
coaches.
fire train. He showed
Anyone else going to type in the chat now, or are you all waiting for the slow-mo timer to time out? Or do you guys just have nothing to say at the moment?
Hi, Jacob. I'm looking forward to getting to know you.
Howdy, Brian.
Oh my god, more high-pitched voice acting, unnecessary. Jesus. I just wonder what Gannon's up to.
Your Majesty, Ganon and his minions have seized the island of Sodor.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's almost time for us to go.
Hurts his back.
Could you please?
That's the one I reviewed first. Martin, that's right. Are you off sledging now? Why on earth did I get rid of that Viking statue outside Redcliff Station? It looks so nice.
Okay.
Oh, you off sledging now, Bruce? Yeah, alright. That's completely fine. Have fun. See you soon.
Good. A couple of minutes later, the conductor blew his whistle
God,
and Sultan and Jacob were ready to go.
Come on, let's go.
I don't stutter anywhere near as much as I do now, in the series as I do nowadays. Yeah, I did review that. Yeah, that was the first person pack review I did. VHS review I did, Martin.
Jacob began to enjoy and comment on the countryside. You know, Sir Kay,
Oh, this voice acting. I know I keep going on about the production value in voice acting, but I just can't emphasize enough how terrible it was in season. It mostly was in season 1. I just can't emphasize that enough. It gets better though towards the end of season 1, guys. I promise.
But even the landscaping of good old
Jacob! We're meant to stop at this station. Oh yeah.
Oh yes, right.
Oh my god, why did I not edit that part out? With me stuttering like that.
Beyond the platform.
James's theme, I think this piece of music does fit this episode here. Oh, slight embarrassment there. Pink cheeks.
Everyone makes mistakes. Sir Callum's kind words made Jacob feel better, and so they reversed back into the station so that the passengers on. No one seemed to mind about Jacob's little mistake, so Jacob felt even better. A couple more minutes of waiting later, the conductor blew his whistle again.
Oh yeah, I actually added in a whistle sound effect here for some reason, but not earlier in the episode when it happened. I have no idea
They
why.
had been asked by the conductor to stop
Oh, I didn't even care about
the Vexgate
about it being
flyover
derailed.
so the passengers could enjoy the view from the top.
Oh, you lost it.
As they were slowing down, they noticed Robert waiting on the junction just below them.
Oh my god.
Hello,
Well,
Sir
not quite.
Callum.
Well, not at
Who's
the
your
moment,
friend?
but my voice acting
Oh,
was.
hi, Robert. This is Jacob. He's come from America to help out me and Ethan as Jack's permanent replacement.
Oh my god, my voice. Oh, hello. Okay.
Well, it's a pleasure to
I'm
meet
going to
too,
suss
Jacob.
you. Wait,
I
what?
hope you're liking
What do you
my
think of the
various
narrator? Oh yeah, Brian Cand is a brilliant narrator.
Oh, that's my conductor's whistle. I'm sorry, but I really must go. I don't know what Mr.
Oh,
Rowe
but
would do without
even in
me.
JJ the Jet plane, where he was
Passenger
just
services on
where he
this
was
railway.
forced in, I think
And
he
Robert
felt it was
rolled
really good.
away in port.
Postwoman Sarah, yes.
Later on, Sir Callum and Jacob.
Oh
passed
yeah.
the
Oh,
site
I
of
nearly
Jess's
said Ethan.
accident.
Oh my god.
The site had been fully
Awful
cleared out and
stuttering.
something
I'm
was
gonna see
being
my hand
added.
again. There it is. Yeah, that's me teasing the clip. Yeah, that's me. There's some continuity there, and that's me teasing the Eric building that wouldn't be completed until the second episode of season 2, which wouldn't be for about 16 months from when this episode was released. There's the reflection of the camera again.
When they got back after their second run, Mr. Eric was waiting for them.
Oh yeah, so this episode is like a combination of James and the Top Hat
Hello, Jacob.
and Thomas and the Trucks. That's exactly what I was going for when I wrote this episode. So yeah, as you all know, these episodes are. So yeah, as you all know, these episodes are mostly original story, mostly Thomas adaptations of Thomas episodes, or episodes of other YouTubers' train shows, combined with some original material of my own, and sometimes fully original stories. Promo at the start of the VHS? What pro? Oh yeah, the BBC promo with the Teletubbies and Top and Brum and all those other BBC shows, children's BBC shows. My first Bob the Builder VHS review was Trailer Travis and Other Stories.
The R&GR behaved extremely poorly compared to the the ones on the Union Pacific. So Jacob and Sir Callum pushed the coaches back out of the way and moved forward to uncouple in
Right,
the
we've been
siding where
going...
they separated themselves on different tracks.
Oh, why did I emphasize tracks when I said that?
Then Sir Callum waited
So,
for Ethan to come while Jacob...
We've been going for 2 hours now, guys.
Wagons.
This episode may
Now, the wagons on the
this
RNG
stream may
are
actually be
silly
slightly
and
longer than 3.5
talk a
hours
lot
because
and
we've
don't
been...
attend to
So I
what
was
they are
rambling at the
doing.
start.
And I'm sorry to say, they play tricks on any engine who isn't used to their behaviour. So Callum knew all about how to handle the behaviour of the wagon.
I'll jump cut to Ethan. I mean Jacob's coupled straight up
But
there.
Jacob was too excited to listen.
I think this actually, come to think of it, I remember now. This was the first episode where I began making more of an effort to edit out my hand wherever I could.
The yard manager fastened the coupling, and when the points changed, Jacob was ready. Conductor Jeremy blew his whistle. Jacob answered with
Conductor Jeremy, but making a cameo there.
And started off, but the wagons weren't ready. Oh! Wait, Jacob.
Boomer is obviously better purely because he's more likeable. Yeah, this was definitely the episode where the episodes are getting better now, I think. Because this was the first episode where I edited out where I made more of an effort to start editing out my hands. Old Jacob's piston stopped moving there. I didn't even notice until after I shot that scene. Yeah, I definitely made more of an effort to edit out, started making more of an effort to edit out my hands here. Oh, except for that part there. But yeah, I do remember now making more of an effort to, sorry, it stopped there for a moment. Buffering, yeah. Yeah, I do remember now, this was, I do remember starting to make more of an effort to... I didn't even bother giving the truck spaces, the wagon spaces here. I definitely started making more of an effort to edit out my hands from now on. But, from this point on, but... Oh, derailment again. I didn't even... Yeah, but there was pretty much no way I could have gotten rid of the camera reflections.
As the train reached
Shadows, I mean.
began to put on his brakes. We're stopping.
The voice acting also, I feel, is getting better now, slightly better. Even though I'm not a fan of the voice I gave Jacob in season... Gravity... I didn't even need to use my hands for that, I just let gravity do the work there, but,
Stop pushing! Stop pushing!
but the,
Go on!
yeah. Yeah, the episodes are improving now. Voice acting is now slightly better, despite me not being a fan of Jacob's voice. And making more of an effort to edit my hand out now, as I just said. Is no one else gonna chat? There only appears to be 4 people watching now. Anyone else gonna chat? There's only 4 people watching at the moment.
When Jacob
And
opened his eyes, he noticed that
another
he
camera
was
still
just
there.
inches
Are
from the points that were set against him.
Neon and
Any further
John gonna
and
show up
would
still,
derail.
I hope?
There, watching him, was
Oh
none
yes,
other
and there was a
than
Mr. Bean joke here.
Ah,
Oh
Jacob,
no, it's
you're
me
15
again.
minutes
Oh, it's
early.
not quite
That's
good
good,
yet, but it's
why
getting
not?
better now.
Oh, no, sir. I just delivered these wagons like you told me to, sir.
Tell me what 6 is in Latin. I don't know. I don't actually. I'm afraid I can't tell you, James. I don't know.
Sir, the wagons pushed me.
Well, have you ever pulled wagons before?
Well, yes, but the wagons...
Oh, why on earth do I sound like Mickey Mouse when I voice Jacob in season 1? Why?
How did you get here before I did?
That's easy, Jacob. I just used magic.
Oh yeah, and there was a forced-in voice clip from Mr. Bean, the Ultimate Disaster movie there. Another bit of forced humour and forced unnecessary humour there. Oh my heavens.
To the behavior of the
Still
wagons on
getting
the
better, but still not great is basically what this episode is.
Freight trains on this railway for the next few days. You should know almost as much about them as Sir Callum. Then I'm sure you'll be a really worthy member of our fleet after that.
Not that I'm suggesting that you aren't currently worthy of...
Oh no. Oh no, why on earth did my voice go high there? Oh,
Then the Guinea Bridge Junction signalman changed the points and Jacob
Still not
slowly
good,
way
but
back to the loco yard.
getting better.
He felt very silly.
Why on earth did I emphasise that line?
All the other engines thought it a great joke.
Fancy having those silly wagons pushing down the hill. I know, right?
Oh,
That's the
voice
funniest thing to ever happen on this
cracking.
railway in a long
Does
time.
Big Mickey? I think he. I think in the canon universe, I think Big Mickey actually dies. The Big Mickey we see in Thomas the Tank Engine is a different Big Mickey. So yeah, in my eyes, Big Mickey dies. In my eyes, in the series. Well, that's me. I just started watching Victor Tanzing's videos at this point, so I decided to use the and this was the very first time I used the "but that's a story for another day" line here. I decided to use that instead of find out next time in Redcliff Railway Tales, like that serial cliffhanger style. So yeah, as I said, it was only just here when I started watching Victor Tanzing's videos. Right, here we go. We're about halfway through now. Jacob and the crude oil.
Jacob and the crude oil.
Oh,
Jacob had now been on the
the reason I said it so fast here is because, again, I was watching, I wasn't looking at the script, I was looking at the timeline. Oh, here we are, stock footage from season 1.
This made him an arrogant engine, and this story is all about how it died down in the end.
Oh, yes.
It all started when David was taking a freight train which consisted of a fuel tanker. What David didn't know was that it was leaking and a huge splash of crude oil fell onto the tracks just before the level crossing at Raiden
Jacob
City,
is much more
leaving the tracks very slippery and potentially causing disaster. In fact, disaster was inevitable.
Nick Mickey survives in the TV version, I know, but in the officially canon version, he dies.
Later on, a lorry load of manure broke down
Gotta
on the
go
level
now, see you
crossing
next
and
week
the
for your
driver
update.
had
Cool,
gone to
cool,
call
cool.
for a mechanic.
See you next week. Oh yeah, that's me pushing it. And again, I'm making more of an effort to edit out my hands now and stuff.
But he had been gone too long to stop disaster from happening.
Oh yeah, truckload of manure.
Peter was coming down the line with a freight train bound for Guinea Bridge Junction.
Oh, sorry. Oh, freeze frame.
Suddenly, he saw the lorry on the level crossing and tried to stop, but his wheels just slipped on the oily rails. Peter couldn't stop in time. He crashed straight through the lorry and came to a screeching halt, and by the time he had come to a stop, he was covered in brown, thick, smelly cow manure.
Why on earth did I emphasize cow manure? That's just so cringe.
Workmen were soon on the scene to help clear up the mess, along with Mr. Eric.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Eric.
I cannot believe it. How could something like this happen? Please, sir, it's not my fault. The rails were slippery and I couldn't stop in time. Now, Peter, don't worry about it. This accident was no one's fault. We didn't know that the oil tanker on David's train was leaking, and we didn't know that this lorry was going to break down on the
Alright,
crossing.
see you soon.
So it's no one's fault. Just try to relax now, okay, Peter? Yes, sir. Just then, Jacob chuffed past with the picnic flyer. He recoiled in horror when he smelled Peter covered in the cow manure.
Oh my god, even more stuttering.
Ew, why is that awful smell?
Like that?
Well, Jacob, I think it's the manure, and it seems to be coming from Peter over there.
Well, Peter needs to get himself
Because
cleaned up as soon as
it's terrible
possible.
because it doesn't even
That
look like
manure is
Connects.
making
It just
him
looks
green.
like knockoff Duplo. That's why, James. Why couldn't they have
And
just
Jacob
done a Lego
continued on
Duplo
with his
line? It would have
journey
made
to
much
Guinea
more
Bridge.
sense.
That night in the loco yard, Peter
Oh,
was
that
being
light
cleaned
in
and
the loco
everyone else
yard.
was giving,
That night
except
in the
Jacob
loco
was
yard,
giving
a
him
line which I
sympathy.
repeat over and
Don't
over and
worry,
over
Peter.
again in season
Like
1.
Mr.
I
Eric
do a lot
said,
of
it wasn't
repetition
your
of
fault.
dialogue in a lot of these episodes, in a lot of these, these season 1
you
episodes.
can
You know,
help
like,
any of the events that led up
nowhere
to the
near as
accident
much
with the
anymore
lorry.
now.
But Jacob didn't think it was very fair that the others were giving him sympathy.
Oh my god, even more stuttering again.
You guys
Like,
give Peter
only do
sympathy
one
when he
take and I
crashes,
don't
but
edit
not
any
me
of the
when
mistakes
Reckons
out.
push me down a hill.
Oh, there's only 3 people watching now. God.
There is a big difference between something that causes someone pain and something that is funny. Peter's accident caused him a lot of pain today. That's why we are giving him sympathy. You, on the other hand, did not have any pain when the wagons pushed you down the hill on the Bexgate flyover.
Actually, that's not true. He had some mental pain. Oh my god, just plot holes. And another thing you'll notice, guys, is I only put faces in season 1. I only tended to put faces on the characters who were speaking. Nowadays, I put faces on the characters in all of the still shots of the still photos I take.
Jacob, we didn't mean to mock you or cause you any mental pain. We were just trying to get you to see the funny side of your mishap. There is nothing funny about Peter's accident because he suffered physical pain when he crashed into that lorry.
I don't think was
Also, he got dirty and smelly from it too. You, on the other hand, did not suffer any of those things in your wagon mishap. That makes it silly and funny. Why can't you just see the funny side of it?
That's the big problem with this episode. Otherwise, this is a very good episode despite the voice acting and the messed up moral.
There's nothing funny about it. That incident caused me a lot of mental pain, and I want you lot to stop talking about it altogether.
And again, the voice acting is awful. But apart from that, I think this is an all right episode.
He'll never learn, will he?
More emphasis. How many emphasis?
The next day, Jacob went to the rolling stockyard to pick up his first freight train of the day. While he was there, he met Brian.
Yeah, Brian's a very kind angel. Oh, just whack into him.
Hi, Jacob. How are you today?
Oh, I was not thinking about the cinematography.
Not in the best
and there's the camera stand.
I hate
that
all
was
these
the thing.
teasing
I
and
didn't really edit
harassing
out
me.
any of the camera
They can be
stands
so
or anything.
annoying
It was
sometimes.
all just whatever. The production was.
Well,
The
I hope
production
you
value
were
of
able
this
to get
episode was
them to
just
order one
whatever
already.
all the way through, and
I hope so too.
why on
Well,
earth
best
did I
laugh.
not
I
care?
don't wanna be late.
I just really didn't
Though I
care.
am
The
probably
whole
gonna be
production of
anyway because
season
of
1
these
was just
stupid
whatever.
wagons.
Okay then, see you later, Jacob.
Yeah, it was just whatever.
And Jacob puffed away with the badly behaved wagons in tow.
And
Jacob was
more
not kidding when he said the
cameo of
wagons were
Mr. Right there.
stupid. Jacob and the wagons really did not like each other at all. They were being so rough with him that they were denting his tender. By the time they reached Raiden's city, it was so damaged that the firemen had to fill all of the dents with some car body filler. Later on, he had to wait for Peter to come through with his passenger train.
Yeah, the
This
production
gave
truly
Jacob a
just
cheeky
was whatever
idea.
here.
He was going to mock
Awful.
Peter to see how he liked it, because he was jealous of Peter
Why
giving
on
him
earth did I
sympathy
just
from the
not
others,
care back
whilst they
then?
were
I
not
care a lot
Jacob.
more nowadays.
So as
with
Peter
production. Although,
passed, Jacob
still
said,
quite amateur, but I don't care at all now. But I still didn't have any plans for
comments from Peter as he rolled past.
I still planned to become a train driver, which was my aspiration, my big time aspiration
every time I
years,
see him until he
until I was
gets fed
about
up
50
with you.
when I changed my mind and I realised I'd be more successful if I
And
put my
that's just
creative
what he
talents to
did.
use there.
Every time he saw Peter, that's what he
Oh
said.
yeah, bullying him. He does get humbled in this episode though. Yeah, People becomes big Brutus. Oh yes, of course. I think she's an alright character, though she can give some bad advice at times. Overall I think she's okay. Her voice is also alright.
This went on for a few more days until finally Peter lost his patience. He was just waiting at Guinea Bridge Junction
But
when
yeah,
Jacob
so this was
steamed
mostly
in.
original. This has mostly been an original story until now, with the last 2/3 to
Jacob,
3/4
why are you
taken
painted
from
in so
the
many different
episode
colours?
from the episode
Because
Dirty
I'm a
Objects.
very important engine, ready for anything.
Oh my
You never seen
god,
anything
why on earth is my voice for Jacob? My voice for Jacob
well,
here is
maybe
even
you
worse
weren't
than
ready
it
for
was
the wagons when they
in the
pushed you
previous
down the
episode.
Bexgate flyover. Jacob's face turned red with rage.
Oh,
He was
there's
so cross with
there's
Peter
James
for reminding him of that awful
which
day for
reflects
him.
how he's feeling right now.
In fact, he was so cross that his steam pressure went up suddenly and his safety valve blew off.
Oh my god. Terrible paint effects there.
Why?
I still use some paint effects, but nowhere near as recently anymore. Only for the faces.
Then
really.
Jacob
Oh,
puffed
so
angrily
happy.
away. When Jacob reached Redcliff, he left the coaches
I
and got
almost
ready
said
for his next
Redcliff.
train. It was
Oh
a
my
slow
God,
freight,
awful.
stopping at every station to pick up and set
Why was
down
this
goods in
production
the wagons.
just so
Jacob
whatever?
really hated slow freight trains more than he hated any other kind of freight train.
dirty wagons
Oh,
from dirty
what is
settings.
that thing?
Starting with only a few, he picked up more and more goods at each station till his train was fully loaded. At first the wagons behaved well, but Jacob bumped them so crossly that they were determined to get back at him. So on the return journey back to Redcliff from Guinea Bridge Junction, the wagons made their plan.
I just don't know
Soon
what
they
else
were
to say
approaching
now,
the top of the
guys.
Redcliff flyover. Normally, heavy freight trains such as Jacob would stop here to pin
Shitty
down their
production value,
brakes.
shitty
But
voice
Jacob was
acting,
too stressed to
music
remember
that hardly
this.
makes any
The
sense.
wagons'
It
chance
just-
had come.
most
They
of the
started
time.
bumping into each other, and with all their
Nothing
effort,
like-
they pushed Jacob right down
This
the hill.
production is just nothing
Go
like it was back in the
faster!
day.
Go faster! Push him! Shove
Finally
him!
got the kickline license. Oh, cool. I don't even know what
And
kickline
Jacob
is, but whatever. If it
set
makes you
his
happy, I
brakes
guess.
as hard as he could, with the help from the conductor who had the emergency brake on the last
Oh,
wagon.
there's my
They
hand
raced
again.
straight
But
past
actually, no,
Robert.
guys, I did make
Slow
more. I have to
down,
add it out my
Jacob.
hand.
I can't.
Then there was
Oh
more
my
trouble.
God, my
Some
voice.
40 points diverted Jacob
My
into the rolling stock yard. Jacob shut his eyes tight.
Oh,
He
the
didn't
duck-
dare look at what
the
was
duck
coming
season 2
next.
railway theme.
Just up ahead of him was a train of crude oil waiting to be taken to Guinea Bridge Junction. Jacob was about to experience the worst
I
accident
didn't
he
even know
ever
what to
had
say.
in his
This
life.
was just an experience, and that's why I started
There was a bursting crash
Although
and
even
something
today,
wet
even
and
though that
slippery
crash there isn't
splashed
as good
all
as the
over
one in-
Jacob. He had crashed
Goodbye
right into the
Gunface.
crude
I am
oil
proud of
train
this
and was
crash
brown
here.
from smoke
It's
box
just
to
because of
tango.
how blunt it is. It
He
really
was
does
more
remind me,
dirty
especially with
than
the music
hurt.
and sound effects. I did.
But the oil
that
wagons
crash
and some of
definitely
Jacob's
does remind
wagons
me.
were completely
Really
off
does
the
remind me of the
tracks.
crash in
Luckily,
the,
Brian had heard
in
the
a close
crash, and
shave.
so he fetched Colin the
Thomas
maintenance
episode,
crane,
I mean, not the
and they
ones that
both
I
soon
saw.
tidied up the mess.
The minds over
Peter and
the
David were also sent to help, and they came as quickly as they
that line
could.
from that real Xbox Railway TV.
Well, 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 David. Just look what we've got here. Whatever is that dirty object? Oh, well, that's Jacob, didn't you know? Oh, well, it's Jacob's shape, all right. But
Oh,
Jacob
more
claims he's a
honey
very
forced
important
dialogue.
engine, ready for anything, and that you never see his paint dirty.
Oh, you can hear the chair creaking
Jacob
now.
just
It's an old
pretended he
chair.
hadn't heard.
We've got a new
He was
chair now.
far
You
too
actually have the
ashamed
chair
to
creaking
even
now.
speak.
Oh my goodness.
David and Peter cleaned up the remaining mess.
Audio and
Then
video
they
editing
helped
again.
Jacob
I
back
know
to
I
the
keep
station.
banging on about the editing and the production value and the voice acting and the whatever music, but that's all I've really got to say now. It's just awful, mostly. You can
When
barely
they got
even hear
there,
Toby's
Mr. Oak
screen
was
here
waiting
now.
for them.
You can hear
Well
the
done,
chair,
David and
the
Peter.
chair creaking louder
Then
than
he turned
Toby's
to
screen.
Jacob.
What?
Fancy letting your wagons run away again, Jacob.
There is just...
I am surprised. I thought you would have learned how to
There is
control them by
serious...
now.
That's the main problem with season 1 of Redcliff Railway Tales in general. There is just a lack of
Sir,
quality
it's not
control.
my fault.
And
I was
Jacob's
too
missing
stressed
his.
to remember the
Yeah,
song.
with Jacob's model, even now,
Oh, it's
his
quite
front-
all right,
his
Jacob.
front pony truck-
I knew that.
his front,
But
his
anyhow,
front pony
you're
truck
not
is
fit to
prone
be
come
seen.
off, so
You
I
must
just
be
thought I'd
cleaned
leave it
and
that way
repaired at
anyway. I thought it would
once.
make it slightly funnier.
And Peter,
Yeah, the main
for
problem
all
with this,
your hard
with season
work
1 of Redcliff
today,
Railway
you
Tales is
shall
just a
receive
lack of
a
quality
new
control
coat of paint.
compared to season 2.
Please,
There's
sir,
much
can I
much
have
more
one
quality
too?
control in season.
All right then, David. I don't see why not.
Far more so than season
Oh,
1.
thank you, sir. The others will be very pleased for me and Peter.
Part of the reason that the episodes
All Jacob
don't,
could do was
part of
watch
the
Peter
reason
and David
the
run off
episodes
happily to
don't
tell
take-
the others the good news for them.
Part of the
And it
reason
was
the
clear to
episodes
Mr.
take
Eric
much longer
that
to
Jacob
produce these
had
days
indeed
is I put
learned
a lot more
his
effort into them,
lesson.
and there's just much more quality control these days, guys. That's why I am. Oh yeah, and there's the SpongeBob thing again. So yeah, guys. Yeah, that's just the main problem. There's a lack of quality control. It's much more quality control in season 2 these days. And right, here we go. This is the most boring episode, though. This one, Mr. Eric's big surprise barely has a conflict. and
Mr.
barely
Eric's
has a
big
plot.
surprise.
Hello, Bank Bricks. Welcome.
Mr.
back.
Eric is the owner and manager of the Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway. Some say he is the railway's fat controller, even though he's not really that fat at all. All of Mr. Eric's engines
This
love
episode
him
is the
so
second
much.
worst. It has much better production value than what you do with the engine.
Some of them have had a few different
Makes sense,
disagreements
but
with him over the years,
it's,
but all in all,
but-
his engines care for their controller brilliantly. But until recently, Mr. Eric had no idea how much his engines really cared for him. One early morning in early June, Robert was talking to the others before they went out to work. Hey guys, do you know what's happening in 1 week today? What? You're finally getting an actual personality? Silly, it's Mr. Eric's birthday! Oh! What's your point? My point is,
there's barely a
it's been a
plot
long
in
time
this
since we all did
episode,
something
that's
nice
all, and
for
that's the main
ourselves
problem.
together.
Barely a plot. Barely a plot.
We haven't done anything nice for him since I took his son
The
down
most
to the
boring
South Coast
episode
for
of
a
the
few days.
series.
That was last year.
There was hardly any. There was hardly.
Well, I think it's about time
Well,
we
but-
gave him a surprise party at Greenbridge Junction. What do you all say to that?
There's barely a plot in this one. This one is just so boring. What was I thinking when I wrote
Well,
it?
that's
This
all
is the
very
first
good.
fully
Now
written
let's
story
start
that
making
no
some plans
material
before
taken
Mr.
from
Eric
me.
comes.
There's hardly any material taken from the future.
And that's just what they did.
Yeah.
1 week later, it was the day of Mr. Eric's birthday, and Mr.
Yes.
Eric was in his temporary office.
Temporary office. That's just
Birthday
an
boy?
excuse I came up with so I could film Mr. Eric in his office. And there was
Come
also
in.
me knocking on the door by tapping it. Like, knocking on the door from the bed by tapping on the table.
The post has just arrived. Oh,
Where did I emphasize the
wonderful.
post?
Thank
Oh yeah,
you,
this is
Carl.
also the
I'll
first
take
episode
it
where
back if you don't mind.
Carl
Very
station
good,
up,
sir.
station after a
Goodbye
breakfast
now.
station.
Goodbye, Carl. Now, let's see what we've got here.
So yeah, very boring episode. Hardly any conflict, hardly any plot.
Electrical bill. What? Water bill? Telephone bill?
Why on earth did I
Well, I know.
decide not to give this episode?
Cousin
I could have
Jeremy's
very
forgotten.
easily written in
But
some more
Conductor Jeremy
conflict,
hadn't
but why
forgotten.
on
He was
earth
busy
I
making
not
Mr.
do? I've got
Eric's car down at the rolling stop.
No, I have not seen it.
How's this looking,
Yeah,
David?
I don't plan to at the moment. I am fine to see No Way Home, but
That's
not the
looking pretty
cinema.
good, Jeremy.
No Way Home is just much
Oh,
too
well, I'm
long
glad you
to watch
think
the
so.
cinema.
So
I
where are
can't
you
watch
off
any
to?
films.
Well, I've got to go and drop off the party food and then collect the cake. Robert says the cake has to be big. The biggest I can
But no,
find.
I currently don't have any plans to watch the next two animated films
Wait a
I'm
minute.
watching that are coming out
This
this
is
year
classified.
are The Iron Giant
He's
from
doing a regular
1999,
job.
very wholesome animated film, along with Isle of Dogs from 2018.
Peter's doing a great job today, and Robert and Dennis are doing all of the passenger duties.
Wes Anderson film.
Brian is doing shunting as normal. Freddie and
Oh,
I
yeah.
presents. Jacob's getting
Yeah, the Isle of Dogs.
Beatrice is
It's
getting
funny I say that, because Isle of Dogs actually came out the same year as Redcliff Railway Tales started.
and Ethan and Sir Callum are just taking a picnic somewhere as usual.
When I first came my part, late 2012, early
Isn't he doing
2013,
anything to help
what I
out
can
the family
remember.
besides doing the regular passenger duties? Oh, Robert has the most
I keep
important
hearing
job
about
of
it, but I don't
all. He
even
has
know
to
what's
keep the
back on.
party a secret from Mr.
Yeah,
Rose.
everyone else
He
can
can't
come
let
here.
him Guinea Bridge Junction Station until 4 o'clock, because that's when the party starts. You are going to be there, right? Oh, I wouldn't miss this party for the world.
Why not?
Oh, well, that's good. I'd best be off now. This party isn't going to deliver itself.
More stuttering.
Okay, then.
I don't.
See you later,
I
David.
do my best not to
Bye,
stutter
Jeremy.
anymore now.
And David rolled away with the wagons for the party.
I think it was.
And as he travelled down the
I
line,
think it was, I don't think it was until season 2 when I decided I was gonna make more of an effort not to stutter. I don't
we've
think.
got
The
everything.
voice acting definitely improved, but I think it
But
was.
what about the music?
It wasn't until season 2 when I decided that I was gonna make more of an effort not to stutter. More background noise.
Meanwhile, Mr. Out was still in his temporary office, sorting out some important
No, I am. I have
paperwork.
spoilers for Endgame and
Now,
Far From
where
Home.
did I
No, it
put
doesn't matter. It doesn't
Don't
matter.
bother, I
Main breaks,
lost
I
it.
don't
Suddenly,
mind at
he
all.
noticed something orange.
Yeah, Mr.
right
Eric's
past his
quote-unquote temporary office was just an
window.
excuse for me to actually show his office while his office was being renovated. And his temporary
that's
office was
very
really
strange.
each Durango and
What's
Silton
Vita's
style
up to?
coach that I was rebuilding that yellow and red
Vita's
yellow
was
and red
taking the
coaches
party
too.
guests up to
Oh,
Greenwich
yeah. Oh, here's
Junction.
that we are number
And he
one
had a lot
in
of them to
10-3
take.
again from earlier. of another shot from the intro season 2 there, guys.
When he arrived,
Always stay my profile picture. I don't bloody blame you, James. I think that profile picture really suits you. So yeah, I support you keeping your profile picture.
Mr. Eric has no clue about this party.
That is very
Well, I've got some people joining now.
Yeah, I'm going to check on Freddie and Alan, see how they're getting on with the presents. Okay, you do that. See you later, man. And Robert rolled off towards
Vitess's French accent is my only season 1 accent that I did that I'm not ashamed of. And his French accent only got better. In fact, actually no, it stays the same
Freddie and Alan.
season, I think. Season 1.
Hi, you two. How are the presents
They're on
coming
iPlayer.
along?
It's
all going good, Robert. You just have one more delivery of presents to make and we'll
because they
be
recently showed it on Christmas on
Yeah.
showed it.
Therefore,
Oh,
the
it's
delivery
from the
instruction in time for the start of the party.
Yeah, a lot of them were recently
That's good.
a lot of the shots, yeah,
I'll
all
have
the
to check
shots
Mr.
from
Eric now to see
season
you
1
both
from the
later.
season going out very well from.
Okay,
So-
bye. So Robert went
Oh,
to
okay,
the
bye.
restaurant.
Well, all of them now were from season. Yeah, all of them now were from.
Robert soon found him.
Yeah, all of them now were from. All must have been from broadcast on
I've noticed that
BBC
there
on
are
Christmas.
strange things happening on this railway today. And I was just
Damage?
wondering if you
Yeah, the 1970 series. Yeah, I think it's pretty fun, the 1970 series. So I really am not found the VHS.
I haven't noticed
I
anything
barely had
about
anything
today.
to say with feeling very
Okay,
impressed,
well, please
with
tell
their
me if you
recording
do.
that. So it's very, very,
I will.
very unlikely
See you
I'll do
later,
another
sir.
Muzzle Gummidge VHS
And
review.
Robert headed off once again.
Oh, it's just dragging.
Soon he met David
and
at the
Robert
junction
going
just
around
below the
seeing
Bex
party
flyover.
preparations, hardly any conflict. That's the main problem. Hardly any conflict. It's just Robert going around the railway making sure that Mr. Eric doesn't have any clue about
Hi,
the
David.
party.
How's the party
There's the
food
camera
coming
sound
along?
again. Oh, very, very boring
It's going
episode.
great, Robert. I'm just taking the cake.
In
back
fact,
to the
I'm going to
station.
make a bold
You said you
statement.
wanted to be
This
big,
is
so I
more
got the
boring
biggest
than
one I could
Calling All
find.
Engines, this episode.
That's very nice, David. Can I see this cake?
Oh yeah, I deliberately made.
But of
although
course,
I do,
Robert.
although I am proud of this,
So
I
David
deliberately
moved
made
forward a
it
bit
so that
so
the cake would be
Robert could see
hidden.
the
And
cake.
yes,
But when he
it's
revealed
absolutely
it to
enormous.
Robert, it was
Compared to the
enormous.
minifigure, at least, it's enormous. Both I've known for a month, most ones are on phone for a week. Well, it must be because
Oh.
both the Spider-Man series is
Well,
so
I know I said I
popular.
wanted the cake to be big, but I didn't mean that big.
Oh yes,
Oh,
it's,
come on,
that
Robert.
cake is
I love
cartoonishly
it.
big in comparison.
Oh,
to
I
the
suppose he
minifigures
will.
in this series. Oh yeah, and
Say,
there's my
Robert,
knee again.
I was thinking earlier that we didn't have
Christ.
any music for this party, and I was just wondering if you could think of any. I don't know. But
They're
I'm
trying
sure
to
I'll
find
think of
the
something in
music.
time.
They can't
You
think
better
what
get going with
music.
delivering that
The
cake,
description
Robert.
says what music will they choose for the party.
Okay,
That was
then.
apparently the
I'll
biggest
see you up at
conflict
Guinea
of this
Bridge Junction.
episode. Oh.
So David headed off up the line towards Guinea Bridge Junction, while Robert followed closely behind. Meanwhile, Mr. Eric still had loads of emails to sort out. Grrr, so many emails! How am I going to read and reply to all of these by the end of today?
Well, that's me sniffing again.
Back at Guinea Bridge Junction Station, it was
Oh, I
looking
couldn't
amazing.
bother about that. Oh,
The
those
decorations
quote-unquote
had been
those
designed,
quote-unquote
things on the
decorations
table,
there.
lots of
Oh,
videos
they
from the guest world at the station.
Oh, there's the road song again. Oh,
Okay,
no,
guys,
why did I
everything
even
seems ready
bother
to
putting
leave.
that in?
I'm off to collect the most important guest of all now. Be ready to greet him when I get back in about 1 hour.
What, BBC3's returning? Originally, it was just a streaming. It was relegated to simply streaming, but the rate on BBC3, oh cool.
By now,
Why is that
Mr.
Bill
Eric
Briggs?
was feeling
I
very
probably
tired
read
and very unhappy.
Comcast.
I've had so much to
As
do
long as
today.
they don't. Oh, he's just looking down at his
And no one has wished me happy birthday
The
yet.
Comcast, well, as
They
long as
probably
Viacom still
forgot.
don't,
Suddenly,
as long
Robert
as
came
Viacom
rushing into the
still,
station.
this means that Viacom will respect fair use more, and I'm
Oh,
all
Mr. Eric,
for
you
that.
have to come to
Welcome back,
the
Kira.
station right away. It's very important.
Or pretending it's an emergency classic birthday, surprise party, birthday card intro, and kids show group.
No,
Just
Mr. Eric,
looking
please.
at,
It's
that
so
guy's just looking
important.
down on Mr. Eric. So comedic.
Oh, very well,
Even if it was
Robert.
unintentional
If
comedy.
it's urgent. So Mr. Eric
Spell the
climbed
sniff,
on
you
board
probably
Robert
deserve.
and they set off for Guinea Bridge Junction. When they got there was a huge curtain lined out across the tracks. Is this what all the fuss is about, Robert? A huge curtain laid out across the tracks?
You can barely see Miss Eric's face there.
Yes, I know. Strange, isn't it?
Oh, being mysterious.
Robert, I've noticed there have been a lot of strange things happening on this railway today. Please tell me what is going on. Oh, you'll see. Larry, drop the curtain. The curtain dropped, and behind it was all the engines and party guests. And the party was looking great. Happy birthday, Mr. Eric!
Shot from the opening where the season 2
Oh my goodness, I thought you had all forgotten.
Oh, emphasize, more emphasize.
We would never forget your birthday, sir.
Yeah,
We just had to keep this party a secret from you until now. And sorry, but not all of us could make it. Some of us are still doing our other jobs.
And couldn't fit everyone else. That was the excuse for not.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you all.
I couldn't
But
fit
hang on a
everyone there,
second.
that was the
If you were
excuse I
getting
came
ready
up
for
with
this
not
party,
putting
then who
everyone
was
there.
doing all of your regular jobs? Oh, no need to worry about that, sir. I took care of everyone's freight duties as well as my own. Me and Robert did all of the passenger duties.
That was Dennis who was speaking.
That's okay, just as long as the work gets done. Wait a second. What's that?
Massive birthday
That
cake.
is your birthday cake, sir. It's huge. I know it is. Robert told me it had to be big, so I got you the biggest
Anyone
one
else
I could
going to type in the
find.
chat? None of you seem to have typed in the chat for a
Well,
while.
this all seems like a wonderful party. Thank you all. Oh, and there's one more thing. I have got some music for the party. I think you will like this song. Oh my God, David, I love this song!
Oh, filtered movie maker effect was just really right. It was supposed to be like a cheesy disco effect there. I don't even know what it was on, but it really didn't work. It didn't work.
The party lasted well into
Oh,
the
sorry, I
night,
haven't been speaking.
and
I
Mr.
didn't speak
Eric
for a
set
second
off
there,
to
guys.
his
I
birthday
sorry, I
party
didn't speak for a second
ever.
there, guys. I was just checking to make sure that the audio on my stream was still working. I wouldn't exactly say that, James Lister. Oh, here we are. This is the Christmas special, the half-hour Christmas special.
Bridge Railway.
Yeah, season 1 was a disaster though, James, but yeah, season 1 was a disaster.
Sir Callum and the Snowgrove.
Was a bit of a disaster
It was
anyway.
mid-December on the Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway, and all the engines were very excited for Christmas. There was so much more traffic on the railway around this time of year. There were extra letters to deliver with all the children sending their Christmases to Santa. There were also presents to deliver, Christmas food to be taken to all the supermarkets in the local area, Christmas decorations of any kind, of any Christmas good you could imagine. All had to be delivered to the shops of the local area, on top of all the locomotives' regular jobs.
Yeah, this is the longest episode. I deliberately did want it to be half an hour, guys. Wasn't got on
But
DVD.
Ethan
Yeah,
and
what
Sir
about it?
Callum
What about
had the
that,
best
Kira?
job of all around this time of year. They were
Yeah,
taking
Santa
trainloads
special.
of families on steam train rides from Redcliff up to Guineabridge Junction and back to meet Santa Claus. They
Oh, yeah,
loved doing
Santa
this job
specials.
every year and both agreed that Christmas just wouldn't be complete without these special trains. But for everyone else, the extra Christmas traffic meant they had to work harder than usual. This resulted in them getting very, very tired by the end of the day. Mr. Eric could clearly see they needed some extra help, and fast.
Kieran got to see if you want to
So one cold, grey and icy morning, he went to see all of his engines in the loco yard to tell them about an engine they were getting in to help them with the even heavier than usual Christmas traffic. Good morning, everybody. Now, I fully understand that the extra Christmas traffic this year is even heavier than usual, and that you are all struggling to cope. So this year I've hired an engine to help us with the additional Christmas traffic.
This is the first episode where Jack returned with keys, though it wouldn't happen until 2 years after this
it's
episode
not
came
Jack,
out.
is it? I don't want him and his rude ways back, especially not at
Oh,
Christmas.
stuttering again.
Don't worry, David. It is most certainly not Jack. It is a small tender engine named Christopher. His controller says that he is very kind and helpful, and that he just loves Christmas.
Yeah, Christopher loves Christmas.
When
I
will
came up with the
Christopher
name
be getting
Christopher.
here, sir?
Yeah, I came up with another shot from
Any
the
minute now,
from-
Sir
from
Callum,
season 2
and he will be
episode.
starting work with us pretty much as soon as he gets here.
Mr.
Mr. Eric answered his
So I
radio.
thought Christopher was the best
Yes?
suited name for him.
He's almost here, is he? Okay, I'll be up there as soon as I can. Over and out.
White actors with characters. So am
Christopher is
I.
almost here, everyone.
So am I,
Got to go
James.
now.
Actors should be cast for their talent and not for their.
And Mr. Eric walks back up the tracks towards the station.
If they're good at portraying characters that are not of the same ethnicity,
A few minutes later,
or religion
Christopher
as
came
them,
puffing
then
into the
I
loco
say they
yard to
should be
meet all of the
cast.
engines.
If they're good enough to be
Hi
portrayed.
everyone,
if they're
it's
good
great to
enough
be here. I can't wait to start
play
work with
those
you
sort of
all.
Characters that are not of their same ethnicity.
It's great to have you here, Christopher. I'm Sir Callum, and these are Ethan and Jacob.
Just as long as it's pretty politically correct and not offensive.
Hi, Christopher.
More.
Howdy.
Oh god.
Very nice to meet you all. I'd better go now. The work isn't going to get itself done now, will
More
it?
stuttering.
Very true, Christopher. See you later then.
There's only 4
Christopher
people
soon
watching
set to
now.
work. He got all of his
Oh,
work
this
done
is a song
quickly
from
and was
Progress.
very
There's a
kind
couple
and
songs
gentle
from the
towards the
Progress
other
here.
engines. He was loved by many and warmly welcomed to the railway.
So yeah, guys.
Later on, Sir Callum met up with Ethan. But he noticed something very strange coming from Ethan's wheels, and smelt it
The
too.
reason I felt that the stuttering was acceptable
Ethan, I don't know if you have noticed, but there is some very thick grey smoke coming from your wheels. Also, can you smell something burning?
So that's why I felt the stuttering.
Sir Callum, I do not know what you are talking about. I cannot see any grey smoke and cannot smell anything. Well, okay.
I do make
I'm
much
just
more
letting
an
you
effort
know
not to
because I'm
stutter
worried
in the
about
new
you. I'd best be off now.
Yes,
Bye, Ethan.
season 2 episodes, I mean. There will not be a season
Sir
2,
Callum.
a season 3 of Redcliff Railway
And so
Tales.
Ethan and Sir Callum went their separate ways.
Oh. Like, somewhat understandable. Somewhat understandable.
The next
yeah,
day,
well,
Mr. Eric was
yeah,
waiting for
Frankie
Jacob and
makes
Sir
an
Callum at
attempt
Redcliff
to
Station.
Yeah,
He
there
had
he
something
is.
very
I did
important
not
to
mean
tell
to
them.
compare that.
Hello,
In the
you
universe
two.
of,
I have come to talk to you both
in
today
universe
because I
of
have a very
Redcliff Railway
important
Tales,
job for you both
Frankie
to do on
City does not
Christmas
exist
Eve.
there. It's gone.
Oh,
Yeah, I actually I do think you went a bit far, especially saying it on
well,
Old
Jacob,
Dragons.
this
by
year
saying
I
it
have
on Old
decided
Dragons
that we will
where
not have a
he
Christmas tree
doesn't like
outside the
any
station.
political
Instead, we will
whatsoever.
have a snow globe with a Christmas tree inside it. And I need you and Sir Callum to go and collect it from Guineabridge Junction Station.
Sounds like crap and cringe. Yeah, a lot of the voice acting in season 1.
Of course, sir.
I know what you mean, Dominic. Like a lot of the voice acting in season
Not
1.
only is the snow globe very heavy, It is also very unstable,
yeah,
so you
by
will need
this
to bring
point
Colin the
now,
maintenance
by
crane
this
with
point, I
you to
do
load
think
it.
the
You will also
exos
need to bring a
are far,
coach to
far,
take some
far
workmen in to stop the
better.
snow globe from swinging around
Voice
as
acting
Colin is
a lot
loading
better
it.
now.
You will also need to collect a generator from Greenbridge Junction to power the lights on the snow globe, as we do not have a long enough generator to reach the place where the snow globe will be placed.
Now, all of
We'll need
this,
some
what I was doing,
fuel to power the
what I was doing
generator
here,
with. Now, all of that combined makes for a very heavy load.
getting
That's
as
why
much
I need
stuff
two
possible on the
engines.
Christmas
So what do
tree
you both say?
on the
Will you
snow
do
globe
it?
train was to try and make it a bit more. The reason I tried to make the train as long as possible and made up excuses for why they
Of course
needed
we
all this
will,
stuff
Mr. Eric.
was to make
You
the
know
runaway
how
scene
I
later
feel
on in the
Christmas Eve.
episode
You can
and
count
the
on
weight
son.
of the train being pushed down the hill a lot more believable. That's basically
Excellent.
why I needed
Thank
to
you
do.
both. Good
I
luck
needed
on
to do
Christmas
all
Eve,
this.
and I will see you
I need
both
to
later.
put all this in.
See you around.
A few days later, it was Christmas Eve, and Sir Callum was waiting for Jacob so they could set out on their important
As you
task
saw,
of collecting
guys,
the
that
snow
was just
globe.
reused footage from
Now,
Secret
where is
Episode
Jacob?
7.
I
as
can't
you
go
saw
without
just
him.
then, guys. So, you know, it's good.
That is a
Ross
very
Rock
good
DVD next Friday,
question, Sir
Kieran?
Callum.
Cool.
Jacob should have been here by
Why
now.
do you go insane when I said that I like the punny US
Suddenly,
stuff?
an
I just-
emergency report
again,
came
I
from Mr.
respect
Eric's
your
radio.
opinion, but
Yes?
I just
Hello?
feel it's
Who is
a
this?
little bit crazy
Mr.
for you
Eric,
to
sir?
say that you actually
This is
like
Hyman
it.
Ben. I would like to
James.
report an incident.
I really don't like it.
Oh yes, go ahead, I'm listening. You see, it's Jacob, sir. He's broken down just outside Raiden City Station. He's got a steam leak and he can't
Oh, you
move.
can barely even see the painted
Oh
on steam
dear.
effect. I drew
Don't worry,
on
I'll
that
send for
picture there
Brian to
with
take him back to
Jacob.
Redcliff for
You barely even
repairs.
see it.
Looks like he won't be able to help Sir Callum with the snow globe today.
Why
Thank
do
you
you
for
retract your
telling me
message,
anyway.
Kieran?
Over and out.
Do you have any Aardman
What's that,
merch?
sir? Has something happened to
Despite me
Jacob?
really liking Aardman, I actually have
I'm
no
afraid
Aardman
so.
merch
He's got a steam
whatsoever,
leak and won't
and
be
I
able
can't
to
even
help you
give a
with the
good
snow
enough reason
globe.
for why.
But sir, like you said, the snow globe is very heavy and I can't pull it on my own. So if Jacob is out of service, then you
Very
can help
cool.
me with it now. Don't worry, Sir Callum. I'll find someone else to help you.
Oh yeah, you already posted
Just
that,
then,
Kieran. I see.
Ethan came
you,
into
you,
the
you
station
decided to
with
read
one of the
my
railway's
notes,
Santa
so I'll get
specials.
Ethan. Oh my goodness. I'm getting very, very tired now, guys.
Ah,
This
that's
been going
it.
for almost 3
Ethan,
hours.
can I ask you a
Really has been
favour?
long one.
But of course, sir.
So
What is it?
tired now.
You see, Ethan, Jacob was meant to be helping out Sir Callum with a snow globe, but he's broken down and cannot pull the train. Sir Callum can't pull the train on his own, as it is very heavy. So could you please do it for Jacob?
Doesn't remote. Yeah, you said that
Okay
earlier.
then, Mr. Eric. But what about the Santa specials?
Have my own view
Oh,
on
no
that,
need to worry
but-
about that, Ethan. I'll
And
ask
if I
Dennis
remember
take them for
to,
the
I'll
rest
let
of
you
the
know I'll let you know my refreshed
Alright then,
opinions
Mr.
on
Eric.
the Budgie
I'm
US
ready
stuff
when
if I ever
Sir
get
Callum's
around to
ready.
rewatching it. Fair,
Thank you,
remember to
Ethan.
rewatch
I
it,
will see you
James.
both when you get back in time for the Christmas party. Sir Callum was very pleased to have Ethan helping him out, but secretly he was a little worried too. He remembered what he had seen coming out of Ethan's wheels a few days before, and had a very horrible feeling that this trip was not going to be easy.
Do you think Budgie? Oh yeah, definitely. All
A
the
few minutes
characters
later,
have voices on the
Brian brought
countryside.
them their train so they could set out on their very important job.
The fictional county of Oakhamshire.
Brian
And the fact
uncoupled
that they
and
make
moved
that they
backwards so
mention
that
share
Ethan and
means
Sir Callum
it's
could couple
definitely a
up to it.
fictional county in England. So yeah, I do think Budgie is set in England. Just a minute, guys.
Once they were coupled on, Brian moved alongside them, and the two engines were ready to begin their journey.
So I just need to turn it up again.
The rails are very icy today, so you both be careful out there with your heavy train today.
Oh, nobody else has posted.
Thank you for that kind advice,
Remember
Brian.
Lego Pixels cars? I have.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
some
that.
engines
Oh,
on this railway appreciate
talking
my
about
advice.
Brian.
Not like
I
that
mean
old
Jack.
Jack.
do you remember Lego Pixels?
Yeah, I know what you mean. See you later now,
Yes, I
Brian.
do remember it, but I never owned any sets.
And with
actually.
that, Sir Callum and Ethan
Old
headed off
8-bit
on their way up to Guinea
rendition of
Junction.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer here. Only 7 episodes of the US of the Budget available online. I knew that. I
Their
think that,
journey
yeah, I
started
knew
out
that,
smoothly,
James.
but then, a few
That's
miles outside
terrible.
Redcliff, they were stopped by a man waving a red baton.
Oh, there's my hand again. But once again, guys, as you all know, red baton, but he has no red baton. Oh, goose. Again, I felt that all of
What's
these
the
boosts were
problem?
acceptable, seeing as there were
Sorry,
boosts
Ethan.
in
The points are frozen.
like this in Thomas,
I understand that you've been assigned to run to Guinea Ridge
No,
Junction
yeah.
via Raiden City.
And as you have
can't
noticed,
because the
guys,
points are stuck like
the air
this.
building keeps getting higher and higher, ready for
Oh
when it's
dear.
destroyed, building
Well,
up to when
can't
it
we
gets
just run down
destroyed
the other
with
line to
sea
Guinea
structures.
Ridge
So
Junction?
there's my foot again. Make more of an effort to edit out my
I
hands and
suppose
not do it.
Well, I'll have to
show as
inform
much of my
Mr.
body
Ray.
anymore, but it's still present.
That's fine by
I couldn't
us.
really help.
We'll be off now. Thank you and see you later.
Well, that's understandable,
See you
I
later,
guess. It
Ethan.
hasn't aired for a long time.
Then the
Yeah,
two
it is
continued on their
understandable.
journey for the snow globe.
Right, I've really been talking for a long time now, guys. I've hurt my hand again, and I've got a headache now, so... After
For a
this
while,
episode's
their journey
ended,
was
we're
uneventful,
going to take a
but
quick break, we're going to go
unfortunately,
get some
this
water,
didn't
and I'll be back
last.
and we'll watch the last 3 episodes.
They
Joe
were soon
Mama!
stopped by a pile of
Oh,
snow
Joe
that had
Mama.
blown out across the tracks and blocked them.
Snow, and
Ethan and Sir
actually
Callum
looks more
couldn't get
aspirational,
through.
but it looks more
But
like
what the
popcorn.
hell do we do now?
But there's
We'll
no
never
other-
be able
there's
to
no
move this
snow
thing
around
out of
the
the
rest
way
of
on
the
our
railway, so
own.
what-
We might get stuck.
Or any
Yep.
unnecessary
This
words
is a
like that.
very awkward situation indeed.
Oh, unnecessary emphasis.
Relax, you two. I'll get you both out of here. I've got a snow shovel and a teamwork, so we should be on our way in no time.
No, I haven't seen that commercial before.
Ethan and Sir Callum were very happy about this, but at the same time, they were still worried about running late and not being able to get back to Redcliff in time for the Christmas party.
Here's the Polar. Now the Polar
Meanwhile,
Express song
Christopher
plays,
met
the
up with Brian
main
while he was
song of the
taking
Polar
Jacob
Express.
back to Redcliff.
This song is an absolute bop, guys. This song here. It's about to start playing. Well, I haven't actually seen Jeremy Kyle really, but so I couldn't really say. But I reckon
Brian.
I would
I
hate
heard that
Jeremy
Ethan
Kyle
and
if I
Sir
did
Callum have
watch
gone
his
to pick up a
show.
snow globe for the Christmas party tonight. How do you think they are getting on? Oh, I'm sure they are getting on just fine, Christopher. Back at the junction, Conductor Elliot finally managed to clear the snow off of the tracks, and Ethan and Sir Callum were ready to depart again. However, as a result of the snowdrift, they were now running 40 minutes behind schedule.
Tickets, please, tickets. Well, you coming?
They pounded down the line, trying to make up for lost time. Hurrying, though, was making them use up a lot of water, and they soon began to feel dehydrated.
I
Don't
feel
worry, you two.
dehydrated
We'll
right
soon
now.
be at Guinea Bridge Junction. Then, while the workers are helping Colin load the snow globe, I'll give you both a nice long drink. Then he looked at Sir Callum's water gauge and muttered, I hope.
Got nothing more to say at the moment now,
Ethan
guys.
and Sir
Do
Callum
you guys have
continued to
anything
speed
more
on
you'd
down
like to
the
say?
tracks
Just
towards
say whatever you want to say in the chat, guys.
Luckily, they both had just enough water in their tanks to make it to Guinea Bridge Junction Station, and they stopped in platform 1, tired but triumphant.
We stay on track, though sometimes we digress. But that can only happen on the
My
polar
mum hates EastEnders. Don't bloody blame her actually this time.
reading.
Finally, something I can agree with your mum.
were
I
all there waiting to be
hate
loaded.
EastEnders as well. It's just so
And
overly
while the
dramatic.
workmen helped
Their
to clean up the
coronation
snow
street and
globe,
Emmerdale are definitely
Conductor
far
Elliot went
worse
to
than
fill Ethan and Sir Callum's water tanks. Right then, you two, let's give you both a drink. And he turned the valve to let the water into Sir Callum's tanks. But then, there was a strange groaning noise, and hardly any
Oh
water
my
came.
goodness. Yeah, I agree, Ben Briggs.
Oh
Where's the logic in
dear,
that?
the pipes in the
Where
tank
is the
must
logic
be
in that?
frozen.
There's no need to stress.
How on earth are we going to
What
get
makes
the
EastEnders
water
great?
into
It's
the
just
pipes
so
if the pipes are
overly
frozen?
dramatic without necessity.
Keep calm, you two. I'll do everything I can to get as much water into your tanks as I can.
Check my manifest.
Conductor Elliot tried his best. Then Sir Callum noticed something funny. There's
Oh yeah,
that burning
burning
smell again. Sir Callum, what are you talking about? I cannot
This
smell
is pretty
anything.
much. There are a few elements taken from other kids shows. in this
Meanwhile,
episode, but
Brian
this
had
is
finally made it
again.
back to
This is
Redcliff with
this
Jacob,
this
and the
Christmas
mechanic
special
was
was
there
mostly
waiting to
an
fix his steam
story.
leak. Mr. O was about to test the Christmas lights on the station. Right, time to test the Christmas lights.
God,
Are you
we've been
sure,
going
sir?
for almost
Do you
3
even know
hours
if they're
now,
going
guys.
to work?
And even after this episode ends, we'll still have another 45
Oh yes,
minutes.
Brian, I know what I'm doing. Mr. Eric then pressed the on switch, but then there was an electronic noise that didn't sound healthy, and then a huge explosion.
Oh, you can actually see
Mr.
my
Eric was
hand throw
with
Mr.
such
Eric
force that his neck
backwards.
hurt, and he landed on his back.
Explosion,
Oh my
and me
goodness,
doing
are you
the
okay,
electric
sir?
explosion sound effects, and there wasn't even an
Merry
explosion
Christmas,
shown there
Mummy.
because you can't even see
I'll
the
take that as a
you
no
can't,
then.
you can't even rotoscope like digital
Don't worry,
explosions or
Brian.
anything into
I
air.
used to be a doctor,
I'll
you
definitely
know.
need to step
All
my
Mr.
game
Eric
up for
will
the
need is
finale.
several
I want
strong
it to feel
coffees,
very
a
cinematic,
whack on the
so there'll
head,
be loads
and
of
at least
sound
2
effects
hours
and
of
digital
sleep,
smoke
and he
effects
should be fine when the
and other
Christmas
effects
party
as
happens
well
tonight.
in the finale to the series, guys. Anyone else
Okay
gonna
then,
chat in
if
here?
you say so.
Anyone else gonna put
Back at
anything
Guinea
else in the
Bridge
chat?
Junction, the snow globe and everything else have been loaded, and Ethan and Sir Callum were ready to go. However, although Conductor Elliot had tried to get as much water into their tanks as possible, it still wasn't much. Well, you two, that'll have to do, I'm afraid. I just hope you both have enough water to get back
I've got
home.
nothing more to say at the
I
moment,
hope
guys,
so
unless you
too.
guys have anything
The
you'd
sooner
like
we
to-
get back
anything else
home,
you'd
the
like to
sooner the
say.
Christmas party can start. Yep, I just want to go home now. And Ethan and Sir Callum headed back off to Redcliff. The first few miles of their return journey were uneventful, but that didn't last long. They soon reached the Bexgate flyover. They struggled up the hill with their heavy load and low water levels, but after much straining, they finally reached the top. But then, as they started to brake for the
That should not
descent,
be a reason for you not for
Ethan's
your
brakes
mum not to
suddenly
let you
burst
watch
into
Panic
flames
Verse.
and began burning up. Ethan
Yeah,
lost control and
I
started
think-
racing down the
I
hill.
think
So
the
Colin
H-Rise
could not slow the
perfectly
train down on his own.
reasonable.
The momentum was just too much for one set of brakes.
No,
The
the
train
reason there's a lot
roared
of
down the
fast
line and the
cutting
pair
here
were
is because I
horrified.
tried to push the
Meanwhile,
full
Christopher
train
was
in this
resting
shot
nearby the
in
rolling
these
stock
runaway
yard.
shots here, when I made back
He
on the
noticed the
previous
runaway
episode.
train out of the
But,
corner of his eye, and he knew just what to do. He started running backwards after
But
the
the
runaway
train
train
kept
in an
derailing.
attempt to
Where's
stop
my hand
it.
again? The train kept derailing, so I had to jump again.
Remain calm, you
Yeah,
two.
everything's still not
I'm
great,
going to
but it
try to
is
couple
getting
up to the
better
back
as
of your
the
train
series
and
goes
try to slow the both of you down.
Yes, the Oh no,
Merry
lost my
Christmas.
train. Oh, there's some
We're only
digital
about 5
paint
miles away
effects.
from Redcliff, and if we come in too fast, we might crash off the tracks at the sharp curve just after the station.
Now.
Then the Christmas party will be ruined.
Yeah, I had to.
Don't worry, Ethan.
Yeah, I could only
I'm
push
using
part of
my
the
own
train in
brake.
that shot
It's
there,
slowing
why-
us down,
why
but
the
not
cutting is
enough.
so
So
fast and
hopefully with
sudden.
Christopher's help, we should be able
Yeah,
to slow the
because the
train
rest of
down
the
in
train
time
can't
before we
derail.
reach the station.
Oh, but I felt that this scene was actually quite intense.
Conductor Elliot was also trying to help. He was standing on Ethan's running plate trying to throw a container of water over Ethan's brakes so he could extinguish them and slow them down.
Oh, I could name. Oh, I can't name one off the top of my head.
The train swayed
There's
and
so
lurched,
many Caddick
and
Woods
Christopher
quotes I
was
can
still in
name off the top of my head,
pursuit.
but I just don't know.
Couple me
No
up!
way.
Couple me up! I need to slow Ethan and Sir Callum down. Right. The worker climbed onto Colin's rear coupling and fastened a chain onto it. Then he bravely jumped onto Christopher's coupling and fastened the other end of the chain onto it before jumping into Christopher's tender. Christopher braked as hard as he could. But would it be enough to stop Ethan and Sir Callum? Meanwhile, a few miles up the line, a few of the engines were already at Redcliff Station. Mr. Eric was still recovering from
I
his
know, he said
incident
so at
with
the
the
end of his,
electrics.
Mr. Eric
And the mechanic
he
was
said so at
busy
the end of his
fixing
PS1
Jacob's
quote unquote baby games.
David was
video.
getting a
Those
little
not
bit
exactly
worried.
games,
He was
but-
wondering where Ethan and Sir Callum were with the snow
sorry,
globe.
I really do want Caddick to do to actually
The sooner
review
the snow
some
globe
Bob the
gets
Builder
here, the
games.
sooner we can start the
Oh, here's a
Christmas
nice
party.
title for a possible Bob the Builder.
Don't
video.
worry,
It's
David.
The
I'm
Unfixable
sure they'll
World
be
of
here
Bob the
soon
Builder
enough.
games. What do you all think of that, guys? Title footage
I
for a
really
multiple
hope they
Bully
will
Caligula's
be.
video, The
I
Unfixable
really
World
want to
of
see this
Boulder
snow
Builder
globe.
Games. What do you think of that?
Suddenly, everyone heard a long and loud whistle.
That couldn't be heard because
Oh,
Movie Maker
no.
doesn't
I
allow
can
me
see
to
them,
put
but
in
they
more
seem
than
to be
2
coming
audio
in way
tracks
too
at a
fast.
time.
Get out of the way, everybody! Wait, what? Oh no, Ethan, Sir Callum, please stop!
Oh, very, very fun rendition of
Luckily, the train was now
of the
travelling
Thomas and the
slow
Trucks
enough for
runaway
conductor
themes
Elliot to
there.
blow the water under Ethan's wheels.
I don't get why that
This
runaway theme was only
extinguished his
used one
brakes.
time in Thomas and Friends. I think it would have
Both
suited.
Ethan and Sir Callum's
I don't think it would have
help,
hurt to
using
use
their
that
own
runaway
weight,
theme a few
they
more
both
times.
managed to slow the train
Throughout-
down
throughout the
and
series
eventually
sometimes.
bring Ethan to a stop.
Anyone else gonna say anything? Oh, Jesus.
Ethan was very relieved to have finally stopped. Mr. Eric, on the other hand, was very confused about what just happened. Ethan! Sir Callum! What in the blazes just happened? Why did you
I've
both
got
come into
nothing
the
else to
station
say
so
now, guys,
fast?
unless you lot have got some stuff you'd like to say.
Oh,
Well,
it's
do
a
you?
very long story, sir. Then Sir Callum told Mr. Eric all about what had happened on their journey that day.
Are you even listening to what I'm saying anymore?
Mr. Eric only had to hear Sir Callum's story once to be truly amazed by it. Well, in that case, we must be
My
very
area
grateful
is
for
getting
two
the
very
sold
special
box
people.
soon to be sold any bit on. Very nice, James
Christopher and Elliot.
Yeah, if you
Your
do
brave and
some nice
selfless actions
reviews,
today were nothing more
if
than
you do
heroic.
some-
Therefore, I hereby declare you both
If
to
you
be
do
the
your game
guests of
reviews
honour
in the same
at
style as humor as
tonight's
Candicorous, I
Christmas
really do feel
party.
you could be.
All the engines
I
whistled
really
and
do
honked
feel
in cheers.
you could be quite a
Oh,
successful
thank
game
you,
reviewer.
sir. I'm always happy
Not
to
quite as
help
successful
others
as
in
him,
need.
but still pretty successful. Oh look, I
That's
finally
very
decided
good
to
of you,
give
Christopher. Now come along, everybody.
background
We've still got a
characters
lot to do before the Christmas party tonight. And everyone agreed. The
I
snowball
know
was soon
Bane bricks,
unloaded and
and
put
most
up
of
in the
them
right
were
place.
pretty-
The generator
most
was
of them
then
were
hooked up and
shovelware.
filled with fuel. Then
Yeah,
Brian
yeah,
took
most
the
of them
empty
were
wagons
shovelware.
and Colin the maintenance crane back to the rolling stock
Yeah,
yard.
outright games
While Sir
are
Callum shunted
basically
Ethan
the
over
last
there, where the
entertainment
same
slash
mechanic who had
Phoenix
fixed
games.
Jacob's
Well,
steam
not quite
leak was
Phoenix
waiting
games,
to
but
inspect
certainly the
Ethan's
last
brakes.
entertainment of
After
the
a few
fourth
minutes
slash
of looking
fifth
under
generation
Ethan's wheels,
consoles,
he soon
gaming
found the
console. Wait,
cause of them
not the fourth,
igniting.
fifth generation, the eighth, ninth generation,
Ethan,
seventh through
your
ninth
brake pads have
generation
worn down
consoles
so
compared
much
to
they
last
got
entertainment.
really
Wait,
hot
eighth
and
and ninth
eventually
generation,
caught
actually.
fire. As a result, they have completely melted. We do not have any spare brake pads
Yeah, I
at the
think I
moment
know
as our
that.
supplier has ceased
actually know
operation for
about
the
that,
year. It
Dominic.
is unsafe for you to run without brake pads, so I'm afraid you will have to be placed out of service until the new year when our supplier reopens. Oh, okay, I understand. Never mind, Ethan. The Christmas party is about to start. I'll take you up to the station for it. Okay then, Sir Callum. This made Ethan feel a little bit better, but he was still sad about not being able to work for the rest of the year.
Welcome back, Kieran. I see
So
you
the
keep
pair
popping
headed
in
on
and
up
you've
to
been kept on
Redcliff
popping in
Station
and
for the
out.
Christmas party.
Not at
Come
the
on,
moment,
Brian.
Bane Bricks.
The Christmas party is about to
I just
start.
don't feel I need to
Oh,
at the moment.
okay then. I'm right behind you. So Brian followed the pair up to the station for the party.
More editing out of
One,
the hands now.
two,
It's getting more
three.
frequent, the editing out of
Suddenly,
the hands.
all the
Oh,
lights
the,
came on, and the station and
the
snow
picture
globe
quality here
looked
is really not
amazing.
good. And far less
Ladies
shaky
and gentlemen,
far less handheld
Mr. Eric
camera
was
work
speaking
as
through a
well.
microphone.
God, my
Before we
filmmaking
all get
skills
to
were
indulge in this
shit.
wonderful Christmas
In
party, we have some
2018
people to
compared
thank.
to now.
I would first like to say thank
And
you
even
to our
more
wonderful
shit
station master
in
Carl over here,
2015
who
when I
helped
made
me
that.
recover from a
And
nasty
that other
shock I
thing I'm
had
personally
after an
ashamed
incident
of,
with some
the
electric.
original Angry
He
Birds
used to be a
Railway
doctor,
20-minute
you know,
short
and if it
film.
hadn't been for him,
I'm
I
slightly
probably
more-
wouldn't be speaking
slightly
to you
more
all
pleased
right
with
now. The next
with the
person I'd like to
2016
thank is this
failed
wonderful
Angry Birds
workman
Railway
over
series
here,
that was about
who risked his
racing,
life
but
jumping from one
not
train
quite
coupling
as
to
much
another
so, yeah.
while attempting to stop a runaway train. I'd also like to
Yes,
thank
yes,
Elliot
yes,
over
yes,
here,
yes,
who
yes,
also
box.
risked his life
Yeah,
trying to put out a
box,
fire on the
obviously.
same
Obviously
runaway
it will
train.
get box.
But I think the
James,
biggest thank you of
obviously it's
all
gonna get
would
boxed.
definitely have to go to Christopher over there. He was the one who actually stopped the runaway train,
barely
and if it
see
hadn't been for them, that
Oh my
lovely
God,
snow
the
globe
lighting
over there
really
would
is-
probably have been
Down in the
damaged
Redcliff
beyond
Railway
repair.
Tales studio, we actually now
So
have
yeah,
lights that can
thank you to all these
lights,
people, and
adjustable
thank
lights
you all
now,
for
which
coming.
does
Merry
make the
Christmas to
lighting,
all of you,
which
and
does
enjoy the
automatically improve
party.
the lighting here.
Everyone
You
cheered,
can't,
and
I
the
can't
party
even, I
began.
don't even remember what that was
The
supposed to be a
party
picture
was a
of. It was
great
it's
success
so
that
bad,
night.
picture quality
Everyone
there.
enjoyed
Quality of
singing
that picture.
Christmas songs and
Oh,
dancing
God's
and giving
sake.
presents to each other, and all in all, having a very Merry Christmas.
Why did I emphasize Christmas?
That night in the
There was
local
really no
yard,
need to
long
emphasize
after
any
the
of the
party was
words I
over,
did.
Mr. Eric came to see everybody.
Disney,
Hello everyone, I just came down here to thank you all for your hard work over the past month or so. Tomorrow is Christmas Day,
Why so
and there are
interesting?
no
Oh,
trains running all day,
Another
so you all
reuse image
deserve
with
some
Jack in the
rest.
background.
Station
Oh my
Master
God, why
Carl
did I
will be
keep
here in the
reusing that
morning
image
to
over
open
and
all
over
of your
again? I think it
presents
was
for you.
because I
I'm
couldn't
going home
bother
now
to
for a good
retake
night's
such
sleep
dark
before
images.
Christmas
Either
Day.
that,
I won't
or
be here
the
tomorrow,
images I
so
did
see you
take
all
were
on Boxing
unusable
Day,
because of how
everybody.
dark they
Merry
were.
Christmas to all
But-
of you, and
but I
to
just
all
thought
of you,
I-
a good
It would have been
night.
better if I just attempted
Then
to
Mr.
retake
Eric
them.
walked back up the
Did
tracks
you always say
and headed
Fortnite?
home.
Pretty much, Bane Bricks.
Hey,
Yes, it's really accurate.
Christopher, thank you for saving me and Sir Callum today. You were very brave. Oh, that's all right, Ethan. I'm always happy
I
to
do.
help
I
anyone.
do have plans to make another
That's
Christmas
very kind
special
of
at
you,
the end of
Christopher.
season 2
Good
for
night now,
episode
and Merry
13.
Christmas.
For season 2, episode
Good night
13,
and
and
Merry
Christopher
Christmas
is
to
going
you
to
too,
return in
Ethan.
that. But since this episode,
And
Christopher
with
hasn't
that,
been
Christopher,
seen since.
Ethan, and everyone else fell fast asleep.
Oh, my camera stand was not great back then, hence why there was a lot of shaking camera stuff.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, there was Santa, and the cow from the very
The
first
next
episode
day
was pulling his
was
sleigh.
Christmas Day, and Carl had come to open everyone's presents. I couldn't possibly tell you all, absolutely everyone, what everyone got, so here are a few examples. Robert got a multilingual dictionary. Freddie got a stuffed penguin that he now keeps in his cab as a lucky charm.
I didn't even know
Peter
what he
got a
did when he
box
got
of
on the
jokes that are
top
so
of the
bad they're funny. David got a vinyl record of AC/DC's
Oh, I
Back in
don't
Black.
even remember what all the presents
Vites
were.
got a ceramic croissant that he now uses for decoration in his buffet car.
The first
Jacob got a
Oxford-
VHS
Oxford
copy of
photo
Toy
was
Story,
really kind of
his
like,
favourite
yeah,
Disney
cool.
movie. Sir Callum got a VHS copy of his favourite TV show, Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean, of course.
And
yeah,
what did
VHS.
Ethan get? Of course, he got some new brake pads.
I did have my
Thank you,
VHS player
Santa.
back then,
Now
but
I
I
can
didn't
run
get it
before
until a
the
year
new
after
year
this.
after all.
After this episode came out, but I was still fascinated.
That's
I was
great,
still fascinated
Ethan.
by
Santa
VHS
got me
back
this
then,
nice book about
regardless.
the history of Christmas.
History of Christmas.
That's very nice, Christopher. Wait a second. What's that in your tender? What's what in my tender? I'll go and have a look. Oh, it's a letter. Is it? Please open it and read it out to me.
Waiting for it to come back.
All right, all right. Let's see now. Dear Christopher, I just
Here
want
is
to
your friend,
congratulate
Thomas
you
the
on
Tank
saving
Engine.
Ethan and Sir Callum. Your
In a
actions
YouTube
were
proof of
very
that, so
brave
that's
and
definitely
heroic.
what that would
You have
say.
been a very good boy this year. I hope you
Dear
like the book on
Christopher,
the history
who
of
is your
Christmas I gave you. Warm regards,
Green
Santa
Santa, never
Claus.
heard of it, James. Oh, that's the end of the
that's so
Angry
nice
Birds
of him to leave a
Space
letter
slash
just for
cover
me.
of the Angry Birds Space theme.
Indeed it is,
I felt this
Christopher,
was
and
the
what a
best way to
great
possibly
Christmas
end
this
this
is.
episode.
Well
Because of the
said,
end of
Ethan.
the reason I
Merry
chose that is because
Christmas,
the end of the
Ethan.
SpongeBob
Merry
Christmas
Christmas,
episode of the SpongeBob
everybody.
segment before the closing Patchy segment started, the ending part of that reminded me of the ending of the Angry Birds Space slash theme. And here to end this episode we have the SpongeBob Christmas ending theme, the SpongeBob Christmas special ending theme, Christmas Who. I know Christmas is past now, but I'm gonna play this anyway. Anyone else gonna type in the chat? Oh, you may be able to hear me. hear me shaking, hear the microphone and the sounds of the microphone shaking and stuff in both the recording of the audio and the voice acting and narration. Because back in season 1 when I recorded the audio, I didn't actually record it directly through to Audacity because I didn't know how. What I did was I recorded it through my microphone and just put my 2 speakers either side of each other. But now I've worked out how to do it. But now, as of most recently, I've been able to work out how to record it directly through Audacity and to produce much higher quality music. So yeah, I do that now. Alright guys, I'm gonna go upstairs, get some water, and then we'll watch the last 3 episodes. There's about 45 minutes of this stream left, so I'm just gonna get some water, and I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. So, let's continue. Let's watch the final 3 episodes now. 15 minutes each. Christmas special. Redcliff Railway Tales Christmas special. Welcome back, my little pony fan. You missed quite a lot, but not masses. So there's about 45 minutes of this stream left now. Going to give off Road Fan Series.
The trouble with wagons.
Series. So very cool.
All the
Right,
engines
this
on
is the
Redcliff and
introduction
Railway
of
were working harder than usual. A brand new building was being built on the site of the old Raiden City Freight Depot. The depot had closed in 2012 and had been abandoned for years. Then one day, Vitas had an accident and destroyed the depot.
But he has appeared in the series on
depot had
more than other characters. And there's
the
smoke, there's lots of spaghetti.
By the Redcliff and Giderbridge Borough Council, who, as a little side note here, also provides subsidisation for the railway. This allows Mr. Oak to make the price of passenger tickets on the railway.
You say that the end of the Thomas game. No, I don't like think it's shovelware, at least not as shovelware as the Roy game, but
Rocks were taken
yeah, I don't quite think it's shovelware, James.
Concrete bricks. Then the concrete bricks are taken over to the building.
Oh yeah, concrete bricks. Oh, again, you can barely hear my brain.
But none of the engines knew exactly
Yeah,
what this building was
these
going to
final
be.
3 episodes of season 1, I do actually think my filmmaking game had really been improved by this point, and I was really getting into the flow of it now.
I understand
And
that you
my
avoid
filmmaking
speculation
skills
as to what
only
this
got
new
better
building
from
of
this
Raiden
point
City
on.
is going to be. Well, today's the day I finally reveal that to you all. The new building is going to
The skyscraper that you guys saw being built up over time was indeed the Eric building. And you know it would get destroyed in season 2, episode 2.
to have this building named after me. Congratulations, Mr. Eric. What's going to be in this new building? Well, Freddy, this new building will include a whole range of apartments and offices, and in the basement there will be a shopping centre, a food court, a cinema, a swimming pool, a bowling alley, a gym, and a nightclub.
Okay, I finished my water
The building
now.
is even going to feature its very own hotel. Oh, that all sounds very interesting, sir.
Anyone else got anything else? Anyone
It
else got
is.
anything else they'd
If
like
it
to
is
say?
be finished on time, then we all need to crack on. So come along, everybody. Let's all get to work now, shall we? Later that day, David came to Redcliff Station to pick up his freight train that Brian had left for him. One of the wagons of the freight train was loaded with rocks and was being used to make the bricks for the building. However,
I
today
don't
the
even-
wagons were heavily
I didn't
loaded
even
and
bother
were
getting
bad
the
mood.
rolling
Oh,
stock
why are we
faces,
so
but I
heavy
think
today? This is
I think
not
I
good
will
for our
actually
axles.
bother.
You know,
I
let's
am
take our
actually.
anger
I
out
think
on
I will
David.
actually
We'll
bother
play a
to
trick on
give
him on the
to
Beck
give the
Stick
rolling
Fiber.
stock
Yeah, that sounds
faces
good
in
to
the
me.
finale. I think.
David, of course, didn't
Alongside the
hear them.
engines. Yeah, overall, the finale,
He
I'm
was
going to
soon
try
on
and
his
make the
way to
finale the
Giderbridge
best I can
Junction with his
possibly
heavy
make
freight
it,
train.
with digital effects and putting faces on all the
He
wagons.
thought the wagons were
You
running
guys are all
smoothly
really
and
going to
were
enjoy the
paving well,
finale.
but he was wrong.
I've got a lot planned for the finale. You guys have anything else you want to say? Oh, another shot from the opening. And there's me jumping across that piece of track there, and there's the reflection of the camera again. See, it's still not perfect, but it's still getting better. It is getting better now, guys. Even at this point, I knew I was getting better at making these, at filmmaking.
They were going so fast at the bottom that they crashed right off the tracks.
Oh, I'm particularly proud of that crash as well. And the use of Henry's sad theme afterwards. Oh yeah, Henry's sad theme there. I'm proud of that.
He had sustained heavy damage from the impact of the crash. Brian soon arrived with Colin the maintenance train, the track gangers, and Mr. Eric. He was deeply shocked when he saw the damage that the wagons had caused. It's all right, David. It definitely wasn't your fault. I understand that, sir. But
oh, that's my... Still haven't...
Apart from a broken bone in his right arm, he's fine. The medics say that he should recover fairly quickly and be back at work within approximately 2 weeks.
From what I can remember, it doesn't happen at all in season 2.
Sir?
You know, a side dish of octorok for dinner because I'm so hungry I could eat an octorok.
Perhaps,
James, ask your mum, maybe she'll give you a side dish of octorok and especially lots of spaghetti.
Do all your work for you while you are away. Oh no, it's not going to be Jack, is it? That's just it, David.
Oh, there was a risk of Jack coming back in this episode again, but he didn't.
David just couldn't stop thinking about his replacement engine as he was being loaded onto a flat wagon to be taken away to Crew Works for his repairs. He was very worried that it wouldn't do for Jack. He was soon on his way up to Crew Works for his repairs. Later that evening, Mr. Eric came to see all the engines.
There isn't as much better.
Listen up, everybody.
Yeah, I know,
David has had an accident and has been sent away to Crew Works for repairs. The traffic on the line is far too heavy at the moment, so I have had no choice but to hire a replacement engine while he is away. Oh no, please don't bring Jack back again. Don't
Just a
worry,
minute, guys.
Dennis.
I want to check my
That
subscription
horrid
feed. I'll read the
Scottish
chat
engine
again in a
is
sec.
not coming back to this railway. I have made arrangements with Crew Works for one of their big, powerful diesel locomotives to come down and do all of David's work while he is away at Crew. That's great and all, sir, but when is this engine getting here? The replacement engine won't be arriving until tomorrow morning. Get some sleep now, everyone, because even with another engine coming to help us, it will still be a very tiring day for
Mr. Ryan's doing his Thomas the
I'll
Tank
be
Engine
off
memes
home
again.
now, so good night, everyone. And then everyone fell asleep. The next morning, Peter was dozing. when all of a sudden
Even
he heard
here
a
I
really
felt I
loud
did a
horn.
better. Even my horn felt a bit. Even
Wait,
my horn
what?
sound effect
Who's
here that I
there?
did myself, I felt was better.
Then a big, powerful-looking diesel locomotive pulled up next to Peter. Hey, Peter, my buddy.
Oh yeah, there's
My good old friend. Oh my God, Max, is that you? It's so good to see you after all these years.
Oh yeah, that Max's
Hey, Freddy,
friends.
wake up! Look who's here. Wait, Freddy's here too? Oh my God, yes! Freddy rolled over to see the newcomer. Oh my God, if it isn't Max! How are you, Freddy? It's so good to see you, and you too, Peter. Just then, Mr. Eric arrived. You mean, you three know each other? Ah, you must be Mr. Eric. Hi, I'm Max, and yes,
Just a sec, guys.
Peter and Freddy all know each other. We all worked together back on our old railway
Fine,
in
yeah.
America.
Why can't I get a side dish of lots of spaghetti? Because that would, I've already explained, James, that would mean there'd be too much for you to eat. Too many carbs and fattening stuff.
I'd be obliged to tell you, Jacob. You see, when me and Freddy came to England, our old American box boxes were
How they get away with that one scene? I don't even know. It's just
they
so
were replaced
scary.
with more British.
How did they get away with the
Crew
stinging
Works.
scene
Then I assume the same thing
in
has
Buzz
happened to
Buzz?
you, Max,
How
right?
did Audrey even get away with writing it? It's so scary. And so traumatizing the kids, and that Jake and Buzz is part of the reason I'm still scared of bees even today. Oh, you can barely hear the narration in this episode. It is getting better. It's decent now, but
I'll show you to the rolling
barely
stock
hear
yard.
narration. There's still lots of room
Right
for
behind
improvement.
you, Peter.
Then
Then the pair headed off to the rolling stock yard.
Oh, you just saw my hand, yeah, but I am making a lot more of an effort to edit out the hand shots now. But I really ramped up that effort in season 2, as you all know. When you ended the stream, in about... Oh, this is teasing the arrival of even more engines after this piece of dialogue here. About... There's another 35 minutes left, Kieran. The stream will be ending in 35 minutes, Kieran. You saw my hand again, guys.
Do you remember how strong I was back in America? Oh yes, I do remember that. Do you think you've still got it?
Oh yeah,
Oh yes, I do, Peter. I can show you if you want. Alright then, Max. Why don't you demonstrate your strength to me by taking those wagons over there while I fetch Alan's coaches? As good as done, Peter. So Peter took Alan's coaches up to the station while Max went to couple up to the wagons.
Yes,
When Peter
I couldn't
returned,
rhyme, I've just
Max
done
was
that.
trying to take the wagons from the siding.
Just
They
helping
were
him.
very old
Oh,
and had not
this is the
been
first time
touched
those
for a
two
long
wagons were in the
time.
series, so
Max
that's
found
why.
them hard to lose.
So my excuse for that was that they hadn't been touched for a long time, so I can do this scene. So yeah, mostly an original story this, except the last quarter is taken from Pop Goes the Diesel.
Peter watched with interest. Max lost his patience.
Oh yeah.
Roared and gave a great
Great
kick.
key, yes.
The wagons jerked forward. Oh, we can't, we won't! Some of their brakes snapped and the gear jammed in the sleepers.
Oh yeah, it's going
Then
crazy.
the coupling broke and Max shot forwards. Arrgar! Arrgar!
And somehow, just like in the Pop
Max
Goes the Diesel
recovered
episode, it
and
didn't
tried
work.
to
Oh,
push
there's my
the
sister
wagons
again playing
but they
piano.
wouldn't move.
Again, why did I think that was
Peter
acceptable?
ran round to the back of
Not proud
Max's
of
train
this.
to collect the undamaged wagons. Thank you for arranging this lot for me, Max. You still do have your strength from back in America. I must go now. Don't you want this lot? No,
I
thank
don't
you,
quite
Max.
know what you're talking about,
But
Dominic.
I've taken
So,
all
yeah.
this
Oh, that's
trouble from
me.
them. Why didn't you tell me? You never asked me. Besides, it seems that you are really enjoying being strong. Goodbye now, Max. And Peter rolled away with his wagons. Peter had obviously been joking with Max, but it was very hard for Max not to take it personally.
Oh.
Max had to help the workmen clean up the mess.
Oh, Emma.
He hated
There's
it.
Emma. She
All
wasn't
the
supposed to
wagons
be
were
there.
laughing and singing at him.
She wasn't supposed to be there. Oh, song. I didn't even consider the faces. I'm pretty proud of this rendition of the truck. Oh, you just... I really love how tight that was edited. But that wagon was slightly off the
Later that
track.
night,
The
Peter and
Octane
Freddy
wagon. Did you
got
notice,
down
guys,
to
that
the
Octane wagon was slightly off the track?
I tell you, Freddy, the coupling on his train snapped and he just lurched forwards. It was hilarious. That sounds very funny to me. If he's not careful, he's going to knock himself
funky
off the
dialogue
tracks.
again. It's not perfect, though, getting better.
Max wasn't too happy about this. He was going to prove to his friends that he was very strong. But what he didn't know was that this was going to get him into trouble. Will Max learn that strength isn't everything?
Cliffhanger,
Find
serial
out
ending
next
again.
time on Redcliff Railway Tales.
I think this was the very last time I ever did that serial style cliffhanger ending. Right, here we go, next episode. Right, here we go, the penultimate episode, guys. How they get away with... That I really don't know, James. How on earth did they get away with it? Oh, there's another shot.
Max had now been working on the Redcliff and Guinea Bridge Railway for almost 2 weeks.
I'll
He had come down from Crewe to do all of David's work while he was away for major repairs, but Max was still cross at Peter for playing a trick on him, and was determined to prove to both him
Again,
and
you
Freddie
could
that
barely
he
hear
was
my
still
voice.
so
That was a
an
problem
engine
with
like he was
these
back in
final few
America.
episodes. You could barely hear
However,
my
this was
voice.
going to get him into trouble, as you will soon find out. One day, he'd taken a very long and heavy train.
Oh, the writing, the voice acting, and the production value and music, they all got better in Season 2. I really do prefer Season 2. If Redcliff Railway Tales had its pages on the terrible TV shows / greatest TV shows wiki, Season 1 would be on the terrible TV shows wiki, while Season 2 would be on the greatest TV shows wiki, I think.
And what was worse was that the wagons were playing tricks on him. They had set their brakes and were holding him back.
In fact, so maybe I will create an article.
Stop holding me
A
back,
terrible
you
TV
stupid
shows
wagons.
wiki article and a
Release
greatest
your
TV
brakes
shows
right this
wiki
instant.
article with each
But
of
as
those
usual, the
ones.
wagons were unwilling to comply.
And each of
They
those
set their brakes
with
even
Season
harder.
1 and Season 2
Max began
respectively.
straining even more. Smoke billowed from his engine, and he thought he was going to overheat and burn out. He did eventually manage to get to the top, but the wagons were not prepared to stop their tricks just yet. As you would naturally expect for them, they pushed Max right down the other side like they did with David. Max set his brakes as hard as he could, but the momentum was just all too much. The wagons bumped him over the
slow
points,
motion.
and they came off
Oh,
the
there's
track
my
with
hand
their
again.
loads spilling
There
out
was no
everywhere.
way I could edit my hand out here. I just didn't even. I should have done another take of this scene. It's just terrible. Completely wrecked the level crossing actor. The
Some of
most
the wagons
freakiest in
and
Thomas?
Max have
Oh,
received
definitely
minor
that
damage, but
Buzz
Max
Buzz
had
scene, I
completely
think,
wrecked the
James.
level crossing. Soon, Brian brought Colin the maintenance crane so that the mess could be cleared up. Mr. Eric had also come to see the damage too. Max, do you have any idea how this happened? Well, Mr. Eric, I'm afraid I may have been straining myself with the wagons and
Freakiest
then
moment in
pushed it down
Thomas,
the other
James
side
getting
of the
stung, of
Escape
course.
flyover and derailed
In fact,
me.
James getting stung tied with Alicia Botti screaming. So uncanny,
I
her
see.
scream.
You must
As is
try to
James's.
restrain yourself and don't
James's
wear
is
yourself
borderline
out.
horror
That's how these
film-ish
accidents happen,
in
Max.
Buzz Buzz.
Okay? Okay, sir. I will try to hold myself back from now on.
Yeah, but the trucks go
There's
to
a
him
good
into doing
engine.
otherwise.
We will soon have you back on the tracks again, Max. Then you will be taken back to
Have
the
you
local
noticed
yard
how much
for
calmer I am
repairs.
now compared to how I was at the beginning of this stream, guys?
Max
That's
and all the
because I
wagons were soon
don't.
back
This
on the
isn't.
tracks
These
again, and
final
Brian
3
took
episodes
Max
aren't
back to the
anywhere
local
near
yard for
as
repairs along
cringy
with
as
Colin the
they
maintenance crane.
as the
Dennis soon
as
came to
most of
collect the
this
wagons
series
and
is.
finish Max's freight job for him. That night, as Max was being repaired, Peter and Freddie were talking about what had happened to Max that day. Max's accident seemed very similar to David's, didn't it, Freddie? Oh yes, it did, Peter. Thank goodness he didn't have to go back to Crewe Works for repairs like David did.
Robert's concerned about him.
Max thought that they were being nasty to him, so he finally decided to pluck up courage and personally have a word with them. Guys, are you talking dirt about me?
Oh, Max isn't as doesn't
Of course
actually
not,
become
Max.
as conceited
We were
as
talking
Jake.
about you
doesn't
because
actually
we are
become as
legitimately
angry
worried
as
about
Jacob
you.
does. But he
Whatever
does.
gave
But
you
as
this
with all the new
idea?
characters that get introduced, they do have a bit of a each of
Because
these
almost
new
2
characters
weeks
do
ago,
have a
you and
2-episode
Freddie
arc.
were
That was
talking
kind of
about
the
that
formula
little incident I
for,
had with those
and it
wagons,
still is for
and I
these
thought you
these
would
new
make fun
characters.
of it. So I
With the
just thought
exception
you were
of
making
characters
fun of
like
the incident I had
Brian
today.
and Christopher, most of the new characters that get
Oh, Max,
introduced.
you silly sausage. You're
Most
our
of the new
best
characters
friend.
that get
We would never
introduced,
make fun of you.
tend to have a 2-episode arc
Yes,
where
we
they
talked
get
about
some
both
developments.
incidents because we were genuinely worried
Or
about you.
yeah, they basically
We
have a
don't want you having
2-episode
similar
arc.
accident to David,
That's
now do
basically
we?
what happens with each of the 2 new characters. They get a 2-episode arc.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your concern,
from
guys.
Thomas.
I'm sure
That's
I'll be
excuse
fine
me,
now.
from the film
Tomorrow, I am not
Independence
going to
Day.
try to prove I'm the best. I'm just
Come to
going
think of
get
it,
on
you're
with all
right,
my
it
jobs
is.
without fuss.
Come to think of it, you're right. When I heard that scream in
That's the
Independence
spirit,
Day when the
Max. Good night
when the
now.
explosion, when the wall of when the fiery
Good
wall
night,
of destruction
Peter.
was racing
Good night,
towards
Freddie.
everyone, I was wondering was thinking I'd heard
Good
that
night,
scream
Max.
somewhere. I heard it in the
Then they
background.
all
But
fell
come to
asleep.
think of it, you're right. That is where that scream
The
came
next
from.
day,
Oh,
Max
yes.
was going to the rolling stock yard to get his train ready. Brian
So
was busy
so
at
the
the
beginning
time,
of
so
this
he couldn't go
episode was
for
taken
him.
from Big
As Max
Strong
came into the
Henry,
yard,
hence
he
the name of this
spoke to the
episode.
wagons.
While the rest of
Listen
the
up,
episode
you
is
lot.
taken from
I'm not going
one
to
of my
tolerate
favourite
any
episodes,
nonsense from any
Thomas
of you
episodes of
today.
season 6, The
I'm
World's
just going to
Strongest
get on with
Engine.
my
I
job
love that
without
episode.
trying to prove I'm the best. I want to make Mr. Eric proud. So no nonsense today.
I've got no idea what you're talking about,
This
Dominic,
gave the
so
wagons an idea to get
I'm
Max into
just not
trouble.
going to comment.
As he shuttered them together,
Oh,
they
there's
shouted,
Emma again!
"Is that all you
Why
can
on earth did I
haul?
forget to
David's
remove
loads
her from
longer.
this
Is that all
scene?
you can haul?
How on earth did I
David
forget
must
to
be
remove her,
stronger."
I mean?
Max was cross. He was sure he was stronger than David. "I'll push you all into a very long train at the same time." The wagons.
Oh, if only,
Push us all, that's the longest. Push us all,
if
you'll be the
only,
strongest. That's
if only,
me,
Brian
the
had learned from
world's
Max's
strongest
mistake here in season 2,
And
episode
so
2.
Max shunted 5 wagons together.
Brian and Emma. Oh, you can hear Diesel's theme here.
Then 10. Then 15. Soon he had an enormous line of 18 wagons.
I think that was about as many wagons
Just
as
then,
I had back
Alan
when
came
I
into the
made
rolling
this
stock yard
episode.
with his passenger train. What on earth is Max doing? Brian rolled alongside him. Max thinks he's the world's strongest engine. He just wants to make Mr. Eric proud.
Yeah, unlike Diesel, Max was actually trying to make Mr. Eric proud of him.
Max didn't know that the shunters had set the brakes on the
You guys
wagons.
have anything else you'd like to say? Just put it in the chat,
The
don't be shy.
mischievous wagons knew this.
There's Emma
But they
again! Oh my
encouraged Max
God,
to
why
push
on earth?
anyway.
She's supposed to be buried underneath the Redcliff
push.
Mountain at this point. Why on earth is she there?
Max
This way
pushed,
Oh, cool.
and
Is that why you
pushed,
went? Is that why you
and
briefly
he
left?
pushed,
That's alright.
and he
American
pushed.
VHS of James Goes Buzz Buzz on my VHS buying this. Wonder why George Carlin's screen that he does for James is even worse than
But
Michelangelo's.
the wagons didn't move.
Yeah, but
So Max
if you want to
decided
buy
to
that
pull the
VHS
wagons
though,
instead.
James, I'm not going to stop you. Who would I be to stop you?
Heave ho, heave ho.
Oh,
you
you
can
can
pull,
see
but we
my
won't
hand
go.
move away from there.
This made
Oh
Max
God,
very
there's that
cross.
teeth again.
He pulled,
Don't you think that to some people that would
And
look
he
the teeth
pulled,
that appear in these
and he
episodes would look
pulled,
slightly scary?
and he pulled.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Until at
About
last,
to happen.
the coupling broke, and
Phew.
Max shot forward so fast that he crashed on the
Loosely
tracks
based
just
on
outside the rolling
that
stock
Thomas
yard.
episode. Oh, and there's that point lever that got broke off, and I
Max
left that
now
in
felt
there
very silly for thinking
that
he
would
was so
actually get
strong,
damaged if he
and all the wagons
lever
were
would have
now
gotten damaged if
laughing
he'd fallen
and
off in
laughing
real
at
life
him.
there. Like Wilson.
Brian, who had seen everything, quickly fetched Colin the maintenance crane so that Max could be put on the tracks again. Mr. Eric also
Fat
came to
Controller
see what
Season
had
5
happened.
theme here.
He
I'm
looked
finally
cross.
mixing up with the music and
So
making
Max was quick to
different
apologise. I'm really
I'm
sorry
finally
for what
doing-
happened, sir. I know
making
now
more
that
unique
I should
music
have
here.
ignored the wagons and just got on with doing my job. Are you able to forgive me?
Oh, but back then, I didn't even think, when I first started the series, I
Never
didn't
have one of
think
his
to
engines
draw
apologise to him that quickly.
to draw different emotions on the
Did
human
Max
characters'
repent and
faces.
then said,
That changed with Season 2.
Thank you for
I
apologising
knew
to me
this,
so quickly,
by this
Max.
point I had realised that
That was
mistake,
very,
and that it wasn't a good idea
good
for
of
me
you.
to leave them off. But I decided to wait
Mr.
until
Eric
Season
then
2 to
walked
start
back up
putting
the
different
tracks towards
emotions
Redcliff
on the characters'
Station.
face, on the human characters' faces, to stay consistent with the rest of Season 1, really.
Max
that's-
was
yeah,
soon
that's
back
the
on the
reason.
tracks, and
What
Brian
will
took
episode?
him
I
back
don't know. You
beside
tell
him
me.
So he could be repaired
I don't know.
again.
Yeah, you tell me. Yeah, he's back on the tracks now. We're very nearly there, guys. There's only about 20 minutes of this stream left.
That night, Mr. Eric came to speak to all of the engines in the loco yard.
Just a minute. Just a minute,
Good
guys.
evening, everyone. I came down here to talk to you all tonight about
Oh,
Max.
yeah.
Some of you may or may not be aware that Max had another accident today. He did, however, apologise for it extremely quickly. This got me thinking. Max means well and probably did not mean to have that accident.
Oh,
so
yes.
I decided to
But
give him
Max
another
actually
chance.
joins the
A
Redcliff
couple of
Railway
hours ago,
Tales,
I
fleet
phoned
here,
Crew
despite not
Works to
actually being
ask them
owned
if
by
I could
Mr.
not
Eric.
buy Max,
Yes.
but have him on permanent loan from them.
Oh,
And they have
three
agreed.
episodes,
So
three
even
people,
though
only three
David is
people left.
coming home tomorrow, Max, I think you can now call the Redcliff and Giddybridge
yeah,
Railway
David.
home.
We're very nearly there, guys. I'm
Oh,
bloody
really,
exhausted,
sir?
but
You're
we're
letting
very
us
nearly
go?
there.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
I
I'd love
might
to
do
work on this
another one of
railway.
these kinds
I'll
of
be the
streams
best
when I finish
engine you
season
ever
2.
had. That
But
I
I-
can guarantee
but-
to you.
That obviously
All of
won't
the
be for a
engines
while.
whistled and honked. Max
And I
was
won't be able
here
to
to
include the
stay.
finale in that one if
The
and when I
next
do
day,
do them.
David
do
came
that.
home. All the engines waited in the loco yard to greet
So
him.
the specials, so the
So
finale, so the Redcliff Railway Tales
Everyone was
finale,
happy,
retrospective stream, will be a
and
will be a
David
separate
was the
stream if I ever
happiest
do
of
it.
all. Welcome home, David. While you're away, an engine
Oh, there's the
came
camera
to
stand again,
do
that's
all of your
fine.
work for you.
Haven't quite
He
got
has
that
done
tied
your
down
job
yet.
so well
But as you
that
know,
he
guys,
decided to
as you
make
know,
it
guys, I
a
had by
training
season
video.
2.
That sounds very nice, sir. Is that him over there? Yep, that is indeed me.
I decided
Pleased
to be a
meet
total
you,
dickhead
David.
by bravely looking these up. I can sure.
Pleased
I
to
have
meet
to
you,
probably
Max.
sit through Thomas as you
Anyway,
screen.
I've been really
Oh my
wanting to get
God.
back to work
Well,
all the time I've
you're
been at
brave.
Crew. Are there
Well,
any
no,
jobs you
I
want me
guess
to
that
do,
does show
sir?
some bravery of you, James.
Well, Max was supposed to be taking a freight train yesterday, but he had a little accident because it was so heavy, and now that train is running over a day late. I think it would be too heavy for
The episode
you,
we're trying to
so I had it shortened, and Dennis will be taking
Well,
the
very
so that we're
good.
taking
Oh,
off it
oh,
later.
cool.
Do you think you could take the main part of the train to Giddybridge Junction, please?
Sounds like a very interesting episode. Well, there's this music is obviously
No
from.
problem, sir.
What's it called? Hey, Posse
right
Queens.
away.
That's it. That's the name of the episode.
And David headed off towards the rolling
Oh
stock
yeah,
yard
that's
to collect his
the
train.
controlling David with the remote. Yeah, well, with a lot of these I train controller.
He backed down onto the wagons and the shunters released the brakes. Then David pulled away as easy as pop.
So, yeah, somehow he can pull that very long 18 wagon train.
And the engines cheered.
Yeah, but
Even Max.
actually, one
who
thing
was
I was
very
going to
proud
mention
to
in
be
this
an
stream,
official
but
member of the Redcliff
but didn't think
Giddybridge
to until
Railway
now. All
Local
the engines
Fleet.
are actually based on real life engines. Well, I tried to base them all on real life engines actually. But here we go, final episode. David is supposed to be a class 92, and they are pretty strong. They can easily pull about 25 wagons. So yeah, it's not totally out of the depth for them to do that. For him to be able to pull 18 wagons, that kind of train for his class. So yeah, David's supposed to be a class 92. Dennis is a class 67.
Freddie Summer Screw Up.
So
Once
Carl
a
is
year, the
prototype
Redcliff
for
and
a
Giddybridge
class,
Borough Council
so
organises a special
Ethan is an
party
essay
for
for
everyone
South
who lives in the
Australian
local
Railway
council
520
area.
class.
There was to be ice cream and cake for
Episode
everyone
1
who
of the
attended.
Will Fun and Games or Fun and Games? Okay,
Every
nice.
one of Mr.
Alright, guys,
Eric's
final
teachers
episode.
all wanted to be the one chosen
This
to take the
episode
children to the
was
party.
like a
This year,
combination
along
of my
with Robert
two
and
favourite
Peter,
episodes
Alan and David were
of
chosen
Thomas
to help
season
them.
8.
It was a wonderful
Too Hot
job.
for Thomas
Freddie
and
wished he
Thomas's
was taking the
milkshake
children to
bundle.
the party, but Freddie was taking a
Episodes
tanker
I
of
have-
raspberry
these
syrup
are
to
both
Giddybridge
episodes I have
Junction
a soft
station
spot
where the
for,
ice
which is
cream
why I
factory
wanted to
was
do it.
located.
Why I wanted
When
to
Freddie
do it.
arrived, the factory
An
manager was
episode like
waiting
that
for
to
him.
finish off season 1.
Freddie, Mr. Eric wanted me to tell you that you have been assigned to collect the ingredients to make the ice cream for the party. You were to pick up the cream from the rolling stock yard, then the strawberries from Nutfield Airport, and then the chocolate from Yalehurst. Freddie was disappointed.
James Green.
He had lots to collect, and he wanted to take the children to the party.
As a kid, I remember
His
the US
conductor tried
version
to
being
reassure
freakier.
If we
James.
get everything in time, Freddie, we can still take some children. This made Freddie feel a little bit better and a little more confident. So he rushed off back towards the rolling stock yard. He collected his train along with the cream, and he rolled quickly away. Next, Freddy had to collect some strawberries, so he raced to Knutford Airport to pick them up from the plane that had brought them up from abroad. Then, Freddy had to wait for V-Test to pass through. Out of the way! Express train coming through! V-Test's coaches were full of happy children. They were all going to the party. Why does V-Test get to take the children instead of me? At last, the junction was clear, and Freddy was on his way once again.
So sorry, guys, my mum's being...
If I'm quick, I can still get back to Redcliff in time to take some of the children to the party. So Freddy raced down the line and soon reached Knutford Airport, where the men were waiting to load the strawberries. Please, be quick. The airport workers loaded his wagons. Before long, they had been loaded with the strawberries.
Oh yeah, and
Thank you.
Robert is supposed to be based on
Freddy
a
raced away.
Deutsche Bahn ICE 3 class. Much shortened, of course. They animated the bee when they burned its foot. Yes, I do think that they animated with sound animation. It was some sort of
Soon
big
he had to stop again to let David through the junction. He was taking more children to the party. They were having a wonderful time.
There's a Wii U. Oh, you just saw a Wii U on.
Everyone gets to take the children except me.
Oh, you just saw a Wii U.
At last, the points changed and Freddy was on his way.
Just saw a Wii U there. Yeah, you do see a lot of the stuff around that I've got down in the room of the Redcliff and Ridge Railway is throughout the series.
When he did eventually arrive at Fairhurst, where the chocolate factory was located, it was very late. The factory workers were there waiting for him with the chocolate. Hurry up, please.
So after I finished production on this final
party,
I
the workmen loaded Freddy's
stop motion animation.
It was soon loaded and Freddy
There was also a lot of stop motion animation used in this before. And that animation there that I did, I was particularly proud of.
On the wagons. Freddy pulled as hard as he could, but the wagons wouldn't move. I have to hurry! Freddy heaved, and he roared, and he revved, and at last...
So after I finished production on this episode,
Freddy lurched forward to the strawberries
it was
flew
after that
everywhere.
when I decided I wanted
Now I'll never get to take the
It
children
was
to
after
the
that when I
party.
came up with the idea for Raptor Dogs.
After a long time, Freddy
after I finished this, I'll hand out the camera again.
The shunter had released the brakes.
Slightly better, though not great. Handheld camera.
Rolled away from the
Yeah, as I said, guys, the series will be ending after the finale.
Finally, the track turned
Oh, you got a
right to
Wii U?
rejoin
Cool.
the main line
Yeah,
at the bottom of the
very nice
Becksgate
one. My
flyover.
mum hates language.
This meant Freddy was nearly back
Why?
at Greenwich Junction. He
He's
soon
not
pulled
that
into the
bad of
station.
a guy.
He thought his job was done.
He has done some
but
questionable
he was
things
wrong.
in his
The
career,
factory
I'll
manager was
admit,
waiting
but
for him on the
he's
platform.
not that.
The ice
he's
cream will
not-
soon be ready. While
he's
we
not
are waiting
that,
though,
he's
Mr.
not
Wright wants you now
massively-
to go back to the rolling stock yard and collect some
He's
milk
not
so we
that
can make the milkshakes for the party with it.
awful,
Then Mr.
hopefully.
Wright would like you to collect some butter and take it to Raiden City so the bakery can make the cakes for the party. Freddy was very disappointed. He wished he could take the children instead. But regardless, Freddy went back to the rolling stock yard to collect the milk.
Oh,
When he arrived there to pick it up, the
Very
yard
nearly
manager
there,
was waiting
guys.
for him.
10 more minutes, I think.
Freddy, you must go slowly when taking this milk.
Yeah,
It is a
yeah,
very
15 more
fragile
minutes,
product.
guys, and then
Bad
this
things
will
could
be
happen
over.
to it if you don't go slowly. Freddy became even more
I
disappointed.
don't even remember what this
If he
song's
had to
called.
go slowly, this meant
I
his
remember
chances of
knowing
taking
the
the
name
children
when
had
I used
dropped
to scratch,
even
but I don't
further.
remember anymore.
But nonetheless, Freddy rolled slowly and carefully away with the milk containers. Soon, Freddy pulled into the bypass loop at Redcliff Station. He met up with V-Test there. Hello there, slow coach. I am not being a slow coach, V-Test. I'm being a reliable engine. If you were not a slowcoach, Mr. Eric would have given you the job I'm doing now. I'm one of the fastest and most comfortable trains in the world. That's why I'm taking the children.
Once was, he can still act boastful and
Vitesse's
arrogant
arrogance
at times,
was
especially
making Freddie very cross.
with,
I
especially,
can be as fast as you.
especially with when given important jobs.
All right then, you
Well,
blue
jobs
slowcoach.
seem important
I'll race you
anyway.
back to Guinea Bridge Junction.
Yeah, all the characters have their all
Okay
sorts of
then, you
different
stupid orange
personalities.
wedge. It's on.
All the
Like
personalities I
Donkey
can't
Kong?
name off the top of my head, but
Yes.
yeah, I can't. Yeah, all the personalities I can't name off the top
Then
of my head.
Vitesse raced out to the station. Freddie thundered after him as fast as his
But
traction
the
motor
still
would
diverse.
turn
Oh
his
yeah, the
wheels.
Airwolf theme. I was on a bit of an Airwolf
As he
kick
raced
around
along,
the
the
time
containers rattled and
around
rocked.
the time I made
They
this
biffed
episode,
and
hence
bashed,
why
and
the
Freddie
the
flew
5-minute
straight through the
extended
junction
version of the theme
after-
song is played here.
Towards Guinea Bridge Junction Station.
And then that led to
completely
me.
forgotten about going
And then after
slowly.
that, I went on that Terrorhawks kick in the second half of 2019, leading into 2020. But yeah, I was on an Airwolf kick around this time, hence why the theme song plays here. I also want the Thomas
The factory manager was very pleased. Freddie had delivered the
if you
milk
like that,
in
if you
record
want to get
time.
foreign VHSs, I'm not really
Now the
interested in
factory
foreign
could make the
VHSs, James,
milkshakes
but
for
I...
the
Oh,
party.
what is that camera angle? I forgot.
But when
I
the
forgot
factory
about that
manager
awkward
looked into
camera
one of the
angle. Oh, this
containers,
is the
he
I
was
wonder what
very
that's in.
surprised.
Forgot about that
This
awkward
milk is
hot
almost butter.
camera angle
Freddie,
there.
did the containers rattle around during your journey here?
Yeah, I'm not really interested in foreign VHSs, James, but I can see why other people like you would.
Well, oh dear. If you shake milk for long enough, it turns to butter. Oh dear. I didn't know that. If I had, I
My
wouldn't
car
have
series is
listened to
going to have a
these
darker
tests.
tone. Now, in what way is it going to have a darker tone, Dominic?
Ugh, honestly, Freddie. Please go back to the rolling stock yard and collect more milk. And remember to go slowly this time. Alright then. I'm on my way. So Freddie headed back to the rolling stock yard. He didn't feel like a useful engine now. When he arrived back, Mr. Eric was waiting for him. He was cross. Freddie, the party will be starting
He'd
soon,
have that,
and you
yeah,
still have not delivered the butter to Raven City. Now the children are going to have
I
no
think this is
cakes
the
at the
very last
party.
episode where part of my body is shown. I don't think I ever... I made all of
absolutely
not show my body
terrible.
after this.
Oh
Believe.
dear.
Yeah, at least I can't remember any season 2 episodes where part of my body was shown.
Well, Freddie, I hate to make you feel even worse, but I guess you could say that. This is an absolute disaster. Freddie trundled slowly and carefully back to Guinea Bridge Junction Station. He didn't feel reliable
Oh,
now.
there I am again.
He felt very stupid
last
for
time I did
screwing
this.
everything up. When Freddie finally returned to Guinea Bridge Junction, the factory manager told Freddie to take the old containers back to the rolling stock yard.
That's like the awkward camera angle.
But then, Freddie had a better idea. Freddie raced along with the wagons even faster than he had before. He raced through the junction just before Knoxford Airport and he shot right through the station.
Hate those
The
fake
containers
virus warning
rattled and
messages.
rolled. They biffed and bashed and clanked and crashed. Even the cows in the fields looked
Oh,
like
it's that
noise
cow
waves.
again.
But Freddie didn't stop until he reached Raiden City. As he slowed into the station, he blew his horn long and loud. The
In the
bakers
Christmas
on the
special.
platform waiting for him.
I will make a
I need
homemade
butter,
VHS
not
chicken.
milk.
Oh, really?
Looking so
Really, My Little Pony
excited.
fan? Oh my god, I'd
The
be really
baker
grateful if you
couldn't
did
believe
that.
his eyes.
Yeah, please do, My Little Pony fan. I'd be
Almost
so grateful
was
if you
now
did. I
properly
made a couple of
and
DVDs of
officially
Redcliff Railway
butter.
Tales. I made a couple of DVDs
Enough to
of
make
Redcliff
all
Railway
the
Tales
cakes for the party.
a couple of years ago,
Mr.
but
Eric soon found
if you
out
could make
what
a
he had done.
if you could make
Mr. Eric came to
a
see
homemade
him. He
VHS
was
tape of
very
Redcliff
proud of
Railway
Freddie
Tales
to
for
save
me,
the
I'd be
party.
so grateful if
Freddie,
you could
I
do
am
that.
very pleased with you. Your idea has saved the party.
My Little
You
Pony
have been
sounds
the
like
most
please do.
reliable engine on the
Also,
railway today.
There's some Wii and Wii games. Oh yeah, that's when I still have that. When the Wii games were still by the TV.
I realise now that being
Still right by the
reliable
TV,
isn't
yes,
about who gets
exactly.
the best jobs.
Yeah, please
It's
do
about
make
how
a
much
Redcliff
effort
Railway
and
Tales
care
VHS
you
for
put
my Little
into
Pony
the
fan. I'd be
jobs you
so
receive.
grateful if you did.
I'm very pleased to hear that, Freddie. Now your last two jobs are to bring all the party food to Redcliffe for that party and to be the guests of honour at the party.
Oh, the guest of honour, yeah.
Me?
Well,
The guest of honour? I'd be more than obliged to, sir.
My series
I will get on with delivering this party
in the most
food
deadly way possible.
immediately.
What, is McQueen actually going to be killed off in your
And
series?
Freddie set off with the party food.
Yeah, dark, very dark indeed, Dominic.
He rolled carefully down the tracks to Redcliffe Station. He now no longer wanted to take the children to the party. When Freddie reached the station, David was there, dropping off the last of the children.
He feels good.
They all cheered as Freddie pulled in. The children are very happy that you have delivered their party food.
Oh, stuttering again. I made more of an active stutter in a second.
The summer party
Right,
was
this
a
is
great
the end.
There
This
were
is the
more
end
than
now,
enough
guys.
ice cream and milkshakes and cakes for everyone who attended the party.
Very satisfying end to season 1, in my opinion.
Freddie had never been
And the
happier
song
to
that I
be
decided to
locomotive
use at
on
the end,
Redcliffe and
Kevin
Guinea Bridge
Roth
Railway.
rendition of the Signing Time Station theme song is, I think, was the perfect way to close off of season 1. I'll turn it up now, guys, so you can hear it.
Reach for the wind, reach for the whistle, go where the rail may run.
So yes, guys, this is where this stream is going to end now. Thank you all so much for watching this stream, if you made it all the way to the end. I know a lot of you couldn't be here the whole time, but that really doesn't matter. This really was a very long stream. This really was a very long stream.
So much to see,
And I appreciate the fact that you could all be here
so much to learn to know.
at the same time.
By your
But
side,
thank you for coming anyway, if you stayed all the way to the end. I know a few of you stayed all the way to the end, stayed for the whole thing. James, I know for a fact that James Lister did. Time to VHS Boy Videos on my VHS playlist. Cool. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining me for this. Thank you for listening to all these facts, and I hope you enjoyed watching the whole of season 1 with me. I doubt I'm going to do a special stream like this again sometime in the future, but if I do, it's not going to be for a very long while, and I'm not sure what it will be of as of now. But yeah, guys, that's it for tonight. For this night's stream. Next week we're going to be back playing Roblox, and then the stream after that will be another Kahoot one, and then it'll be back to normal alternating between Roblox and Kahoot every week. So as I said, guys, that's it for this stream. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Oh, I won't be able to come to the premiere, my Little Pony fan. But before we end, the old Train Number 16 jingle that I did myself. That's
Train number 16.
Oh my god, that's so loud, that Train Number 16 jingle. I tried to make it look a bit like the Nickelodeon logo, but as you saw, guys, I didn't quite succeed. And I made it pretty loud. So yeah, I'm such a shame that I couldn't that a few of you still couldn't join, but I'm really pleased you all joined. Most of you joined regardless. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's extra long special stream. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, share this stream with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to me, Train Lover 16, if you haven't already. Really enjoyed tonight's stream, guys. Not quite as much as I thought I would, but I still enjoyed it quite a lot. Yeah, I still enjoyed this stream quite a lot, though, regardless. And as I said, guys, next week we'll be back to Roblox, and then the week after that, Kahoot, and then alternating between Roblox and Kahoot. Back to normal doing that. So yeah, as I said, guys, that's it from me for tonight. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, my Little Pony fan. Bye, James. Thanks again so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye, everyone!